Right now, no need to speak on the whys and hows. Let our fire just fight it out. Don't wanna be lost, but hope the Peter Pans out.
Hey guys, I'm back.
If it don't work out, 'cause I'ma need you when the sun goes down.
So let's get the stream started. I know you have been the reset is on Saturday, but then I'm gonna do it today. I'm saving up some scrolls for a certain day. But it's this week. This week I'm gonna do a summer section. If my oh no, that was so close. I already did my GW. I already did Guild War. I already done GW. Preparing for tomorrow project? Chikaru. Yeah, not Chikaru, come on. Make come on, yeah. I will. Damn. This will be his skill ups. I'll make them to 5 stars so that I can easily skill them up. He's the very back. I already did my Guild War. I already did my Guild War. That is sad. Yeah, done it already while you're summoning. Okay, let's get the stream started.
My pool where they would have like how to learn how to kayak, like in the pool. Yeah, they would put 6 kayaks in the pool. And I don't know how this happened, but after the kayak is left, there was a shit in there. Now they're in kayaks. How do you get in the pool? Kids are fucking weird, man.
I did my TOA hard already. Time to do
Hello
TOA.
and welcome to another episode of Trash Taste. I am your host for today, Grant, whatever the fuck you want to call me. And with me, as usual, is the boys. The boys.
You know, it's really selfish of you to have that name because it's really inconvenient for me when I'm texting. It keeps autocorrecting. Keep correcting. How inconvenient.
Do you know how inconvenient it is when it autocorrects my own name when I'm referring
Ahoy! Osomarin desu ka? Ahoy! Shenzo desu.
on like Wikipedia, it goes to my fucking Wikipedia. Like fucking
Ahoy desu.
I saw it on the subreddit. It's like when you look up Giguk, it's like the anime man. What is Giguk's real name? Joey Bazinga. Bazinga, sorry.
Ahoy!
Ahoy.
Ahoy. Oh yeah, Kevin, I made you a moderator.
You guys don't know this, but it's been like
I made you a moderator.
Through
Very back.
the magic of scheduling,
You have become a moderator of the Kraconian channel.
I went on Journey Across Japan. Abroad in a man. Abroad in a man.
I also hung out with Chris before that in Kyoto. So
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like kind of like an awkward
Oh.
Yeah, but it's, I don't know, it's been a nice refresh.
I'm sick of fucking seeing it.
Yeah, God. Every week, Jesus, man.
No, I mean
Is Gura fake cat or Kiara fake cat? Choose your poison.
On the last episode, I was like, "Fuck!" I'm like, "What are we talking
Is a debate of the year,
Chat shit.
of the month, at least, of the month. Not the year, month.
And it's not like we're all going out and doing like interesting things every day, right? It's like 5 days out of the week we're just in our room like just working on videos. Yeah, like that's I mean we talked about this earlier, but like how do like streamers who stream every day and just like what do they talk about? Because sometimes when we have more than one recording a week, sometimes I'm like I don't know what the fuck to talk about sometimes, you know? I don't, like what's going on with me with you guys? I was like, I was like the barrel is very shallow. the bottom is just there. What's going on with you? Oh, playing games? Oh, you're playing Apex? Oh, just like last week? Oh,
What am I supposed to do if like the police don't stop? Like, how? What am I supposed to talk about?
It's like, I need to commit a crime to like make a
I'm
story.
not running out of stories. Man. Like, what am I supposed to do? It's like if you're a streamer, you just got to be talking about the other streams that happen.
Yeah, exactly. Just gotta like watch YouTube videos.
Someone put this really funny name in my stream.
Beep beep.
Let me drag that up for 15 minutes. I mean, it's like I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about Japan because I think at this point
It's free
probably
content, Chris.
yeah, it's probably not even out yet. But I think the trailer will be out by then, so if you want to go check that out, I guess. Here's a teaser. Joey won't say everything that happens. Just go watch the videos or whatever. But, I mean, yeah, I literally came back yesterday. Yeah. As of us recording this, so yeah. How was it? Oh, it's fucking insane. I mean, hype it up. I'll hype it up. All right, I'll hype it up. Journey Across Japan 2. Actually, explain what Journey Across Japan even is. So, if you don't know, Journey Across Japan is a series.
I can't wait for the new series of Journey Cross.
We go across Japan. As I say, kind of speaks for itself. It's a show we do together on Chris's channel, but we go across Japan. And Journey Across Japan 3 is like the third one that just finished, where we went Kyushu, which is like the most southern part of Japan. Right. Awesome because I'd never been to Kyushu at all, and just this past week I went to all the prefectures of Kyushu. Yeah, we were speedrunning Kyushu.
I like how Chris went and took you around there.
Didn't you go to like a gin factory or something?
No, he said we
TOA normal, yes. Already completed TOA hard last night.
yeah, so just got to drink really nice gin.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then you can just be like, make this cocktail. Which is great. Just like power trip. And you can. But
I mean, you
Bugger indeed, dude.
but you found
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me in the podcast?
In Kyoto?
In like an hour.
Just asking.
Mountains in Kyoto.
I want the viewers to watch listen to the podcast as
It
well.
was kind of like really underwhelming.
Was it just like home? Or...
Weirdly,
Did you feel like culturally appropriated?
Podcast low volume, okay.
Is this how people like feel when they see white people wearing kimono?
Now?
I'm like, this is kind of cool, but like, what's going on? Like, why?
I just wanted you to be like, oh god, this is such
You need a bit higher or what?
I mean, yeah, basically. No, I feel bad dogging on it. It was just kind of like, it was really bizarre and like underwhelming. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Okay, okay, thank you.
$42, which is criminal.
I mean, I'm sure, like, I don't know how it feels like for, say, like, you know, someone who lived in China going to, like, Chinatown or something like that.
Well, I mean, that's kind of different though, isn't it? It's always like markets and restaurants. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
I feel like Chinatown's
Well,
never like,
okay.
this is actually China.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, describe to me the...
I purposely didn't watch this podcast just for today, okay?
Yeah.
All
I purposely didn't watch it just for today.
pulled out of like a small town in Wales. It was really weird.
I literally just watched 10 minutes of it.
Style, like,
That's all.
nice.
Because I accidentally pressed on it. No, my autoplay on it.
I didn't particularly.
Was, like, everything written in Welsh? Or...
No, well, one of the pubs called Pont Open Pont Bridge in Welsh.
Oh, okay. At least they were accurate about it, right?
That was pretty cool.
Like people fucking sheep around the corner.
No, I was there.
It's a deal. Bring your own sheep.
It was okay. I'm just British, so I'm really sarcastic about everything.
The last topic
I
they
feel
talked
like this
about
is the one time I can be
is
like,
curse.
I'm
Okay,
actually
okay.
become
I'm gonna be
sarcastic about
prepared.
something and,
Yeah.
and no one can correct me because I'm fucking.
This is gonna be at least a 2-hour
Yeah.
stream.
Welcome to my culture. I mean, it probably wasn't as offensive as the first time I went to a fucking Outback Steakhouse, right? And I was just like,
Well,
is this what Australia is to everyone?
yeah.
Fucking boomerangs on the wall? Just like an Australian home.
I don't really know. I mean, I'm pretty. I kind of bash on every culture, but I'm by far I by far bash on my own culture more than any.
Well, that's good because if it was
hardly
anything
a
else,
culture.
if it was anything else, you'd be really bad state right now.
Yeah.
Americans be like, oh really?
I'm pretty
I've
harsh on
eaten my.
I'm pretty harsh on Americans.
I had my
I'm
breakfast,
more
but
harsh on,
I didn't have my lunch. But then the breakfast I bought is quite. I bought quite a lot, just to prepare.
Rag on your own culture. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Well, like for some
You don't
reason,
watch
someone
anime.
else rags
Yeah, watch anime. Anime is. I rather read manga most of the time. Yes, I read manga. I'm a manga reader.
Like everyone fucking mocks British.
Like,
So you kinda just
only watch a certain amount of anime.
British meme, bottle of water.
Even I do, I will just watch it for a while, or wait until the season ends for it. Then I only watch.
It's such an amazing fall, though, right? Like,
Center in is good. I don't know what's that.
The rise and fall of British culture. No, because remember in like 2015.
I'm waiting for the next Giga Hero anime episode. I wanna watch that.
In it is the English form of desu. I think it's just because the internet has just realized what British people actually sound like. It's just.
I always wondered that.
Right now, Boku no Bunshin.
Wait, everyone in UK
Chrono Dragon no
I'm
Next
just like,
stage.
because I remember growing up, I was like, when is the world gonna realize that people don't sound like
Peko Peko, Con
every
Peko.
other like British film or like Doctor Who or whatever.
Well, I'm
right?
just waiting for the day that everyone realizes that not everyone in Australia looks like Chris.
Con Peko.
Debatable. I mean, I know like two people.
Pekora.
You're one of them.
It's me, a Pekora.
You get ripped, you'll look like Chris Hemsworth.
No, if I get ripped, I'll look like Jason Momoa.
Hi, honey.
What are you waiting
Oh
for?
Jesus
Are you waiting
Christ!
for?
Oh Jesus!
Wait, so tell
Oh,
me,
Jesus.
What else you get up to then, Fukuoka? Then?
Okay,
That you
so-
can tease for us.
Okay, I can tease. Well, I mean, Journey Across Japan. So there's always a theme, right?
Yeah.
So like the
I need
first Journey
Google
Across
search on
Japan
that.
was
Cycling.
yeah, it was Chris cycling,
Yeah.
and I was just on one part of it. But then the second Journey Across Japan, I was
Control
the full
C.
form, and it was called Escape to Fuji. So the
Yeah.
theme
Is that
was
Ohio
all
or
the
Konochiwa or
all
what?
the cool places on Mount
Konochi.
Fuji because
Okay.
Chris had never seen a nice view of Mount Fuji in his life. So he's never taken one of those like touristy photos.
Right.
And he kept like, apparently his audience kept sending him like pictures of like amazing views. Like, hey, look, Chris, I was here for 2 days and I got an amazing view of Mount Fuji. Fuck you. So
You can check it out now, by the way.
yeah, you can check it out now. It's all there. So the third Journey Across Japan is called the Lost Islands because the Kyushu area has.
Hello, yeah, it's Konochiwa.
Classic park here, man.
It's 2 o'clock. It's not even. It's not even afternoon. Evening yet. It's not even evening yet. Evening is around like 4 o'clock.
Yeah, so the Kyushu area is like it's almost
4 o'clock is like
an
evening to me.
archipelago of just these like
Actually, did it?
insane amount of like
If
tiny
I know that
archipelago.
evening is including afternoon already, actually,
An
nowadays.
archipelago
It's
is
like a group of islands.
it's like a
right?
group of
I've
islands.
never heard of this. I'm not
Really?
even going to pretend to be smart. I didn't.
Central say
An
Konbawa
archipelago is
desu
basically
ka.
like a
Okay.
group of lots
When
of
did you
No,
learn
small
that
no.
word?
islands.
Okay.
Did you learn it before the trip?
Arigatou gozaimasu.
I learned it.
That is not a common word.
I learned it in school.
It's in like films. It's like in films.
Well,
No, like,
you can say that. You can say that actually.
yeah.
Did you know that word, Maylene?
You only can say good night before you
Maylene didn't
sleep.
know that word.
Ha 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 ha.
Really, you're looking for Maylene to be on your
Oh,
side here?
fuck, all right. Well, I mean,
So,
it's
like-
something.
So like the Philippines, for example, is an archipelago because it's just a bunch
Stop
of
flexing,
tiny,
yeah, stop
tiny,
saying
tiny.
that.
How long can Marao
So
survive?
basically, so
It's
in
like fucking
layman's
cultural cross-pollination all over again, man.
Oyasumi.
in layman's terms, there's
Oyasumi
lots of
desu ka.
tiny, tiny islands along the coast of Kyushu.
Yeah.
Oyasumi
So we
de.
don't like to call it the Lost
Oyasumi
Islands because we're
ayame
trying to
kirin.
move many of these like small islands, and I think we
And
ended up doing, like 3 or 4.
what is N?
I mean, obviously
And
we couldn't go to all of them because
and
there's
what?
thousands
And
of them out there. But some of
Yeah.
these islands were fucking insane.
desu ka. Let's
Completely
Show me some
otherworldly.
pictures.
Yeah, I showed pictures,
It's gonna be
but
fun when you guys get to watch it.
yeah, but yeah, it's just incredible. Like we literally did speed runs. I think because like that week felt like a month. It was fucking insane.
I mean, it sounds like you did a fuck ton from how you
So-
described
so
it.
she did.
honestly the challenges that we like usually
So she
prepare
did
with
this.
on Journey Coach
Uh,
Trip,
Yeah.
this time around was like kind of a back burner just because there's so much shit we were
Stuff.
doing that we
Right.
were like, oh yeah, I forgot we had to do like a challenge for this. What the fuck?
Typical.
But yeah, hopefully the trailer will be out by the time
Hopefully.
this episode goes out.
Yeah.
If Chris isn't lazy.
Oh, yeah.
if not, sorry, Chris.
Is
I
Bugger still
probably
here?
sent a bunch of where's the trailer people over to your channel.
He had it coming.
He had it coming. He had it
What I
coming.
want to know is that how many more places can you do Journey Across
I
Japan?
see
Like,
fire.
because, like, one thing I will say about Japan is that one of the things that impresses me the most is just
Okay,
how
he's-
fucking varied Japan
My-
is in
my
terms of, like, how many
Rika
places
Max
there are to
security.
travel and to
Right,
explore.
right.
And I'm just like, because I'm used to the UK, right? And I feel like if you've explored a decent amount of the UK, then you've kind of, to me at least, you've kind of seen it all.
One town.
Yeah, yeah. If you go to one town, you go to one city, and it's kind of all the same. I mean, London, to me, London kind of exists in its own bubble.
No anime for
It's
you.
like,
You are grounded from
anywhere
anime.
outside of London.
Ha ha
I
ha
mean,
ha 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 ha.
Same in it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, Australia's the same thing, right? Like, I think geographically, it's just as.
Why can't I see the ruins? I used to see the ruins, but now it's not. I can't. I can't see the ruins.
80%
Nani
of it is a
kore?
fucking desert.
What?
So it's
What?
like- that's why, like,
Nani?
I
Can
barely
somebody
go on
explain this
explore
logic to
Australia
me?
Because I'm just like, I
Yeah.
just don't know what there is
What?
out there.
What
But
are you
then again,
typing?
if Chris hadn't like gone and done like
Not
extensive
like
research on
these.
places in Kyushu,
Yeah.
I probably would have had no fucking
Yeah,
idea.
I don't know how Chris finds these fucking places.
No, I
Like,
don't know
he
either.
comes to me with this town in the mountains of Kyoto.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Well, how do you find
戦
this?
場はフラットになることはできません。What's that?
There was this like
What's in
in the middle
English?
of the mountains in, Gifu,
戦場 is captain
Toyama,
は
Toyama,
is
places like that,
just
which
random.
Usually, you know, people don't go.
It's
to
like
for
no.
tourism.
Yeah.
He found this like in the middle of the fucking
Furato.
mountains, there was this, like,
Furato.
field of, like,
What's Furato?
1,000 statues of people that had just been built. And
Kirin
he
Kiri-san,
literally
can you tell me
went
what's
onto, like,
Furato?
Google satellite and just, like,
Furato
scanned
nen desu ka?
all the mountains.
What the?
He's crazy.
Until he stopped and was like, what is this gray blob? And like enhanced in,
Enhanced.
and then saw that there were these statues in it. Because like if you look it up,
Yeah.
like before that video went up, there is no articles about it. Like not even Japanese media talks about it.
Dude, this is like some next level. This is like some NASA shit. Man.
Yeah, I was like, I want your like
フ
dedication.
ラ
Because
トになることはできませんですか？
Yeah.
Like, let's call it a day. But in
There's
Japan,
only so much things you can do.
yeah,
You
in
know.
Japan, they seem to go crazy with it. They're like, what if we just made a field that's just trampolines?
戦場 not flat.
Yeah, outside.
I mean, that's what's so.
Central is flat.
I mean, that's what's so awesome about Japan is that you can just be driving.
Central is why.
like, you just see this weird fucking place that
Yeah.
you don't know. You don't know what madman came up with this idea. Just put like a fucking like a field of statues or
Yeah,
something.
すごいです、すごい
It's
で
like,
す
it's。not even like built for tourism either, because like it's not.
戦場ペタンです。
Yeah,
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 yeah.
right. It's like if you're lucky enough to find it, then there you go.
戦場ペタン、ペタ
I'm
ン。
hoping the next journey across Japan is just like 5-star hotels, and Chris is like, come on, Connor, let's go. Let's go review 5-star hotel. That'd be good. I'm down for that.
Journey across Michelin restaurants in Japan.
Bro, not only is it a tax deductible, it's also fantastic. It's fun. I want to do this.
Hinyu. What's Hinyu?
But please look forward to that whenever that. I think he said it's coming out end of May. Maybe.
No, not bad.
So, like, how many more places in Japan?
すごいです。すごいです。
So I have this app actually on my phone where you can keep track of. It's what I use to keep track of all the prefectures I've been to.
It's called Google Maps.
That's up,
that's
that's
that
It
as well.
stalks you. It knows exactly what
Okay,
you are.
yeah. So, like, have we told the story about the cycling yet?
Yeah, okay. I mean, so I know because I like this that Google tells me exactly where I was for how long.
Yeah.
I like.
何ですか、キリンちゃんと。です。
People ask me, "Oh, where were you this day?" I'm like, "Oh, let me check."
I'm trying to. And now I'm just Google searching, Google translating.
When the Japanese police officer is asking for my alibi, I've got one ready. But like, it tells you exactly where you were for how long.
どうしましたか。どうしま
We
し
actually
た
saw
か。
where we all were throughout the video. And
Alright,
when it was
yes, right.
done, I asked them, I was like, "Hey guys, can you export your map data?"
どうしちゃう
to
なんだ。
Twitter so that he can
だ。
know where we
どうしまし
So
た。
that's how you see all the, cool map graphics that Mudan made.
It's not 100% accurate, but it's pretty close.
It's pretty
どうしましたか。Okay, okay.
So we turned on location services, which I didn't know.
どう
that
し
you
ま
could
し
track
た
each other
か。
in, like, live
身長。
Like real time, yeah.
So it wasn't a part of like.
Oh my god.
making it a big part
It's
of
hard
the
to
session, but
pronounce
we could
unless you
actually
like get
see
used to
where
it.
We
Okay.
were as we were cycling down,
Yeah,
so
'cause
we could
our phone
I
is-
could see like the
Oh
Joker
shit,
fucking
that's the
my
Google
ass.
Translate pad.
And turned off his location sharing when he was taking the ferry, so he just
Yeah.
like
隠しつの芋。
I
in
literally
Kashi
thought,
Shitsu
I
no
literally
Imu.
thought he was like lost out to sea.
What's
I
that?
said I was
I was
broke.
like,
it was
he's dead.
broken.
He's dead. He's just straight up dead.
何ですか
There's no signal. And then,
Exactly.
when I asked these guys to share it,
Oh, no Japanese.
Garp was like, "Wait, what? Like, they keep all this information on you?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, it's awesome, right?"
It's terrifying.
Yeah, so I didn't realize that by turning on location services, I could go through my entire history day by day. And if you've turned on location services, you can probably do that right now. If you go to Google Maps and you can go through the history of your like location services,
隠しつの
and
芋。
it will tell you the exact location you've been, hour by hour,
Yeah.
every single day for like the past 10 years of your life.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's scary.
That's terrifying. to
Google
me.
is literally stalking you at all times.
You know what's sad is like when I used to live in London because I barely ever left my house. It would be like,
Yeah.
"What do they do this day?" And it's like a dot on the map of me not leaving. Oh, what do they do this day? Oh, okay, next
I'm
day.
sending it in normal letter for you to
4 days
translate
ago, I didn't leave the house, alright. And then it would just be
easily.
yeah.
Can I even translate this?
FBI shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Can you even
I don't know,
translate
like, 'cause
this?
sometimes I go to a place and I'm like,
I don't think I can translate this.
I can just go on Google and find out where I was.
I mean, it's
Okay.
cool, like, to look back on, right?
Yeah,
If-
no,
if,
it
if
is-
you're
it is
the
cool.
only one looking.
Hidden skin.
Who,
Yeah,
I
no,
mean, who
I
else
mean,
is
I mean,
there?
何
it's
これ
like
です
two
か?
sides, right? Because it's cool to know that you could go through your entire life history.
Is this correct?
But it's also kind of like, I guess, scary or not scary, but like disturbing that
Yeah.
your entire life is like can be compressed down into a file and just like analyzed,
That's
right?
pretty cool.
And exported, right?
and exported. I don't know that. That's
Hidden
just,
skin
Like, this is
です。
the future that Black Mirror like warned us.
船長パターンですか
I, for
That's
one, welcome our Black Mirror overlords. I
that's a.
welcome technology.
I don't know. Don't ask me. Ask the Google Translate.
I like it. It's fun. It's interactive.
What do you mean interactive?
It's not stalking, it's interactive.
It's a bit. I'm horny.
It's just-
Ah!
it's-
Woo!
Just a bit like.
Why did I say
Come
that?
up again? Okay.
because you're asking how.
I'm
Oh,
horny.
yeah, so
So
is there
anyway,
any place that
yeah,
you
so
would
I
like
have
to
I have
visit?
an app that
Oh,
shows
Jesus
me
Christ,
all
oh,
the prefects
Jesus.
I've been to, and I can kind of give points as well, being like, so it's like I visited there, I walked there, I stayed there overnight, I lived there, etc. And
Yeah.
it like adds on.
I lived it. I did it.
I did it. So I know exactly now like which prefectures I haven't been to.
I'm horny.
And I can bring it up, but I think
That's your favorite
I've
catchphrase.
done, I want to say like 3/5, maybe 3/4 of all the prefectures. So yeah, this is the ones I've done.
Red ones you've been to.
Holy
So
shit.
the red ones I've stayed overnight.
Joe,
I'll send
alright,
this
this
image to you, Milan, but the red ones I've stayed overnight. The green ones I've like just stopped over. The yellow ones I've passed through. The blue ones I've like walked around, and the white ones I haven't visited yet. So
Oh, okay.
there's a decent amount that I still haven't gone to. But this is good, right? Because now I can use that app basically to be like, all right, well, I wanna
手帳パターン
get
です。
off somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
She just doesn't want to admit she's button.
Well, I've never been to this before.
Yeah.
So let's go check that out.
Yeah. Which wasn't so fucking
6 scrolls by the
I just
end.
don't like when I like don't really care where I am unless there's like I don't know something fun to do there. I'm like,
こそウサギはもういなくなんだ。
Yeah.
What's that?
I'm
What's
not,
the
I'm
deal?
not the type of guy who just like, okay, I haven't been to this map yet. I haven't
Yeah.
been to this part of the map. I need to know that there's something cool to do there.
Oh my
See, this is
god.
my JRPG like 100% completionist side coming out
I
because
just
I'm like
see.
I gotta finish all 47 prefectures to like complete it.
For me, like it's like a catch-22 because I want to go to new places. I want to find new cool places.
Yeah.
But I also don't have the energy that Chris does to just like fucking scout out places that look
Yeah,
cool.
not
hate-
only
yeah.
scour but like
Yeah.
schedule it day
Yeah,
by
yeah,
day,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
right.
meticulously.
It's why I like going with someone who plans stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
you plan. I'll come along. I'll crack a few jokes.
Well, that's why I
here
love
and
Journey
there.
Across
yeah.
Japan, right? It's
Yeah.
like it's a fucking vacation for me,
Yeah.
right? It's like
Yeah,
cool.
it- it-
I have to be on camera and talk for a few hours a day. It's like,
Yeah.
cool.
That is definitely the benefit of hanging out with Chris. It's
Yeah.
like he just takes care of everything. He's
Yeah.
like, I know where we're going. I know a place. Let's do it.
Here's the definition of I know a place.
we were in, you were the one time I did that for Chris. I was like, oh, let me take you to a place, right? We were
Oh my god.
I was like, no,
If only Google Translate is much more efficient.
Where we were staying. It was a blue bottle coffee. It was like the least.
I got a
cute thing.
Japanese dictionary. I lent it to my friend a few months back. He haven't returned it at all.
And to be fair, it's pretty fucking good.
It is the best.
I know a
coffee
place. It's called
Japanese
it's called
coffee.
Starbucks.
Yeah.
Starbucks.
They do pretty good coffee there.
Do we have a clip name? Japan's coffee is bottom tier because
Probably not.
well we do now.
Yeah, we do
Japan's
now.
coffee.
Have we talked about Japan's coffee
It's
yet?
fucking awful.
It's awful.
It
It
is.
is. I
Japan truly is a tea society.
I did.
we live in a tea system.
何ですか、ビューちゃん、どうぞ。
It's awful, man. It's like dirt.
Yeah, I didn't know that I cared
すいま
about
せ
coffee
ん
until I moved to Japan. And I
僕
realized
の
that
日本語 bad デス
Because
ク
I thought living
僕
in
の日本
English,
語 bad
I'm just like whatever. I would fucking. I thought like my coffee tolerance was. I'll fucking take instant coffee if I need to. But
Yeah, yeah.
like when I moved to Japan, I've realized what shit coffee tastes like.
But then I got a job, and now I know. No, because remember the fucking like, just the brainwashing that happens. The first time you come to Japan, you're like, I can buy a hot coffee at a vending machine. Oh my god, I'm gonna buy
Yeah,
this
and
every
then-
fucking
Yeah.
day.
Oh my god.
And then you realize it's just all sugar.
And
Yeah.
then you
Or
realize
like a
it's all
hint of
crap.
coffee.
And you're
Yeah.
like, oh, Starbucks has never been so fucking attractive to me.
So yeah, as
Well,
you know,
yeah.
as you know, Japan has like a fuck ton of vending machines like everywhere.
Yeah.
And I remember whenever I used to go on holiday in Japan, I'd always get the coffee vending machine coffee every single day.
Oh, yeah, of course.
without fail. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, I will never get bored of this at all. This is fucking amazing. I don't need to go to a fucking Starbucks or a coffee shop to get my coffee. I can just go to a vending machine. And
What
when
do
I
you
moved
say,
here,
Kirin-chan?
and I don't know what it is about moving here. Like something switched in my brain, right? And then I just instantly recognized it.
I
Like,
don't know
oh,
what
this
does it
tastes
mean.
like crap.
Even
This
Google
is-
Translate
this
can't
is
even
processed
say
instant
what
coffee
it
shit.
is.
And I don't know why. I don't know what switched.
どのくらいスト
When I was here as a
ス
tourist,
ト
I
リ
was- a vending machine
ン
coffee
グ
and
し
vending
て
machine
い
drinks
ます
were just
か
like fucking like
はいはい。
It's just like a
Ah,
like,
bukan
you know,
nanti.
Connor, I remember, was talking about how, you know, every time you came here to visit, you would fucking eat, you know, Family Mart onigiri every day, right?
Yeah.
And then you realized, oh, this is not that great, actually.
I've actually gone back on it.
Oh, really?
I've come
You
like
say that
full,
like a drunk.
I've come like full circle.
すいません、わかりません。
I
わ
was
かりま
very
せん。
diehard sandwiches for like a year and a half, and now I'm like, man, I just crave rice. What the fuck's going on?
I mean, the onigiris are fucking great, dude.
Yeah, they are.
Onigiris are great. I mean, I've never been off them.
Yeah.
I've been off.
I realized I just sound like a druggie right there.
I'm not dependent
How
on
many
them.
onigiri weeks sober you got?
How many onigiris is too much?
Going back to the coffee, right? For
Yeah.
me, coffee is as much of like a smell thing as it is a drink thing. Like I need the reason why I like going into a coffee shop is because I need that wall of coffee smell
Yeah.
to hit me.
Yeah.
That's what makes me feel.
You just want to torture me, huh, Kirin-chan?
Coffee is a
Kirin.
fucking morning thing for me right now because
Not a morning, a fucking morning.
it is a fucking morning. Because honestly,
Torture
no
is a
morning
thing
really
in life.
started if you don't have a coffee. Because to me, if I don't have a coffee, that's like my indicator that my morning has begun. I can begin the day. If I don't have the coffee, then I'm just like in permanent like 50% brain mode.
No
You know?
coffee, I sleep.
Yeah,
Coffee, I wake.
exactly. No, that's literally how I am. I don't know if it's a placebo thing
No,
or if just-
I'm totally the same. Like,
Teach me.
like, I remember.
Tell me, what does he mean, Kirin?
I might be a little too dependent on coffee. Let me back it up a bit.
yeah.
Because I was having like, you know, 2-3 cups of coffee a day. So I was like, Yeah, right.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, that's probably not that good for me. My heart's gonna explode. So let me just go a week with no coffee and see how I do. Dude, day 2, I was like, I was getting just insane migraines in my head. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
like, I'm really fucking dependent on this shit to start the day.
I just get sluggish on myself. I
Really?
really get too bad.
You don't get like
Yeah.
coffee headaches?
No, I never got that. I've had
Like-
friends who got it.
私は今仕事に行かなければなりません。頑張です。頑張ってください。Why do you add the 頑張ってください
saturation. That is how my mornings work.
I go from grayscale to sepia.
You are
私は今仕
Don't
事
talk to me until I've had my coffee.
I want to know the
No, because I remember when I first moved to
so
Japan.
after the war
My
part.
mornings were just like so depressing because I didn't have that first good hot coffee to look forward to, right? Because even if I'd go to my like family mart to get a coffee, it was like really watered down coffee. It wasn't-
Okay,
I don't know,
okay.
I've noticed the more I like, the more
sweet,
I
yeah.
it's the little things.
Sayonara.
That you need to look forward to. I don't
Here we
know.
go.
It's the little
It
things.
is the little things. Like
Bye.
my mornings are 20% less happy if I don't have a coffee to look forward to.
Yeah, I just feel like my day is depressing. It's kind of
Bye bye.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
that's like most days, so it doesn't really.
Bye. See you later. See you later.
One time I went to an
Johnny.
Italian restaurant here. And, you know, I feel like an Italian restaurant. I feel like you can almost judge it on how good their espresso is with the meal.
Oh, yeah, of
like
course.
it must end on an espresso. I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, so it was good. It was pretty good food. And I was like, not bad.
Have you found one that has a good espresso? Because I've
There's
yet
a-
to find one.
There's one or two that, you know, if I see the actual espresso machine in the back, I'm like, nice.
Yeah.
I like, you know it's going to be good because they've gone to the effort to get this ridiculously expensive machine
Yeah.
just for this like one part of the
Yeah.
meal,
Right.
Yeah.
But I was eating there and the food was pretty good. You know, I wasn't disappointed and I thought, well, fantastic. I'm going to end my meal off with an espresso. And it said on the menu, it said espresso. And it was a double or a single. And so I ordered the double espresso.
Arigatou
They
guys.
just brought out
Going
essentially
jungle.
like Americano. And
What?
And I said like, oh no, I ordered the espresso. Like, oh no, that's the espresso. And I'm like, what? It's like this tall. I'm like, that's not an espresso. If it is, I'm going to be having a heart attack.
It's like a triple double espresso.
I'm like, what? Am I the asshole here? Are you going to make me pay for this? I'm not paying for this. I paid for it, but you know.
I didn't walk out.
Naturally, I didn't complain and I paid for it, but that's
Yeah.
I was very disappointed.
Was that at least a good Americano?
No, it was awful.
Oh, fuck.
That day onwards, I swore against ordering coffee in places where I couldn't visibly see an espresso machine in the establishment. I'm like, take me to the back, let's see what's going on. Come on.
Yeah, because I'd say like the best purchase I've made in Japan, bar none, is the Nespresso machine.
I'm gonna get that soon.
Bro, I
I'm
would
gonna get that
I would
soon.
trade my firstborn son for an espresso machine. Honestly, straight up. Like that thing, I hug that thing every day. I
This
give
is like
it a morning kiss. I could go homeless, and the one thing I'd keep with me is the Nespresso machine. I'd be going around the street holding the espresso machine, plugging it into outlets when I can.
Can I do
just
it?
to get a coffee.
Can I do this?
Trash Taste is sponsored
Am
by
I? Honey.
We'll shop online, and we've all seen that promo code field taunt us at the checkout. But thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupons is a thing of the past. Honey is the free shopping tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it finds to your cart. And Honey supports over 30,000 online stores.
That's a lot of stores.
That's more than I can count.
All right, here's how it works, gentlemen.
Break it down.
Imagine you're shopping on one of your favorite sites. When you're at the checkout, the Honey button drops down, and all you have to do is click Apply Coupon.
That's so simple.
Wait a few seconds as Honey searches for coupons it can find for that site, and if Honey finds a working coupon, you'll watch the price drop.
That's it.
It's as simple as that.
That's it.
That's
Gentlemen,
it.
gentlemen,
Just
trade-off.
it.
You get savings, you get free ad. I get Honey.
Tell me, gentlemen, what have you saved on Honey?
Recently gone, I bought some gym clothes that I
I need
saved
good
$10
toilet.
on, and I haven't used them. I won't be using them because it's summer.
But at least you saved some money. With
At least,
Honey.
you know, at least I saved some money, guys. Q credits.
Honey has found its over 17 million members, over $2 billion in saving. What are you waiting for? If you don't already have Honey, you could be straight up missing on free savings. It's literally free to install and it only takes a few seconds. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a favor and also supporting us.
I'd never recommend something I don't use.
Get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/trashtaste. That's joinhoney.com/trashtaste. Back to the episode.
Yeah, speaking of coffee machines, I I found this fucking... So, like, Aki's quite obsessed with TikTok,
Okay.
as most people are
Okay.
these days.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't have, like, because I don't have TikTok installed on my phone. My only exposure to TikTok is
through
watching it with
Aki,
Aki.
yeah.
And this fucking thing where, you know those, like, fucking TikToks where it's like, Amazon gadgets that changed my life, part 71. Like, you know those, right? Fucking, they all sound the fucking same.
Yeah.
There was one where it was literally this alarm clock. All right, it's $400. It was this alarm clock that makes you a cup of coffee.
Oh, we had
when
that.
it went
we
off.
had that in the like 80s in the UK for tea.
Really?
Yeah, it was called a kettlemate, and you could set the alarm, and it would pour a cup of tea for you. when the alarm went off. This is not a new invention. TikTok, fuck you.
Yeah. So it was like there's like a fucking. It looks like maybe it's about that big.
That's pretty massive.
It's pretty fucking large, but there's like, you know, the cup, the coffee mug there, and then there's like a proper brewing thing on the side, and you put in this like canister of milk in the morning,
Right.
like lock it in, and when the alarm goes off, it just straight up just makes you a fucking like.
An espresso machine is literally one button.
I bet.
You don't
Toilet.
need.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like. Just get a fucking espresso machine and just put the fucking thing in. And
Yeah.
Nespresso, please just sponsor us already.
Yeah,
please.
because the problem is, right, I feel like Nespresso is one of the best capsule machines, but I feel like in Japan, it's the only capsule machine that is
Yeah.
actually good.
Because you could get like the actual, the ones that actually have to put the coffee grinded beans, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, I had one of those.
I had
and,
one of those as well.
Cleaning it is such.
It's a
pain
bit of
in
an
the
effort,
ass,
yeah.
and,
Yeah.
Like Nespresso is like the perfect amount. I'm literally just fucking marketing to you right now.
Yeah.
It is literally the easiest and like easiest to clean.
It's
just easy. It's
for
easy.
for the quality you get and for the convenience. It is the best capsule machine.
Please sponsor.
that
Please
I have
sponsor
owned.
us,
And I've
Nespresso.
owned a lot of capsule machines.
We bought one just for this office.
Yeah.
We were like, we want
Honestly.
It was literally the first purchase that we made, and we tried to get Geeks Plus to pay for it for us, but they wouldn't allow it, so we paid for it.
Before
with-
we bought this table, we bought the Nespresso machine.
we had our priorities right. That's for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember when they gave us the spreadsheet of just like, okay, so Geeks Plus gave us a spreadsheet because they said they would help us, not decorate the office, but furbish the office.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, the tables, desk, television, not microphones.
Espresso?
Yeah.
But there was it was split up in like, here's the list of the things we
Yeah.
need, and here's the list of the things we want, and we put the espresso machine in the first thing on need. We're like, no, you don't understand, Geeks.
Yeah.
We need this. It's
And
not a want.
Malin was like, do you really need this? Is this as necessary
Yes.
as the
Yes.
table? And we were
Yes.
like, yes.
Yes.
Without coffee, this podcast is not happening. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to film.
Yeah, I refuse to release episodes.
No, because like another thing about Japanese like coffee shops as well is that there are so many independent coffee shops here in Japan. So if you ever come into Japan, you can walk down a random street and find like 5 to 10 different like indie coffee shops. And the
Oh,
problem is
Jesus
they
Christ.
all look fucking great.
Yeah, they do.
But it's such a coin flip on whether it's going to be good coffee or not. Because the fallacy is that, you know, some of the best and poshest looking coffee shops I've been to in Japan have just had the shittest coffee.
Yeah.
It's like acid.
Yeah.
It's like dirt water, like, because I remember, like, especially in like central Tokyo, like Nishiazabu and like and Kichijoji and stuff like that. There's like a lot of like really like fancy kind of like rustic looking coffee shops where it's, like the beans are all lined up and the place
They got the aesthetic down.
they got the aesthetic to a T.
Yeah.
And then you order it and you're like waiting for this cup of coffee for like 20 minutes. And you're like, what are they picking the fucking coffee beans like off the plant? Like it's taking so long. And what comes out is like shit.
Yeah.
Essentially.
It's just like dirt water sometimes.
And
'Cause
it's like $12, please.
Yeah, and it's fucking $12 for
Yeah.
like this one.
Yeah.
I thought, you know, because especially going to America or something, you order like a cup of coffee and you just assume that it's refillable, right?
Yeah,
if it's
yeah.
that kind of level of quality. But in Japan, you can have like the fucking like instant coffee dirt water, and they give it to you in this like the poshest little cup, and it's fucking tiny. It's $12. And you're just there being like, I'm even more depressed than I was before I ordered this coffee.
That's why it's sad, right? It's sad that like Blue Bottle Coffee and Starbucks are like the best coffee in Japan.
is.
It's
It
like-
really
Oh, why am I chatting for that? Okay, guys, it's just everything's a role play, so don't.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
literally the best. Like,
Yeah.
don't eat anything else. Like, it's so sad.
So don't be
Like,
offended
the
or
foreigners
something.
did better than you.
It's just a
They're
role play.
fucking chains.
Just like, oh, you want some good fried chicken? Well, I know a place. It begins with a K.
It's got my favorite kernel in front of it.
KFC.
You're admitting defeat where like the big
KFP.
corporations are the best at something.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
oh,
right.
Kentucky
Well,
Fried
that's what I mean
Phoenix.
when I say like we truly do live in a tea society because like they'll do green
oh,
tea.
tea here is amazing.
Yeah, the
tea's
tea
fucking
here is
great.
fucking great. Like the
Yeah.
green tea is obviously, but like the other types of tea here, fucking fantastic. But they just taking a little bit longer to perfect the coffee, I feel.
Although I will say there's some teas here where they're like, yeah, it's like cherry flavor. And I'm like, I do not taste any tea in this. This is just cherry. But they're like sweet teas where I can't taste the tea, and I'm like, what's the point in this?
See, I'm just not a tea drinker, so
I love tea.
I only drink tea when I have afternoon tea. I don't know. Like I don't drink tea.
It's just a
I
role
guess
play.
Japanese tea is different, right? Because
Yeah,
when I think of tea, I think of hot tea.
Yeah, I
You
think
know.
I like an Earl Grey or like a English breakfast and
Yeah,
that kind
yeah.
of stuff, right? But like, yeah, I don't count green tea as like a tea, like an afternoon tea thing.
Afternoon tea is probably the only good British export that we've done.
It's a British export that I'm proud of.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
Really nothing else. Like, I'm like racking my brain. I'm like, there has to be something
what
else,
else
right?
is there?
Stealing? I don't know. Like, we stole a lot of stuff.
Pillaging.
Tuesday, YouTube. Like a part of me dies inside whenever I go to like a restaurant that does like foreign, like European cuisine, and I see fucking fish and chips there. I'm just like, why are you selling fish and
The
chips?
best fish and chips though I ever had was this British Irish pub called Hobgoblin in Shibuya.
What do you mean ever? It's the best fish and chicken.
No,
ever.
in Japan,
Okay, I
in
was gonna
Japan,
say.
obviously, no,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Japan, because every other fish and chips I've had is like, they vinegar the fuck out of the fish, where it's just like, I'm
Yeah.
not eating fish, I'm eating
Nah, they
solid
should let you
vinegar.
put the vinegar on yourself.
Yeah, but,
fine.
right, but like there's places where they just like do it for
That's
you.
fucked up. That's not right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like the vinegar is like inside the fucking like meat of the fish, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
this doesn't taste like fish. It tastes
Tomorrow
like
will be Project
as much as I
Cameroon.
love vinegar, don't get me wrong.
What's the maximum you pay for fish and chips?
Abroad or in
Any-
England?
That's just a full stop.
I mean, how big are we talking? Like
A normal portion.
a normal pot like
That's
that?
why I was like, you know, when I went to this place.
15.
The most?
That's what I mean, right? They charged me $22. I'm still angry about this, by the way.
Wait, 22.
Now this is interesting.
$22.
Yes.
Shit, honestly, it was not very good.
Wait, is that at the Welsh place?
Yeah, it was at the Welsh town.
Oh, yikes.
I'm sorry, I feel like I'm like completely ruining their like any foreign tourism they get now. But that fish and chips is a part. And they increased the
Yes,
price.
yes. You know the JoJo reference? Yes.
I'm still annoyed about it. $22.
$22 are pretty ridiculous.
My mum she probably slapped me if she saw that I paid money for that. It was like a £5 fish and chips as well. It was not my chip. My
Was
local
it like a
chippy did
fucking frozen Iceland fish and chips?
that. It
Like,
wasn't good. It was like more batter than fish.
That's what I've noticed whenever I've tried fish and chips that have not been from England. Because even in England, not every fish and chips you get is fucking good
Not
anyway.
that shit.
I'm not associating Marine the video, but that's why I'm typing Central.
Shit anyway.
That's why you
so
gotta go-
why would I trust it outside of England?
That's why you got to go to a nice pub, a nice fancy kind of pub that does like focuses on food a lot, and they'll have
Yeah.
fish and chips on the menu. It'll probably be fucking banging. They might have like triple deep fried fries as well.
Honestly, I want to take you guys to the Hobgoblin because like it's like a proper barramundi like fish.
I mean, like the best fish and chips I've had is in Brighton, and it's like
Is that the one you took us to?
Bankers.
I believe so.
I can't remember.
It is fun.
You probably live next to a fucking ocean.
Yeah, it's because we live next to the
Yeah.
fucking sea, right? So that's like it's good fish and chips because the fish is just fresh and you can taste it as fresh, and it's like
Yeah, the one you took us to in Brighton was easily the best fish and chips I've
yeah.
ever had.
Well, even so, like there's something. I feel weird whenever like you go to Japan and people are like, yo, you can try the ramen, you can try the sushi, you can try all these different cuisines, and someone visits me in fucking
Okay, I
Brighton,
was-
I'm like, yo, you want to get you want to get some fish and chips?
Well, no,
Go to a local chippy, go to a pub, and I'm just like,
See, that's where you're going wrong. You immediately have to get them drunk so that they can't, like, so they don't focus
So
on
they
the
can't
food.
judge
yeah, that's
correctly,
what I
yeah.
do. I'm like, let's go to the pub right away. Like, yeah, with
Yeah,
four,
but
four beers in, you won't care what we're eating.
But like, the problem is when they're staying for like a week, right? Because you're just like,
don't eat.
how many days in a row can they drink alcohol before
Tesco,
they
Tesco meal
realize
deal. Tesco.
So I'm gonna blow your mind with the Tesco meal deal.
before they realize that there's just not much to our culture that we can show off to like tourists that visit us. That's what I think.
I mean, it's the same problem in Australia as well. Like, after you have a kangaroo steak, there's literally nothing else. It's like, we have fish and chips as well, but like, not as good.
Yeah, because I think the one thing I've realized after moving to Japan or after moving outside of England and living in places like Thailand and Japan and stuff like that is that to me in England there's not much to do apart from drink, right? if you don't drink,
Is that what happens when you live in a place, or is that what happens when you like leave it and are aware? Like, I wonder. 'Cause, like, do you know what there's much to do in is there much to do in Australia that you know of?
other than going to the pub and going to the beach, not really.
It's depressing, isn't it?
At least we have really nice fucking beaches.
Yeah,
From
at
where
least
I'm from.
you got that. We don't
Yeah.
even have nice beaches. Like I am from.
Hey, my beach is very nice. There's plenty of free needles and trash and everything.
Like I tell people I'm
You
from
are so
Brighton,
amusing.
I grew up in a beach town, a beach city.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
Brighton.
Brighton shit.
Yeah, and we have Pebble. We like Brighton is the tourist beach in England, right? And it's like the worst beach
It's
I've
pretty
ever
bad.
been to.
It's just rocks.
and I say that as someone who grew up in Brighton. I'm born and bred in Brighton, and I'm just like, it's just a bunch of fucking rocks. You can't even go there barefooted, right?
And to make
It's-
matters worse, Brighton is just as expensive as London. So like, what's the point of like?
It wasn't always like that.
You're like,
I
"Damn,
remember
they gentrified my
I
area."
remember a time when Brighton was cheap.
You know, the way you can tell, this is like this. I don't know if this is scientifically proven, but I was.
Oh my god, I can't believe my Raoul can do to level 49 already.
Just go to the pub, see what the pint of the beer, how much the beer is.
Yeah.
If you see,
Really?
go to
one
any
pint.
pub.
1 pint.
If how much is like the middle of the like price like pint?
Yeah.
Right.
Because in Brighton it's like what, like £4.50, maybe
Yeah,
£5.
like £4, £5. It's like London prices.
That's on the expensive
right?
end. Where I'm from, it's like £2.20.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I talk to people that are from the north or from Wales or something, and they tell me about these magical
prices.
these magical
The
£2
mythical prices.
these magical £2 prices.
sounds like
these
£1.80.
magical £2 pints, and I'm just like, what land are you from, sir?
Are you sure that's beer that you're drinking there?
I'm sorry, I didn't know we.
Also-
Marine
I
must
didn't know you grew
be-
up in fucking Narnia. what is this magical land that does not exist in England?
Bullshit, doesn't exist. No.
Fuck.
And then like, also, to Americans as well, like a pint is not an American pint, it's different to an American pint, which is also, American pints are the biggest scam ever, by the way. You guys got ripped off. Well, I don't know why, when Americans took the pint from us, for some reason they made it smaller.
We talked about this on the stream, didn't
Did
we?
we? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm pretty sure we
it's
did.
like 100 milliliters less. You're
Yeah,
losing a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
beer there for no point.
The one time when Americans took something and made it smaller.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh my God.
430 milliliters, I think, around that in America, and a British pint is 560.
Oh, daddy.
And yeah, you get a lot of beer for like really cheap. It's like the pint where I grew up is like $4.
Pint where I grew up was $9.
That's
Australian.
Australian? Wait,
Yeah.
what's that in like real money?
In real, it's $9 reduced. So what's that in USD? It's like $7.
What the fuck?
US.
Who the hell did I just got Raoul?
It's probably about London prices, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like it's growing up in the south in England. Whenever I travel like further north and I see prices, it's just like I feel great because no matter where I go in England, I'm paying either the same amount or less than I'm used to.
This is how like this is why probably Swiss people feel like the most superior people on earth, because everywhere they go is just like on sale, like everything's cheap. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's why Australians love coming to
Yeah.
Japan. Because they feel so
yeah.
rich.
what do you mean it's only $1 for water?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, like, remember, I found that fucking izakaya in Shibuya.
There's $1 for water is kind of expensive in my
It's not
country.
even a happy hour, but like all night.
Unless it's like a 1
That's the-
liter?
like, when you
That'd
go
be
places
shit.
like that, the beer doesn't taste right. I don't know if it's 'cause I don't know if it's like the psychological effect of me thinking this is too good to be true.
Right.
But I find when the beer is mega cheap at these places in Japan,
Yeah.
it tastes like water.
Yeah, but after 10 of them, you don't care.
I guess.
Yeah. I mean, like for me, I remember going back to when we came here as a tourist. I'm just like, I'm gonna go to these like fucking cheap izakayas every fucking day. I'm gonna
Yeah,
take
'cause you're like,
advantage
all you
of
can
this.
drink? Oh my God.
Like Nami Hodai, all you can drink. Fucking every weekend,
Yeah.
izakaya. Let's go, guys. And now I'm just like.
And then
Let's just-
Corona was like, no.
But also,
like,
I just
even
don't want to
so.
be in pain every
Yeah.
week.
Exactly.
But now, like now that you're living here, you just feel like you kind of there's so many other cool bars and other cool places you can go to.
Exactly.
That's izakaya just feels like.
I also rarely drink to get like drunk anymore, right? Like, I feel like that's like I normally get to the tipsy point and I'm like, right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's also like
So I want to be able to function the next day. So I'm okay.
We're too busy.
Yeah, basically.
no, because now I see Nomi Hodai and I'm just like, well, I could drink as much as I want, but you know, do I need to anymore?
And then there's always the thing of like, all right, I've been drinking beer all night. Do I really want to swap to like spirits? I don't know. I don't want to chug beer either. I want to like myself.
I remember the first time I went to an izakaya and they were like, would you like just tumping, like just one by one, or do you want Nomi Hodai? And the part where I was like, I think I'll just go tumping tonight. Somewhere inside my head, I was like, you've changed. How dare you? What happened to you, man? You used to be cool. Like, if you were asked Nomi Hodai, not even a moment of hesitation, you'd be like, of course Nomi Hodai.
Yeah, like I had the exact same moment.
Bro,
when I was
OP.
like, I remember thinking to myself, whenever I move to Japan, I'm never not going to say no. Wait, me say no to all you can drink beers? Really? And now I'm just like,
Dude,
really? All you can drink?
I forget.
Konnichiwa, minasan. Welcome to the stream.
I'm gonna be like fucking awful to hang out with.
Is it true that like your entire view on everything just changes the moment you get 30? Because that's all I've been hearing about.
Is it true you become a fucking boomer when you get 30?
I mean, not.
Start hating every young person.
No, because like I've heard from so many people who are now in their 30s, where like it's literally, I don't know if it's like
I identify as a 30-year-old.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
it's like I don't know
when
if it's
does
like
the dust start falling?
yeah, it's like when it's like I don't know if it's like placebo or whatever, or where you just like overthink it. But like so many people are like, yeah, the moment I hit 30, it's just like everything. Like I just stopped giving a shit about so much.
When I
shit.
feel 30.
I'm the opposite. I don't feel 30 at all. Honestly, I don't feel like I've changed much at
You
all.
haven't. I wonder how you can like I don't
Karen,
know. I feel like I'm struggling to keep up.
People
sometimes
hear
with
the
party,
hear the
you know,
podcast.
No, I'm right there as well.
And I'm like, well, I'll force myself to drink, but half the time, like, my heart's not in it, you know.
Yeah.
My heart's not there, you know.
And I'm still up there, like
And God's
fucking
just
5 a.m. or whatever.
I'm like always in bed by like 3 now, and Gant will be like, yeah, I stayed up until 9 a.m. and I started just doing.
You're up till 3, dude. It's like 11:30. I'm like, I'm gonna go to bed, man.
Joey's napping in the karaoke.
Yeah, I'm like
place.
60.
Yeah.
It's a sad life.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like I've changed at all. I'm almost 31 now, and I feel like I just.
So how you guys
I
stayed?
feel like I'm still
Probably
fucking
fine.
25, 23. I don't know.
I mean, you still look 25.
You're gonna be like that fucking old anime character that's like the most fun to hang out with, and he teaches you some cool shit, and then he sacrifices himself casually later on.
You're gonna be the old man who like looks really small, but the moment he takes his shirt off, it's jacked.
Better, basically.
Better.
Better.
I mean,
Oh
I've
my!
heard
Oh
from
Jesus
other
Christ!
people
Oh
who
Jesus!
they've told me that your 30s is just basically your 20s with one debuff to your body, and I guess my hangovers.
What's the debuff for you?
I guess my hangovers are slightly worse now.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. Like, the only reason like I drink a fuck ton more wine now because I don't know what it is. It's funny, right? Because when I was like 18 to like
That's obviously
20,
turn 30. You go, you're like,
Yeah.
beer, vodka, nah. Moment you turn 30, I have a wine cooler, and it's fully stocked.
You know, that was exactly me when I was 30. I'm just like, yes, I only drink wine now. Thank you very much. Beer, get that teenage shit out
The
of
next
there.
step is going to be like wine, cognac for me, please.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I drink wine because one, I like the taste, and two, because for some reason the hangovers for wine are just like way more
seriously.
bearable.
I
and
was like, I remember because like, yeah, exactly. Like when I was in my teens and like early 20s, I was like, wine, fuck you.
I would get the worst hangovers on wine, especially red wine. Like, I swear I had like fucking Vietnam flashbacks from drinking red wine in university, right?
Time man, get there.
Like the hangovers there were like I hit like 27 and I'm like, oh, this warm and
See, because
fuzzy.
I didn't even have those like Nam flashbacks because like I didn't even drink wine.
Just making that a thing.
I wasn't even interested in drinking wine. I like, you know, in my early 20s because my dad is like a fucking heavy wine drinker, so he's always like, you know, try this nice red wine. Yeah, of course. All Australians love their wine, right? Yeah, they all love their wine. So like,
loads of wine grown.
yeah, absolutely. This is great wine now. You know, now that I can drink wine, it's like, oh yeah, that's fucking fantastic. But you know, when you're like 21, 22, and you drink a glass of red, you're like, oh god, like I cannot get used to this at all.
Maybe we drink more wine if we grew it in the UK, but unfortunately, I think the only place they make wine in the UK are prisons, so I don't really think there's much choice.
What?
I think UK does make some wines.
Is that wine? Is that considered wine, or is that just like grape juice with attitude?
As well, you just get it from France, right? So why would you make your own when everyone's gonna be like, we literally have France? Like,
exactly.
I mean, I didn't realize how lucky I had it.
A bit on the exhausted side, to be
They
honest.
produce sake here. They do produce wine, but it's not.
I only had like
didn't
2
know
hours
how
of
good they
sleep
had it.
last
You
night.
just go to a fucking local co-op or Tesco's and buy great wine that is like triple the price here in Japan.
Yeah.
And it
wine
tastes.
kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? It's you have to go to like a specialist wine place because like if you go to fucking Family Mart or Seven, it's like you're just basically picking poison if you drink the cheap wine here. You know, it's basically just bottled rat poison. That's how I see it.
It's grape flavored hand sanitizer.
We have such first world problems. We're just like concerned about the quality of the wine that we fucking
Boom.
Listen, what happened to us, man?
No, man. Well, I didn't. I would say I started drinking way more wine because of Corona, and because when you're stuck inside, you gotta find an interest.
You gotta make your own
right?
fun.
There's just like a narrator, and it's like, God decided to take up a new hobby, alcoholism.
No, but like it's incredible because like it's the first time ever where I drank something like a heavy amount.
Yeah.
And I wake up the next morning, I'm like, I'm alive.
Now, that's the thing, right? Is that I feel like that's a one-off, right? I feel like that's being shot and it like misses a vital organ. That's what when you drink.
No. It's happened multiple times.
For me, like if I just stay on wine and I don't mix drinks.
Yeah.
Wine hangovers are the most bearable.
Yeah.
Like,
for me, it's like beer is like always worst stomach
It's
ache.
gin
Like
for me.
sake,
Gin, I don't get bad hangovers.
always the worst headaches.
sake, so like hangover tier list, okay?
Hangover tier list.
Hangover tier list. Let's go. Okay, so right at the top, I don't fuck with this at all. Sake.
Sake, yeah, hands down, yeah.
Like so.
Wait, is S tier here the strong?
S tier is like the shit, like the worst hangover.
Or shall we do the opposite? Like, okay.
Yeah, it should be the opposite.
Okay,
Okay.
Well, sake is like fucking Z tier. Okay, I remember like when Chris.
They just made a out of nowhere a new tier.
One shot of sake is enough
Yeah.
to give me a hangover.
Yeah, like
Really?
I had.
Well, if I'm drinking something else, but
Oh,
sake
Jesus, I'm getting tired.
entered my body once,
Yeah.
it completely contaminates my
Oh,
body.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So,
like fuck you, Connor.
yeah, I remember we went to the izakaya like literally the hour afterwards, and I was on beer the entire night, and then Chris was just like, oh, let's get some sake, right, lads? And I remember having like 1 cup of sake, and then I was just like gone the next day. I don't know why.
I could see your brain powering down as you drank it. It's like,
He had the audacity to be like, this is great sake. It wasn't great, it was fucking awful. I've had good sake that was just slightly bearable, and this shit was awful. It tasted like just like going off in your mouth. Like it was something just going stale. It would hit your body terrible. Be ashamed of yourself.
yeah, like the I've never had worse headaches in my life after a night of just drinking sake.
Yeah. Sake is by far the worst.
Tequila's up there. Tequila's there as well.
Just above that is like all the fucking like
Spirits,
the
yeah.
really shitty.
Tequila's the
What
worst.
I
I'd
call
say tequila's the worst one, yeah.
I would say tequila and sambuca are like on that level, right?
I feel bad for like our Muslim fans that can't watch this. Now. I wouldn't know.
I'll take your word for it. I guess.
Just trust us.
Because like tequila and sambuca for me are like they're the student shots. They're what you get as a student
Fucking
because
sambuca? Who drinks that all night? Fuck, that's psychopaths drink sambuca.
What even is sambuca?
Exactly. You don't know. It's
I don't even know
it's
it.
It's that one drink that your mate is like, yeah, let's get this drink, and then you have it, and you're like, like
What is it?
it's like a licorice shot.
it's fucking awful.
Yeah, it.
Oh, is it like Jaeger?
Oh, I was about going
It's
just
on the same level.
on the same
okay.
level, but like going above that, I would say is Jaeger, right? Because
Yeah.
they're all like
Jaeger,
they're all the
Sambuca,
shots
tequila,
where
vodka, all
where
that
you know
shit.
you wake up and you can pinpoint the exact moment the night went wrong.
Yeah.
It was the exact moment someone ordered like a round of Jaeger shots or a round of
Yeah.
Sambuca shots or tequila shots.
Right,
And for some reason, Maylin fucking loves tequila, and
I will never understand that. I will literally never understand that.
And what
about the
What
taste?
about the taste? It's good. You don't like the taste, so
Well, then
why
why
do
do
you
you
like
drink
tequila?
There's other alcohol you can use
That's a
that for.
concerning sentence.
No, we don't, because we can't
Drunk.
relate. Because like it tastes like ass.
Yeah.
And like the first, I mean, look, the only time where I was like, okay, tequila is kind of fun is like the first time you do like like with the whole salt.
Yeah.
Like that's like, because that's like a.
The whole salt thing.
Well,
The
this is what I
salt, the
realized.
salt and lime
It's,
thing
it's
is
like playing a mini game
Yeah,
while you're
it
doing
is.
your drink.
It
You're like,
is. It's like a little
Well,
event,
if you,
right?
Ooh,
I feel
nice.
Like, if you're like a student,
Yeah.
which is like
No, shut up. That's the best thing.
Yeah.
if you
Okay,
have
never
some
mind.
kind of fucking
Okay,
time event,
it's still
then
debatable.
drinking becomes
That
like
is.
10 times more fun.
Yeah,
'Cause you're
exactly.
fucking-
After this
exactly.
round, I'll repeat
There
that.
was,
But I think I will do some
University.
GV10. A bit GV10. I need to farm slot 4 runes.
Yeah.
And then like put the like a
oh,
wine.
gas chamber.
Yeah, that's what it's called, which is not a very flattering name. It's called a gas chamber, which is terrible.
Yeah.
And so they would do it for like £1.50, right? Which is
Yeah.
like $2.50.
I didn't know it was legal in the UK. Because
I don't know if it is, but they served it.
Because the only time I've been able to do that is not in the UK, but it's when we go on like fucking.
It might be illegal, but you know how the bars are.
Yeah, you know how the bars are.
You know how some of the student bars are. It feels like it's like World War III in some of these bars.
Yeah.
Like people are throwing up everywhere. They're serving drinks people they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But like, they would light the sambuca on fire and put a wine glass over it to extinguish the fire.
I've seen those.
Yeah, and then they would put the wine glass on the table really quickly, and then you would chop the thing, and then you'd have to breathe in the fumes from the wine glass. And it would go straight to your head.
Yeah, like you know,
I've done those before. Okay, I've had sambuca.
Yeah, like you know these like these like student shots, right?
Don't do it.
Because
it's
like
terrible.
even with like tequila, right? You lick the salt, do the tequila and do the lime, right?
Yeah.
Somehow like fucking students have found a way to make this like even more messed up. Because
Are you talking about the kamikaze shot?
like, did you call it the kamikaze shot or
it's called
the suicide shot?
Yeah,
which is
suicide or kamikaze shot.
Yeah. Okay, so instead of so the normal.
It sounds like a jackass stunt.
It is. It
Yeah.
fucking is. So the normal order you go in is that you lick the salt, you do the tequila shot, and then you
Suck on the
suck
lemon
on
or
the
lime,
lime
yeah.
or the
I
lemon,
like
right?
it. It makes it bearable.
So okay, how about this? How about instead of licking the salt, you snort the salt,
What the fuck?
and then you
Take the
drink.
shot?
You take the shot, and instead of sucking on the lime, you just
Put it in your eye.
put it in your eyes.
Yeah.
Who the fuck thought of this?
So I'm thinking about a new challenge. It's the shit yourself in public challenge. Just shit yourself on the train. Just see how long you can
I had
last.
a friend on my 18th birthday who did that 3 times.
Why?
Because we were playing darts and he was so fucking cocky about it. He was like, I'll beat you. Like I practice every fucking day. And I'm like, you're like 7 shots in. Like you're not gonna fucking beat me. He's like, well, what you
I totally understand people like, I don't want to drink. So when you hear about this shit, I'm like, why would you?
Oh no,
Why-
absolutely.
When
Like,
this is the kind
we
of
don't
behavior.
encourage
This is the kind of
viewers.
behavior.
No,
Yeah.
this has always been a fucking step level
This is
beyond
like
me.
people
Yeah.
who did like vodka shots through their eyeball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, what's wrong with people? What the fuck is wrong with
You have a perfectly functioning mouth. Just use it.
For me, I feel old whenever maybe I've always been old because like anytime I've heard like a story like that, I'm just like, who the fuck thinks this is cool? Do you have brain damage?
Right,
It's like what went wrong in your life to think that doing a vodka shot in your eye was badass?
Right, because this is the aspect I hated about being in university is that like they would be like, yeah, so you do the vodka shot in your eye, and I'm like,
Yeah.
why? And then they'd be like, oh, because it gets you drunk quicker. I'm like, this literally takes 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just drink it. And then I'm the fucking weirdo out of
Yeah.
the group because I'm the one who doesn't want to shot
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
vodka
next-
in
next
my
thing you know,
eye.
he's like-
I'm the asshole.
Yeah, next thing you know, they'll be like, yeah, I took like some fucking ethanol and I fucking just injected it into my veins. It was fucking rock and roll, man. That was metal as fuck. And I'm just like, what?
I can't-
At what point do we acknowledge that this is just stupid shit that no one should be doing?
someone who's done a shoey a couple of times in their life, like I can't really say anything, unfortunately. That's probably the most fucked up one I've done. Yeah.
This episode of Trash Taste is sponsored by Harry's.
With Harry's, you don't have to choose between a great shave and a fair price because you can get both.
I mean, as you know, boys, I took that shaving kit home, and no joke, it's the best shave I've had in Japan. Please send me more razors, Harry. Please, I legitimately am running out. Please send me more.
That's the realest promotion you'll
I'm
probably
not. I'm
ever
actually
get.
not joking.
Yeah.
I really want more.
That's why Harry's is offering our listeners a starter set at harrys.com/trashtaste.
Let's go. We can do it.
Shave at a fair price, still as low as $2 a refill.
Which
Harry's
is ridiculous.
That is fucking amazing.
Harry's blades are designed to stay sharp. In a recent study, guys who shave 4 times a week said their 8th shave was as smooth as their first.
Here's how they done it. There's no gimmicky features. The Harry's design team combined a weighted ergonomic handle with their signature blade cartridge.
It's a small, simple razor designed to deliver a close shave along all the contours of your face.
Plus, Harry stands behind the quality of their blades so much that they have a 100% money-back guarantee on harrys.com.
So, what are you waiting for? Harry's is giving their best offer to the Trash Taste listeners right now.
New Harry's customers can get a starter set at harrys.com/trashtaste. You'll get a 5-blade razor, a weighted ergonomic handle, foaming shave gel, and a travel blade cover.
That's a $13 value, all for just $3. So there's never been a better time to try Harry's. So go to harrys.com/trashtaste to redeem your offer today. Back to the episode.
Yeah, I just feel like you can feel... Okay, I will tell you when you know you've reached the generation gap, right? It's that point because I remember, right, when I thought, yeah, I'll always be up for a tequila or sambuca or Jaeger bomb.
Oh my god, and why do I have such a...
20s, and I'm just like...
How much water have I drank today? I don't know.
Other than
Oh.
these shots.
Already at least 1
You just
liter.
kind of be like, do I want to be that?
Well, I remember I used to think like I would look at like all the dads at a pub, right? And
Yeah.
I'm just like, they're just sitting there talking
Yeah.
with a beer in their hand.
That-
That doesn't sound fun. And now I'm just like, I wish for that more than anything right now. That sounds
Exactly
amazing.
right. Exactly
Yeah.
right. And I remember thinking like when I was in university, I remember thinking I'm never gonna be like that. I'm gonna still be doing shots when I'm 50. Let's go.
I was like that when I was like 22. I just gave up at like 21. I was like, fuck,
Yeah.
I'm finished with university. Time to be just a fucking
Time to be
boring
an adult.
Yeah, time to be a boring, functioning adult. Terrible, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I remember recently I went to
Yay,
my,
Jaeger
like, some of my first
stage.
wine events. Went to a wine tasting.
Jaeger
event.
stage usually
That's
you
how
need to
you-
just
that's how
recap
you
to
know.
dot
That's
thing.
that's-
Privilege.
Just
You know,
if
I-
in
I-
TOA
I-
hard, you
I've
just
reached that
have to
age when
use
I'm just
dot
like,
team
Okay, how about wine tasting?
It's like, yay!
to deal with
And,
them most
yeah,
of the
I
time.
remember taking
Unless you have to
one
sit
as
around
well.
to like control their skill, their passive.
So this one time, like the people at this wine event are exactly.
Gotta get that again. Oh Jesus
Yeah,
Christ! Oh Jesus!
Everyone's in like their fucking 40s or 50s. Everyone's like a fucking investment banker or something. You know, something with
With a monocle and top hat.
yeah. That's basically like the main guy running the event is like this really old French dude who you could see in like a monocle and top hat, right? And I remember, so I was with Sydney. And so he was, you know, it's like a very intimate event. So he would go around asking people what they do. Of course, when they go to us, we mentioned YouTuber, and like obviously people perk the fuck up, right?
Right.
And of course he goes to Sydney and asks what she does, and Sydney very tastefully says that, you know, she does videos about anime and manga and Japanese culture, and then he asks her for her YouTube channel, and she gives it to him, and, and then he goes, oh, let me just search this up. And I've never seen like the life flash before someone's eyes as fast as I've seen like Sydney go, no, don't do that, don't do that. But the best part was so at this one event, you know, it's a room full of people, you know, very very prim and proper. You know, it's a very I would say it is a very posh room.
Yeah, of course.
And so we go up to have like I think like our third or fourth glass of wine that we're trying, and so there's this word in French that means cheers.
You say it in English as well, then.
Do you?
Yeah, you say it in the UK as well.
Okay, so what he so you know it's that joke that the guy makes every single fucking time because it's like a very obvious joke, right? So he goes, okay, everyone say chin chin, and then the entire room is just silent, except I just hear next to me Sydney go.
Like, it is not quiet at all. She just bursts out, and everyone just starts laughing at Sydney. And I remember just sitting there like, fuck. Guys, I'm with those guys.
Oh my god. To be fair, it is pretty funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, chin chin.
Did you ever say that? Yeah, the UK will always say chin chin. When you're down a pint or something like chin chin. They're down it.
I've never heard that before.
Maybe it's like a northern thing. I don't know. People always say that.
They say that in Italy too, don't they?
At least as well.
Yeah, I believe so.
Maybe that's where they
Yeah.
got it from. Yeah, anyway.
Because I remember the first time I heard it was when I went to
Oh,
Italy.
oh god, we didn't explain the joke. If you don't know, chin chin sounds like oh chin chin, which means penis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
So
know,
basically, you're just saying pee pee.
Yeah, he's saying pee pee.
dick. And Sydney, of course, and
Jesus.
being the mature woman that she is, laughed.
To be fair, the first time I heard it, I fucking burst out laughing too. I was like, you gotta be taking the piss.
From the
It's
toilet.
like really fancy hotel where like every
Oh.
every like 10 minutes to check.
Satisfaction.
Wait, what?
It was in like some fancy hotel.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I always feel really out of place.
Ooh,
I'm such a
yeah,
child,
the
so I'm like,
Yeah,
movie
right?
style.
like, I don't belong.
Whenever I go to like any fancy restaurant, it doesn't matter where it is, I'm just like,
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
in a fucking t-shirt. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what's going on? Fucking, I'm here to taste
It's
some
like-
wine.
Yeah, I just wanted wine. You know, I felt like every time I go to one of those events, or especially like a company party, like I never failed.
Between two, I think I will take a bit of exam, like exam. I need,
meanwhile, I have to bust out this like fucking.
because I need to have an exam on Wednesday. Test exam.
I was like, oh fuck.
Test exam on
It's great.
Wednesday.
You go to
Yes.
events and then people will tell you about how rich their parents are.
Yeah,
Fun. It's
yeah.
really, really fun. I love it. It's great.
Great.
It's just so depressing. It's like, I want to fucking hear about how your dad owns 10 companies. Fuck off.
You guys should have like gone in the fucking graduate suits, right? You should have just like fully committed. Like like proper like wear a monocle and like a top hat and
Monocle?
everything.
I
It's
don't,
like,
I don't think monocles have been in fashion since the fucking plague.
oh, you can bring it. You can bring it back. Yeah, bring it back.
I'll bring back monocle.
Bring back the monocle.
I need to throw my
Monopoly
rubbish.
Man.
Please, no.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Fake
now.
mustache
Rubbish
and
bin.
everything. Just,
I want to get grey hair so I can become the monopoly man before it falls out.
I have a lot of package
drink
now.
wine.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
So,
How the fuck did we get on this topic?
I don't know. Well, we didn't address the wine tier, the hangover tier list. By the way, I'll just.
oh yeah, it's my room rubbish, not the kitchen tile rubbish bin.
In the middle, and then all the other weird spirits are down below, and then right at the bottom is sake. There you go, boom. So no, you say we did not finish that tangent. Fuck you.
Yeah. It's
On to the next. What's the next topic?
What's the next tangent?
We on next, boys.
Evian water spray.
So let's explain.
Not every room in
Let's
this
explain
in my
that.
house has rubbish bin.
Maylene is like,
So yesterday, I get this very ominous message from Maylin.
right.
Okay.
When is Maylene's messages not ominous?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I get this very ominous message from Maylin just saying, "Hey, tomorrow can I try something on you at the office?" I'm just like,
Usually you'll be
what the
harder.
fuck is going
in
on here
QA,
right now? And she's just like,
Well,
yeah, I
in
have
everything
this,
in
like,
QA is harder.
ultrasound
I
thing
managed
that
to
I wanna
defeat
put
this.
on your face or something like
It's
that.
the baby.
This month
Yeah,
QA
I
part.
guess so. Maylin, do you want to explain what it was?
It's like an ultrasound thing, right?
You're just putting buzzwords together.
Yeah, it's
that,
literally
that,
The only time you hear ultrasonic is in a Sonic game. That's the only time
that
you
is
hear it.
literally just a sponsorship script.
But yeah,
it's
but
got
I have it-
ultrasonic buzzword.
I have it right here. It is an Evian
Yeah.
facial spray.
And this,
So-
this is
no,
like
no, no,
wet
no, no.
your face.
No,
This is
that's
to wet your face.
That's just to wet my face. Where so she
How much does this cost? How much does this cost me? That looks like
Sorry
a
if I'm
That
coughing.
it does look like a vibrator.
That does. How much does this cost? From who?
From a
Who's
sponsor.
giving out Evian? Costco?
Costco. I didn't even know they had Evian water spray before. So yeah, so for some reason I just agreed to it and said yes, whatever, do whatever you need to do, Maylin. And so she puts this gel on my face,
Yeah.
and then starts rubbing that.
It doesn't
Wait, no.
vibrate. Oh,
She,
okay.
first she sprays the
Oh.
Evian facial spray, which I think is just water. That she's
It's literally Evian in a can.
I think she just sprayed Evian water on my face, put a gel in it, and just did a fucking ultrasound on my face. And apparently,
We are
it's-
never getting a
It's
sponsorship from
literally just
Evian
going.
ever
It's
again.
really just going back and forth. That's all. It's doing. It's literally that's all it's doing. How is that doing anything? Maybe, you know, if I
Real, do I though?
if I actually just go like a pregnancy. Like, is that what you're doing? You're like seeing if his face.
No,
is
that's what it
pregnant.
felt like. It felt like she was going to, like she was like fucking doing an ultrasound on my face.
I want to start a business where I just put my mouth against your cheek and just scream and call it therapy. And I'm like, the vibrations will heal any kind of impurities you
Yeah,
have.
so basically, before we started recording this episode, Maylene was like, I'm just going to do half of Garn's face so that the boys can see the magic and wonder of the before and after.
Could not tell the difference.
Yeah, we're probably never going to get a sponsorship from Evian, but it looked the fucking same. Like, the left...
Can you tell the difference in my face from my usual
The
camera?
left side of his face was just a little bit more moist than the other side. That's all it was. Like, I don't know what this is supposed to do, but does it though, Maylene? Or are you just led to believe it
it's
works?
for gullible people who want to believe there's a solution for everything. And sometimes you're just ugly. That's how it is. Like that happens. I got to deal with that.
No amount of Evian water spray will
No
save
one
you from your
is
ugliness.
gonna fucking fix my problems. You know what I mean? Like it's fucked.
That's the thing. If this truly fixed your ugliness, like no one would be ugly, because everyone would just buy this.
I will now end world ugliness.
Yo, ugliness been real quiet since that dropped, man.
Evian's like, we're here to save the day.
Oh my god.
I'm
We're
sorry,
about to
Maylin.
put the fashion industry out of business. Everyone is going to be a model after we bring out water spray to the scene.
There's so much stuff like that where I'm like, I'm sure it works as like 0.1%, but how much is like a negligible amount where you're like, is it worth my time? You know, how good does it have to be where I have to sit there and rub my face and spray Evian on it? You know what I mean? How good do the results have to be? You know?
There are just some things where it's like, I get the intent as to why this was invented. But it's also like, there are so many other alternatives that work just as well. You know, probably a lot cheaper. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, look, like going back to the whole like Amazon things you didn't, you know, you needed thing, right? Like that is a prime example. Like that is just like a bunch of people with like way too much money who are just going onto Amazon buying all these fucking like things. Like I remember there was
It's just sad because I mean it's just like they feed off the insecurities that they have. Like
Right.
it's those like they have those weight loss bracelets. Have you seen them? It's apparently just a bracelet that has like magnets in it or something that apparently, will make you lose weight. And the before and after pictures are fucking egregious. It'll be like the most obese person, and then apparently because of this one bracelet, which they probably can't even get on their hand, how exaggerated this
it starts off
obesity
as
is.
a ring.
Yeah, it's like apparently this magically makes you extremely hot. Doesn't address the problem with that if you go from like 500 pounds to 200 pounds, where's the skin gone?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Doesn't address that. It just magically sucks back in. Like, fuck off.
What I love is when you see the before and after pic, and it's so obviously not the same person.
Yeah, I love those. I love those. Like,
Where it's just like someone so morbidly obese that they think that because they now have a six-pack, you can't recognize that it's just not the same fucking
the
person.
lighting's totally off. Like the belly button's totally different. Like there's no hair. Like
Okay, so one thing I always find funny is like why always in the before pic does like the cameraman just say look as depressed as you can?
Yeah, that's
Like, just like
well,
please,
it's
like
subconscious.
you're smiling. Why are you smiling? This is the before pic, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, in the UK, they're just depressed at both. But I mean, it's like subconscious, right? If you see someone smiling, you fucking dumb monkey brains think, oh, good.
Yeah. That's a good
thing happened.
Yeah. good thing happened.
Good happen thing here. I don't know. I get really sad when I know that like clearly someone's buying this stuff, and like the detox teas just make you shit yourself. Like it's just like shitting yourself. Of course you're gonna lose weight because you're shitting out all the stool that you have in there. Like you know, of course you're gonna lose weight. But it's just sad that people like feel desperate enough and they can't just like believe the fact that it's like just eat less.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it's not that simple though. I know.
Well,
But that's the core of it though.
Just eat
right?
less.
Just eat less.
Just turn off. Don't get cyberbullied. Just turn off the PC. You know. But like that, it sucks because
Just
like,
don't get hungry.
It's like, but that's what it is. Like the fundamental of it is just like eat less shit. Obviously there are exceptions, and you know someone will be in the comments being like, "I have X condition." Yeah, okay, good. But like the fundamental of it is, don't buy this bullshit. You know, it's so.
Yeah, but that's the
stupid.
thing. It's like the people who are buying into that kind of stuff usually. That's all it is. Like all
It's
they need is
insecurity.
just like a change of diet or just something so fucking easy. And they're just like, just don't be fat. Just don't be fat.
Listen. I can vouch for the chicken and broccoli diet. It works. It works wonders. The chicken and broccoli diet is no joke. It worked wonders for me. You know.
A simple payment of $6.99.
Trade offer.
Trade offer.
You get chicken and broccoli, you lose weight. It's simple as that. Literally.
I get $79.99. You get chicken and broccoli.
Can a chicken and broccoli company team up with me? I will ship it, dude.
Is there a chicken and broccoli
There
company?
actually is. On Uber Eats around our area, there is a thing.
Yeah. I
just
saw
like
that.
Actually,
I actually
there is
ordered
no
it. It was
fucking
pretty fucking
Yeah,
good.
there was literally a chicken and broccoli chain that just delivers chicken and broccoli. This is how it works, guys. It's not fun, but weight loss isn't fun. It's like it doesn't need to be.
But I feel like, I mean, it's sad that, you know, sometimes in like self-improvement, a big factor in whether it's going to succeed or not is if you're fucking enjoying yourself doing it.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, right? But like, like for me, like for example, going to the gym versus going to do like a sport or going to do like another active activity, right? That's like doing that activity is way more fun than spending even like I could do 3 hours or something of a sport versus 30 minutes on a treadmill, and I choose like a 3-hour sport anytime.
But that's the thing. Like that's why I think Nintendo is like Giga Brain when they release Ring Fit, because that is literally the answer to like you can lose weight and have fun.
But no. Okay, but this is like a.
I say that having never played it.
It is intense.
But
It is
I
intense.
plan to get it. I plan to get it. It's just been sold out for a while.
The big problem that we have been like believing for so long with weight loss, and this is like mainly like I know this is like fucking history.
I'm sorry if I'm
It's
quiet.
like the
Okay,
company-
for disclaimer, none of us are weight loss
No.
experts.
Yeah. Don't take our advice.
But it's like, you know, the big companies like Coke, McDonald's, and all them, they're like, yeah, dude, you can drink as much Coke as you can eat as much McDonald's as you want. All you gotta do is just exercise. It's not the food. It's exercise. And it's like, exercise doesn't really do that much for weight loss.
No.
It's like, but what weight loss, what I find personally what exercise does do is the day when I exercise, I am like vigilant about what I'm eating. I'm like, no carbs here, like, no sugar.
For me, the day when I exercise, for some reason, I just
You take care of yourself.
Yeah, no, I actually crave healthy food.
Right,
I don't know what it is about.
Yeah.
But like, if I go to the gym
That's
for an
where
hour,
it's good, yeah.
that day afterwards, I'm just like, man, I'm kind of just craving
Yeah.
a chicken breast.
Yeah.
Like, fuck this pizza, fuck the curry or whatever. But like, when I'm just like being a couch potato, just like sitting
Yeah, you wanna
in all
eat
day,
shit,
you're just
yeah.
like, I feel like shit, so I kind of just feel like I'm gonna eat shit.
Exercise,
And it feels-
I feel like going to the gym or like just exercising in any way you can is like, it's not so much the act of losing it, it's just like the motivation.
Yeah, it's good for, obviously it helps, general fitness.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
If this loss, I need to put change John to Veramos.
Definitely been,
And Veramos is a
It's not
good
the cream
unit.
of crop.
Yeah, we've also
For this
been
kind of
told
bomb
when we were
stage.
growing up, right, that if you eat 10 donuts, just burn off the calories, and then boom, no
Yeah, yeah.
damage. That's not how it
10
works.
donuts, 10 kilometers on the
Right,
treadmill,
like,
right?
it's like, that's just not how it works there. And
Yeah.
like, unfortunately,
Trade agreement.
yeah, trade agreement. You lose 10
You
pounds.
receive 10 donuts, I
Yeah.
receive 10 kilometers on the treadmill.
And like, it sucks because it's like at the end of the day, it's you could go in the gym and distract yourself with it, but it comes to that moment when you're sitting on the couch or you're wondering what to eat, and you've got to just have the willpower to be like, chicken and broccoli, fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It sucks because it's like not fun.
It is all
and-
diet.
I mean, I feel like whenever you do any kind of self-improvement activity, it's not the days where you feel good that's going to define if you basically succeed. It's the
bad
days
days,
where
yeah,
you feel
yeah,
bad
true,
and you're
true.
able to push yourself through. And I say this being like, I've had plenty of times when I have failed because I felt bad and I just didn't. There's not even the motivation to push
No.
myself through. I just didn't have the self-discipline because I feel like self-discipline is way more important than motivation, because there are going to be
Yeah,
some
100%,
days where you are just not motivated, and it's those days where you can push through. And I know plenty of people who have. I'm not one of them, unfortunately.
I mean, it's like as well. I found that like when it's easy to like eat really healthy for like 2 weeks. I know, not easy, but it's doable. Right?
Yeah.
But then it's like, all right, well, if you just go right back to doing what you were doing, it's like nothing's changed.
Well, that's where the bounce back happens.
Well, I mean, that's why I was just like, right, what can I cut out that is like I can keep out like forever. So like, I don't drink like soft drinks ever.
Yeah, no,
So
yeah.
that was like one
like
thing
the
that's
last,
like cut that shit.
Yeah, the last like since
Juice?
probably the beginning of quarantine, I've just made a conscious effort to not drink any like fizzy drinks. Like it's just
juice and shit like that. I don't
tea and
drink
water.
either.
It's tea, water, coffee is all I'm fucking drinking.
Yeah, I mean, I was lucky enough that I just never craved like soda or anything in my life. I've just always grown up on drinking water, and it's kind of made me realize that, man, the habits you had as a kid really just like it's so much.
stick with you, man.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
stick with you. It's so much easier to learn a habit once than to unlearn it and to learn something else.
Yeah.
And I feel like so much of my life, like if I could if I had a time machine, if I could fucking isekai myself back into like a younger body, there's so many things I would do to be like, okay, you learn this habit, you learn that habit, so you don't have to fucking unlearn it.
Yeah.
And have like a fucking year of your life being like, well, I have this shitty habit that I just had as a kid, and it's kind of fucking me over, and I wanna try and do something else, but god damn, this pizza feels.
Oh my lord.
It's not even like I don't even eat that shit anymore. I most certainly do. I kind of like trying to balance it out how much I do eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like an
But-
everyday thing, right?
But,
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate talking about this shit online because everyone's just a fucking expert about it. Like in the comments, no doubt there'll be like 10 people who'll be like, "I'm a nutritionist expert. I'm here to tell you that you're totally wrong."
Yeah.
Because everyone's got their own opinion. Because most people have gone through it.
Yeah.
Most parents have seen what's worked for them. And so
Yeah.
But that's the
everyone-
thing. It's what's
Yeah,
worked
yeah,
for them,
true.
right? And that
Yeah.
doesn't mean it works for
As long
everyone.
as you do it healthily,
Yeah.
you're not starving yourself. Like you see some people who are like, "Yeah, I lost 10 kilograms in a week." It's like that sounds like terrible. What did you do? That sounds
That
awful.
must have been some painful shits.
Yeah, shitting out air. Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
fucking hell.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's. I think one important thing is that just because something worked for someone doesn't
Totally.
necessarily mean it's going to work for
Absolutely.
something else. And it's really like a. What I found is it's really a trial and what was it? Like
Trial
a
by fire.
An error.
Trial and error. kind
Trial
of
and
method.
error,
Trial by fire.
Trial by fire.
You either die or you die.
Yeah, trial.
You either eat this or you fucking die.
You either you try or try dying.
Oh
Just try
my.
starving yourself.
Yeah.
You either lose weight or you die.
I used to be like fucking paranoid about like, well, what's in this thing? But I just started thinking like, if I just eat a reasonable amount of things
Yeah.
and exercise, I think I'll be all right.
Yeah.
And that kind of worked. I was like, carbs. I eat a lot of carbs, but like I just eat them within reason. Like like my meals are never too big. Like I feel like I eat a fair amount of food. Like I feel like when I stopped giving a shit about calories and stuff like that, and just thinking like, is this portion stupid?
Yeah.
Is this a whole large Domino's pizza? Should I eat this? Probably not. So I'm probably not gonna do it. Like,
But I feel like another thing is that, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I think I just enjoy food too much.
Oh, yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Oh my
the
God,
problem. And
yeah.
it's not like I enjoy eating a lot of food, right? But we talked about enjoying
I do.
I mean, we talked about enjoying the little things in life every now and again. And for me, like my day is like 70%.
I don't have any more net fight to upgrade for the time being.
This is why I've just become an Uber Eats slave at this point. Like every day I order.
But that's the problem,
It's
right?
terrible.
It's like, but especially because like Japan is just the land of fucking great food everywhere. Like food's become a hobby at this point.
Yeah.
Where I'm
Oh,
just
it
like,
is, it
Where I'm
is.
just like, if I don't have a good meal,
Yeah.
that's like I feel empty.
I
I
feel
just feel so
like my
happy.
day is just like completely
Yeah.
empty. I feel unfulfilled.
Yeah.
I go to sleep and I'm just like I'm sad. I have nightmares.
I had the worst Uber Eats order of my life the other day. It was fucking tragic. It was like pictures looked amazing, the ratings were good, you know, and it was a pork bowl,
Okay.
and it looked very nice, you know. And this place only did pork bowls. So I thought, great, they specialize in this one thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking magical. So I order it, you know. It takes a little while, not like crazy, and then so it gets here, and you know it's packaged amazingly. It looks like they've really cared about the packaging. You know, give you an
Yeah.
you know,
Or Wentao.
like an actual like
Oh,
thick
like a
one,
proper
thick
one.
one.
Oh, like the
real-
rolled up one.
Yeah, like real thick ones. And I was like,
Ooh,
damn, this is
fancy.
I was getting real excited for this. I'm like, hell yeah, okay. They give their own chopsticks, really nice chopsticks as well. I'm like,
Okay.
so I'm like, I open this bad boy up. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I'm like, okay, fantastic. So I dig in. I'm like, oh no. And I'm like, okay, this part of the rice is kind of hard. I was like, all right, well maybe it's just this one section. After something, it clumps up, right? And so I hit another part, and I'm like, oh no, this part's hard too. And then I put it in another part, and it's hard. And I go, and then maybe it just needs a little force. Maybe it needs a little.
Yeah.
I just got to pull it apart a little bit, and I pick this up with like the whole bowl, and I go to just pick what I think is a small amount of rice, and the whole rice comes out. I pick the bowl up, the whole bowl like comes out.
Holy shit.
I no joke. This is where I started getting a little angry. I had my chopsticks like this in my hand, like a barbarian, stabbing it and like ripping it apart, and I couldn't rip it apart. So I shovel the meat on top to one side, and this is where I was like barbarian. I literally tried to grab it with my hands to see if I could separate this rice. I could not separate this rice with like my full grip.
Was it
on
like
this
not even cooked or what?
I don't know what the fuck they did to it. And I gave them
my
stars,
God.
and I was like, literally, don't give me a brick next time. And they said, sorry.
It's a literal brick
they
of
were,
carbs.
They were like, sorry you didn't like it, we'll improve next time. I'm like, give me a refund! I couldn't eat it! I didn't get a fucking refund either.
Wow.
And it ruined my whole night, because it was like 9 PM and everywhere closed.
Oh,
And
no.
I was like, well, I can't order anything. Now I'm just gonna fucking eat a sembe or some
You
shit.
gotta resort
Yeah.
to fucking convenience store food.
Yeah, I ate a
Yeah.
sandwich
Yeah.
and it was so depressing. You know how
Oh,
depressing it
That's
is eating
depressing. That's
eating
so
a- a
A
depressing.
sandwich at 9
a
p.m.
lunch sandwich as a dinner is
Yeah.
just something about it. It's so depressing.
Yeah, I
I don't know
know,
why.
I know.
Just
No,
having
it is
a ham sandwich for dinner.
It is depressing
Bon
not
appetit.
having like I say having a meal to look forward to. I don't even mean like a fucking 5-star gourmet
No,
meal.
no.
Just like a good.
That was
Yeah.
Even
Just
oh,
like
my
a
mom
basic
was
thing,
the
like
Something on a
toasting
plate,
that,
you know?
but
Yeah,
he
just
just
Something
did.
on a plate,
I
yeah.
tear up when I order a meal here, and it's
Yeah. I remember going back to Uber Eats. I remember.
When
there was
is my
a
transport
place
stone
that
coming? Oh my
took me
god.
from
I mean,
from
like, I only need 4 more.
But like.
I worry about this week. RTA
It's
transport
really
stone.
fun. Oh, I like
really
it.
fucking
Yeah, it's
good.
really
Bro, I
fucking good.
order it 4 times a week.
Yeah, same.
It's so
The
good.
pad thai there is fucking
That's
bomb.
a lot of time.
I never
Yeah.
get sick of pad thai.
Yeah.
But like I get the craving every now and again because I'm very picky when it comes to Thai food. And
You are
my problem with this place is that they never fucking make it spicy enough. Of course.
That is true.
As,
There's no
as,
spice.
as a
There's no
Thai
spice.
person,
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time, I'm sure they fucking know me by name now because every time I'm just like spicy please, spicy
Oh,
please.
you put it in like the comments?
Yeah, I put it in the comments. I'm like spicy please, and it's just never spicy enough. Like I open it and I could tell that they put like a few chili flakes on it, and it's just
opens it doesn't even smell. It's like,
no, you can
Take it back.
You can tell when someone didn't try with the spice, right? It's like there's Thai chilies and then there's like chili flakes. And okay, so like last week, there's one time I'm just like let me try something different. So I asked for it spicy again, right? but I don't type it in Japanese. I type it in Thai.
Oh,
Nice.
Big brain, big brain.
Big brain.
So I typed it in Thai. Okay, and I remember I remember getting the same takeaway box, opening up this package, and this thing looked like it had been cooked in like the flames of hell. Fucking Lucifer grilled this himself. I opened it and like the chili to rice like ratio was just like it was more chili than rice. And I
Would you like rice on your chili?
Wait, can you copy paste what you sent to him? I wanna see this. I wanna try this.
Yeah, sure. I'd never been more happy in my life. When
Was it good?
it was good.
Damn, okay.
Because like I ordered the pad krapao, and like pad krapao is like normally really spicy in Thai, and you
Yeah.
know it's spicy when like you have to like you have trouble finding the meat through the chili, right? Because it's you got the normal meat, and then
Yeah.
you got like the red and green chili flakes, or not just chili, just like green chilies. And I'm just like, you're my brother. Now I know you're a brother.
Fuck.
Well, this is like when we went to the Indian place near here. We do like Indian food. I think we'd always ask for it really spicy, like very spicy, and it was quite spicy, but it wasn't that bad.
Right.
And I think,
I mean, to you guys,
yeah, because I mean, even though I'm extremely white, I love spice that pretty much cripples me.
yeah.
Yeah, we,
Because to a standard person like myself, that shit's spicy enough.
yeah.
But to these like fucking spawns of Satan, like, they're just like,
Because in Japan, when you tell them to make it like 10 or max, they don't do it.
yeah.
And the first time we went there, first few times, the person who was cooking, it's always the same guy. He didn't actually like, make it that spicy. Like it was
Yeah.
just kind of like, ooh.
It was definitely Japan standards, yeah.
Like it was like on the high end for Japan standards.
Yeah,
I'd say.
yeah.
And then one time, for some reason, I don't know why he decided this time. He was like, fine. I'm not playing.
He's like, bet?
He's like, fine. I'm not playing anymore. And holy fuck, this was hard. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I got like halfway through this, and I was like, I'm actually in like severe pain.
Yeah.
This is actually brutal. Like God couldn't finish it.
Wow.
Yeah, because it was. I think it was the 1 week where you had to go home early.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
we were in this Indian place. Yeah, he was not playing around, and I think I could see him like in the corner of my eye, just
was
like
watching
he
us.
was like watching us.
giggling.
Because we've been there so many times. We order the same meal every time. We order like the most spicy option, and it's just like we
It's
finish
spicy,
it.
but it's not like
It's spicy.
Not like,
it's a nice tingle on your tongue.
What if he was like, all right, the pussy boy is gone. Like, I'm looking at it as the real shit now.
But it was by far the spiciest meal I've had in
brutal.
Japan.
Wow.
I could not finish it because it got to the point where it was just
My mouth got numb. That itch.
Jesus.
Like,
You damn it.
What's enjoyable about that though? I don't
I
get it.
don't know what it is because like the flavors get like enhanced by like being beaten.
No, I
shit
get
out.
that to a certain extent, but the level you guys have it is just like I don't even know what flavor is in it.
I mean, I feel like it depends on the dish, right? Because I mean, you can go to like Koko Ichiban, and so to explain, have we talked about that before?
Kokoichi is like a Japanese curry.
They have it in
Yeah.
America.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah.
And so you can go to this curry chain in Japan, and they have like a spice scale from 1 to 10, and like 10 is the most spiciest. And I've had the 10 before, and so has Connor. And for me, it was actually like really spicy, but it felt like it felt like you're adding spice for the sake of adding spice. Right. There are some dishes that I feel are designed to be spicy.
It's not like flavor enhanced spice, right?
Yeah. It's just spice for the sake of spice.
Yeah.
Like to me, like a mild curry, a mild Japanese curry at least, is as good, if not better, than some of the spicier versions.
Right.
But there are some like Thai dishes and Indian dishes and Southeast Asian dishes where I feel if you don't have enough spice to it, there's missing a certain kick, a certain
Yeah, I
flavor
get
to
that.
it.
It brings out a lot of flavors.
Yeah.
And also just a lot of endorphins from the pain.
No, I get. No,
So
I get.
I'm constantly chasing.
I get
that
the I get the fact of like the spice enhances the flavor and stuff like that because I've had my fair share of the Southeast Asian food and stuff like that, which is quite spicy. And I'm just like, oh, this is hard to eat, but goddamn, like this probably tastes way better than without the spice. And then there's your guys' level of spice.
high. See, the reason why I got into spicy food, because again, you have to bear in mind, my parents all like completely spicy. So when I was growing up, I didn't really eat spicy food.
Yeah.
But when I started doing YouTube, I started doing the like fucking stupid challenges.
Yeah.
And then I'd done it so many times where I was like, I could handle the Carolina Reaper like semi-comfortably.
Right.
And I was like, shit, spicy food isn't spicy anymore. Because I've just been eating these peppers raw constantly for fucking YouTube challenges and Twitch live streams. So then I got to the point where I was like, oh god, this is like really good now. Like I really like it.
Yeah.
Like habaneros on stuff is like perfect.
No, see, because like
I love that.
when we're talking about like kokoichi levels of spice,
Yeah.
right? Because that's the easiest gauge when you're in Japan, right?
Yeah.
It's like what level of kokoichi can you do? You immediately know. Like I can now do level 3,
Right.
but before, like a couple of years ago, I couldn't even do level 1.
That was back when Joe was wearing a diaper.
That's when I was back when I was wearing a diaper. That's when I was a true pussy boy.
I feel like you need something. You need at least like a 2.
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, you guys can say that because you're used to it, because you've been eating it, you know.
Yeah, but like
for a
I
while.
mean, I feel like even some foods where there's an option to pick a spicy version, I don't always pick the spicy version.
Yeah.
It very much depends on the dish and whether it complements it or not.
Right. I mean, like, you know, now I can do a level 3, and now I understand, like, oh, you know, this is actually so much better with spice, you know,
Yeah.
to a certain degree. But, like, I had to kind of slowly trick my brain into thinking that, right? Because if you had given me a level 3 spicy kokoichi, like, 2 years ago,
Yeah.
I would have been like, what is this shit? Like, this isn't enjoyable at all. Like, I seek enjoyment out of my meal, and this is not enjoyable. I'm in severe pain. But now I've like slowly started to appreciate the pain.
Yeah.
Right? I have, like-
Joey says getting a level 3.
Yeah, I say that getting a level 3.
Yo, this is.
Yeah, but
I'm,
to
I'm
me,
feeling
that's,
those endorphins
yeah.
now, man.
So yeah, honestly,
Whoa.
like to me, like that's fucking painful. But
Yeah.
like it's good painful, right? And like now I finally start to understand. I'm like, oh, okay. These like other friends I knew who could eat like level 7 and 8, who I
Yeah.
just thought were like absolute fucking maniacs.
It's
It's
like
like
the noob anime character
Yeah.
joins
Yeah.
the soul arc.
yeah, it's like I kind of get it now.
Yeah,
After my training arc, I'm slowly starting to get it.
This episode of Trash Taste is sponsored by Crunchyroll.
This season, Crunchyroll is simulcasting new seasons of classics like My Hero Academia, as well as fresh titles including To Your Eternity, On Taxi, and Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. And now you can binge all of Jujutsu Kaisen from last season.
Thank God. What are you watching, Anime Zone?
I'm actually watching everything you mentioned because honestly, this season fucking slaps. I could recommend any of these, but if you want a shot in the dark, watch To Your Eternity. Try watching episode 1 and not crying your ass off.
That sounds amazing.
As always, you get the biggest catalog of anime content with over 30,000 episodes available at any time in subs and dubs.
And
No,
you can watch
no.
titles for free on Crunchyroll.
I think I can do
or
it.
Try a 14-day free trial.
If I
of
fail, I
everything
just
with
change my
ads
team.
And access simulcasting with Japan.
Follow the link on screen or down below in that description at www.crunchyroll.com/trashtaste. So what are you waiting for? Start watching some anime, and then you can come talk about it on Trash Taste.
Well, right there, there's a seat for you right
Because
there.
we're not going to do it.
Thank you, Crunchyroll, for sponsoring this anime podcast. Back to the episode.
Well, it's really weird, right? Because, like, you know, obviously you grew up in a Thai household eating
Yeah.
spice food all your life, right?
Yeah.
And you'd think I would be the same because, like, my dad fucking loves spicy food. Like, you know, like the death sauce that they sell here? My dad would just put that in meals.
No,
Like-
I like
yeah.
that. It's
Yeah,
good. It's good.
right? Like, you got, yeah. But to me, I was like, why are you putting cyanide in a perfectly nice meal? Why would you poison this meal like this? Because then he would fucking serve it up to the family,
Oh my god.
and we would have to eat it.
That reminds me, my older brother, he was growing Carolina Reapers,
Yeah.
and
Why?
well,
That's a good question.
Because he liked spicy food. But
Yeah.
one time, this was right before I moved to Japan, he gave them to my parents and
Right.
just told them they were like normal peppers.
Oh my, why would you do that? That is truly evil.
So they were like, what happened?
That's a true crime story waiting to
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, what happened was they were like, oh yeah, they were saying like, oh, Brett's been growing some peppers and he's given us some.
Right.
So I'm gonna put them in the stir fry tonight. I was like, oh okay, sure. I didn't know
Yeah.
that they were
Carolina Reapers,
Carolina
yeah.
Reapers or ghost peppers, one or the other. I mean, they're both fucking.
They're both fucking hot.
But yeah, no, bear in mind, my parents do believe that paprika is spicy. I'm not joking. Right? They'll probably. My dad watches the podcast. He'll be like, you're lying, Connor. But,
Yeah.
and so they made me. It's the way they did the stir fries. They make it and they give it to me first, and then they make it for my dad, and my mum makes it for herself nice. And it's like 5 minutes in between. So I'm eating this stir fry, and I'm like, I'm getting kind of like. I'm like, this hurts. And I'm thinking like, oh, whoa. My mum, what peppers did you use? She's like, oh, this is your brother. He grew them and gave them to us. I'm like, did he say what kind of peppers they were? So no, he just said he grew them. And I'm like, they got little kicks to them. I was like, they got a bit of kick to them. I'm like, because they put all of them in, like 7 or 8.
All
Oh
of
my
them?
7 or 8 ghost peppers, all of them.
Your brother's trying to kill your parents.
Yeah.
Well, my parents didn't know. They thought they were like the
like an
non-spicy.
Wait, did your parents eat them?
Yeah. So what happened next is that you know, I warned them. I was like, I really think. I'm like, bear in mind, I'm like, really think that you should like go easy on the peppers on yours. If you can like kind of get them out a little bit, I think you should do that. Like, no, it's fine. We've had it before. We've had these peppers.
Pictures taken before disaster.
And then at that point, I was like, you know what? Fine. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see how this unfolds.
So I'm there, like literally, like that meme of that kid at the vein in his forehead, these peppers, trying to keep a straight face, like. And my dad, he's about to eat it. He's beautiful, and he's like, oh, that's pretty. That's pretty spicy, huh? And he was just like started like crying. I thought it was so funny. And my mum thought he was over-exaggerating. So my mum was like, oh, I'll try it too. Oh my god. And my mum starts doing the exact same thing. She starts fucking going, that's like one bite. And they just couldn't finish it. They just started drinking milk for like 20 minutes.
What did they expect?
They were just dying. It was the funniest shit. I don't know.
I mean, if I was your parents, I'd take one look at you and be like, oh, he's probably not making this shit up.
Well, I thought they thought I was exaggerating with how much spice I could deal. And I was texting my brother while I was like, what the fuck are these peppers? These aren't, what peppers are these? What are these, habaneros, ghost peppers? He's like, oh, Carolina Reaper. Like, why would you give them to my parents? You know they can't beat these.
Your parents, it's just bants, isn't it?
Casually kill mum and dad.
Your parents trust you too much.
I think from that point onwards, they just never accepted any peppers.
I wouldn't.
Okay, I'm back.
And I thought, oh god, they look like ghost peppers.
Some interesting shaped peppers you got there.
The store, the thin green ones. They look like the big plump, like the shriveled like ones.
Like Satan's tongue.
Yeah.
What's like the spiciest thing you've had?
I'd probably say habanero.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's spicy.
I mean, other than the fucking like death sauce that like the.
Wait, have you ever eaten like a Carolina Reaper or
Like a
no,
ghost pepper?
why would I do that?
Oh my god, we need to do that.
No.
YouTube challenge?
Why would I do that?
Because it'd be fun.
No, it won't. For you,
Just build up your tolerance.
for you guys, it would be.
It's not that bad. People on YouTube just
Trial by fire.
trial by fire, trial by fire, trial by fire.
Why did I teach them that phrase?
You know, people on YouTube when I watched it, because I think I first saw Rhett and Link do it back in like 2012, and they were like, and it's not that bad. It's just like it is just discomfort. It's
Why would I willingly put myself into discomfort?
just makes great content.
Yeah.
Fuck, you got me there.
But you've eaten these
Who
fucking...
doesn't love killing themselves for content?
You've eaten these like monster ramen, wanker server. Like, why would you... That's way worse.
How did you know? How did you know I'll do anything for content?
Yeah, because you're a YouTuber.
That's how YouTubers' minds works, right?
You got me there.
I won't
You
do
got me
it.
there.
Oh, we're gonna film it?
Yeah, you're gonna
Fuck
film
it,
it?
okay.
Right,
Okay.
next
Alright,
Trash Taste
bet.
special.
Bet.
The winner doesn't have to eat a Carolina Reaper.
Oh,
Yeah.
I am
Two losers do.
Dude, that's gonna be the hardest run to a W.
And then if it's one of us, we have to eat three. You have to eat one. That fair?
So what? So I'm eating one either way?
Yeah, of course. Well, no. If like, let's say you win, me and Gon have to eat three each.
Yeah, but that's not gonna do anything to you.
No,
Three will. Yeah.
Alright.
I'm gonna be high as fuck.
On those
The
endorphins.
endorphins like mess with your head,
It
man.
does.
Yeah.
It does. Like I remember, like the first time I probably had like a ghost pepper or a Trinidad Tobago or like Carolina Reaper. The spice high. I thought I'd heard about it before, but I didn't realize it was literally like getting high.
Yeah.
Like and you feel the after effects. For like hours afterwards because you feel.
Armio.
You just feel like you did something nice.
It's just like
Armio.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of.
Maylene looks
Armio.
convinced.
I mean, look,
It is great.
I mean, I've had the death sauce that they sell here, which is technically ghost pepper sauce, but like it's, yeah, but that's the thing, right? It's like if we're talking like just raw peppers, like I've only done habanero.
Yeah, I mean, I think the spiciest thing, like singular thing I've ever had was back in university, where it was like, it wasn't even like a ghost pepper, it was a ghost pepper extract.
Oh yeah, the extract.
The extract, which is like even more, like it wasn't like a sauce.
It's concentrated ghost
No,
pepper,
yeah,
isn't it?
exactly. It was just like the pure extract, and I'd never like at this point, you know, I'd obviously like still grown up on spicy food, but I'd never had like a ghost pepper or like an actual one of the famous hot peppers that people do YouTube challenges over about. So
Try it,
I
ghost
was,
pepper.
drinking, and my mate, he had
Instant noodle.
this ghost pepper.
There was a ghost
like,
pepper instant noodle in
Just
Malaysia.
carrying it around. Was he?
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
spicy.
He's that asshole.
I had it
he
like
was
almost
that
one
guy.
three-quarter full.
He was the guy.
3/4 of it, then I started
Show people
dying
the two girls,
already,
one
and
cup
throw it
kind
away.
of videos.
We all had that one friend.
Oh,
Like
God.
the Pain Olympics, he was
Oh,
that
God.
friend. So of course he had this ghost
I was
pepper
that
extra.
friend.
Oh God, I only found out what goatee was recently. Which I found really funny.
Wait, what was that?
You only found out what goatee was like 2
Oh,
weeks ago. God didn't know what it was. And if you don't know what it is, please don't
Look it up.
It is
please.
someone's cheeks being spread. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, so he had this ghost pepper extract.
Yeah.
And of course, we were drinking, as you were at university.
Really?
And, really. And it got into the point where we were like tipsy enough to start, you know, contemplating doing stupid shit. And of course, you know he's
Gonna commit credit card fraud?
yeah, you know he's an experienced friend where he brings it out at exactly the right time of the night, where everyone's intoxicated enough to like think that it's a good idea to
What a
have
horrible
that.
mate. What a horrible friend.
Yeah.
Just waiting until everyone is just semi-stupid so they start feeding them poison.
Yeah, exactly. So he brings out this extract, and he's like, "Yo, I dare anyone to fucking do this, right?" And I see people doing it, right? And they're taking like the tiniest little like drop.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's not even a drop. It's like less than a drop, right? And I see people fucking dying, and me, being like, "Yo, these
The
weak
Giga Chad that
Yeah.
I am.
The fuck is this?
Yo, these weak ass white guys don't know their fucking spice. look at all these guys, right? And so it gets to my turn, and I'm just like, I'll show you how a man does it. So like there's
Famous last
You've
words.
never ever said that out loud. That's not a God phrase.
no, if there's one thing I was confident over,
true.
it's
It's
taking
spice,
fucking
yeah.
spice level. So
I don't
like,
think you'd ever say, and I quote, "Let me show you how a man."
so how the extract works is like you have this like tiny little spoon, right?
Yeah.
That you can like put like one little drip on. So
Yeah.
like I fill up the spoon, I just fucking
Oh,
shove it in my
no.
mouth.
What's wrong with you?
Why would you do
I did not know how spicy it was, right?
Right.
And I never knew that I could literally feel like I've been shot in the face until I like it was just the biggest instant regret moment of my life. Like normally you see
We just ain't gonna have a
they
night
take the
stream
Carolina
in
replay, chew it,
Malaysia.
and there's like this
Night stream, night
delay,
stream.
right?
I'm gonna play
there was
Genshin
there
Impact
was
summoning
not a
for
single
Yula.
time my body went into like fight or flight mode immediately. Like I took it, and then like 5 seconds later, I swear I was in the fucking fetal position, just like, oh god, it hurts so much.
I want to try this now. This sounds fun.
It's okay. So
What are you on?
It's interesting. I'd like to try that.
I will say I do not recommend it. As someone who can't handle my spice, I literally it was
Advice taken. Don't worry.
It was
you
not
don't
a
have to tell
pleasant
me.
I
experience.
was always that kid who saw like Jackass. I was like, oh,
Yeah, because what happened is I was out of commission for the entire night,
Yeah, of
right?
course you
Because
were.
it was so spicy that it just induced my gag reflex. So I was on the toilet. I was like in the bathroom for like a good 3 hours, just like gagging on the toilet. Couldn't throw up. It was just like my gag reflex, just like my body trying to throw up this thing that was like one little drop. So there was nothing to throw up. It was like a drop, right? But it
Drop
but
it
it
like a
induced this gag
drop.
reflex. I
Drop
was
it
on the
like a
toilet for
drop.
About 3 hours, and my university mates, being the good mates that they were, they just kind of went clubbing, and
just left you.
Just left you while you're on the toilet.
What fantastic mates you
What
have
a
there, Carl.
fantastic group of mates. Well, that's why I'm not friends with them anymore. But
That's why I lost those friends.
long story short, I'm not in contact with any of my uni mates anymore. But
To be fair, I'm not in contact with many either. But
Yeah.
they didn't poison me.
Yeah, exactly. They were nice to me.
Maybe, what if it was all a ruse, Garm, where they all agreed to take small amounts of this, just so that Garm would step up to the plate? Right, let me show you.
Yeah, they were all like, we want to go clubbing, but we don't want to take Garm. How can we knock him out?
Let's get him out of commission. I know a way. I know a way that Garm will fall for it. I think that's what they did, Garm.
The spice challenge. But yeah, that's like I think I've read that no one has ever died from spice before, or like from.
Go in the shop, though.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. Malin, look it up. Has anyone ever died from spice?
Yeah, they can go in the
Yeah.
shop.
Okay.
So you can't die from the chemical itself, but you can die from shock.
You can die from the pain it induces.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Which is shock, yeah.
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 You can go in like cardiac arrest.
Yeah,
Which is
basically.
always fun.
Yeah, basically, just don't do something
Just
stupid.
don't go
like
into cardiac arrest.
just
Doctors hate it.
Just get better arteries.
10 ways to stop heart attack. Just don't go into cardiac arrest.
take ghost pepper extract or any kind of extract.
You know, I
'cause,
wasn't going to,
yeah.
and I think I'm still not going to.
Yeah.
I think that's why I've taken it.
Yeah, I'm good.
You can
Stop breathing.
Okay.
Just manually pump those bitches. Just
Yeah.
just God, CPR me. I've still got my lungs stopped.
It was just like that scene from fucking Pulp Fiction, right?
Yeah.
Where I just passed down. They have to get the fucking needle and inject it
The
straight into my
adrenaline.
heart.
It's so scary.
Oh my
Fuck.
god. Oh god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna take it one step at a time when it comes to spice. Like,
Yeah.
I'm doing a pretty good job going up the ladder, I feel.
Yeah.
Just wondering about CPR. Sorry, because let's talk about moving my chest.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm too British to do CPR. I feel like I'd be like, are you okay? Are you okay? Is this too much? Is this too much pressure? While I'm trying to save their life, I'm like, what? Oh, is that, okay, that looks
Do you
dope.
know how to do CPR?
Yeah, so I was a lifeguard, so we had to do it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Luckily, I always stop those little fuckers before they stop me.
Did you ever have to like do it?
No, God no, no. You don't. You know which kids were gonna drown right before they walked in. 100%.
Why?
I wish I was joking.
How do you know?
Okay, I may as well just tell stories about being a lifeguard because there's just so many.
Yeah.
So, basically, whilst I was working at McDonald's, I wanted to be a lifeguard because, well, I could swim.
It's a good start.
I was a really strong swimmer, and there was a course that I did that took about a week, and it was really weird to have to do because I had to sacrifice a week of school vacation. So I only had 1 week, and I spent it learning how to be a lifeguard. I paid like $400, and then I couldn't get a job for like a year and a half because they were all like, "Yeah, you don't have experience." I was like 17.
Right.
That catch-22.
Yeah, right. I was like, "Oh, they don't hire me." But eventually, because it paid really well at the time, McDonald's paid me £4.10 an hour, which is this much.
Well, wait for a second.
The lifeguard
Wait for a
paid me
while.
£9.10,
Oh wow.
which at the time,
Dude, that's a minted job,
bro,
Yeah.
but because the thing was you had to have a week of training, you had to pay for it all.
That's a
you had to,
double
like,
shift at McDonald's right there.
Yeah.
And you know, is on paper, it looks like an easy ass job because all you have to do is sit there for 30 minutes and you get a 20-minute break. Then you sit there for 30 minutes, you get a 20-minute break. And that was it, basically.
Yeah.
But when you're new, they put you on at least mine did, they put me on the shifts where it was kids' birthday parties. And like, because my mum swam at that pool, and they never put me on the shift with the old people, because old people don't drown.
Yeah.
Old people know, because they swim.
know their limits.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they all go to the swimming club all the time, and, you know.
Oh my god.
It's part of, like, freak accidents.
I'm sorry, guy.
Like, people don't drown in pools in the UK. The year that I became a lifeguard, 0 people died in pools in the UK.
Well, that's good.
So this doesn't happen. Why are you laughing, Melly? Until I started the job.
Yeah.
But like, okay, so have you ever seen those floats that take up all the pool?
Oh, like
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
lanes and stuff?
The
Or?
whole pool. It's like a big inflatable.
I've never seen
Yeah,
that.
I've seen
You
those.
never seen these? You seen these, Melly? You ever seen these? Google it. Like it's like a picture on screen. Literally, they're these massive kind of like total wipeout-esque courses
Right.
that you can inflate, and they take up the whole pool. And if you fall off, you fall in the water.
Oh, that
It's
sounds
great.
fun as
Dude,
fuck.
It's bad. It was when I was a kid. I loved the kid who.
That
got
sounds
this
like a
thing.
Trash Day special waiting to happen, isn't it?
It's like imagine like a bouncy house on water.
That sounds fun as fuck. What
No,
the fuck?
dude, it is. It's
Bouncy
literally.
house.
Imagine a total wipeout obstacle course on water, dude. It's bad. Dude. When I was 12, I loved this shit.
Can we
And
do that?
Dude, we can. Yeah,
Yeah,
we can
Alouana.
rent out a pool somewhere.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Go out to the UK. We'll go and ramble.
yeah.
So like you could basically for kids' birthday parties, there'd be like a 5 or 6-year-old who'd rent it out. Now,
Yeah.
problem is with kids' birthday parties is that not every parent thinks that kids need to be taught how to swim.
Right, right.
I think because parents forget that kids need to be taught how to swim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you just take it for granted. So what ends up happening is obviously it's a birthday party. Everyone invites their whole class. Now, half the kids in the class don't know how to swim.
Yeah.
But they still are invited and go anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'd be sitting there on my thing, and I can tell immediately which one of these kids can't swim. Yeah, they look like that, Joe.
What the hell?
Yeah.
So they'd be like a,
Next special.
it'd be like a climbing thing, and then you have to go through pylons, and there's a slide.
Yeah.
Now, you could tell immediately when you look at these kids which couldn't swim. They just had a look in their eyes where they were like, fuck, I've never been in this before. What do I do? And
That's a big, like, thing of water.
because they're also, you know, kids are like that thing where, like, most kids have, like, a built-in, like, danger system.
Yeah,
Where they're
yeah,
like,
of course.
Yeah.
like, it's like heights, right? Kids know that they're scared of heights. Kids know that water is, like, weird and scary.
Yeah.
And then the kids that run in it right away, normally they can swim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so you'd be doing this thing, right? There'd be kids, and then you'd see this kid. You could tell again. You can tell he doesn't look confident, right? His
Yeah.
technique's poor. You know, looking at the water, really scared.
Like toe first, right?
Yeah.
Into
Yeah.
the water, yeah.
So they'd climb on this thing, and bear in mind, it starts at the shallow end and it goes to the deep end,
Right,
where
right,
you get off. We're talking like 2 meters deep.
Yeah.
No, more. It's
3 meters?
5 meters deep.
5 meters.
5 meters deep at the pool I looked at.
That's pretty fucking deep
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
for a kid's
That's like a
pool.
So
diving
these
pool.
kids,
Yeah.
these kids would just walk, right? And then they'd get to the end of this obstacle course, and you could see it. They were like, "What do I do?" Everyone else is going down the slide,
Yeah.
and they're being egged on by their friends, and they just
Yeah.
go down the slide, and they would just go down.
This is sink.
They just sank. They didn't come
Yeah.
back up. They just wouldn't come back up.
Fucking
And
hell.
you'd wait like 2 seconds just to like make sure, just to make sure.
Oh
they
my
come back up.
god.
You have 2 choices. You
35
can
more
jump in,
floors
take a
there.
long pole, like poke them with it, and hope they.
Get up.
Well, normally.
I just hope they're still alive.
Hello? Hello? Okay.
So what? I mean, basically, if a kid was splashing around, you'd be like, ah, you just give it. He'll go.
Oh, like grab onto it.
Because
Right,
they'll
right,
grab
right,
on.
right.
They'll grab
Yeah.
onto
Yeah.
everything, right? But if they don't swim and they just sing, which is like, fuck. It's
Yeah.
like, fucking go in. So then I have to go in, and this should happen like 3 or 4 times sometimes, like one session.
Fucking hell.
These kids are just terrible. I mean, I would sometimes I would go and jump in. I would get a kid.
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? Stop! Don't go near the deep end.
Yeah.
And then he would go, and he would go near it again. And I'd blow the whistle back. What are you doing? And then I look away for a second. I look back. He's at the deep end again. Jumps in. Drowns again. I have to go in and get him. And I turn his parents off, and his parents have a go at me and complain to my manager, saying that it's not my place to tell her what to teach her kids. And I'm like, it's not my place. I could just let your kid drown, huh? See what happens then. She went full Karen mode on me, tried to get me fired because I bollocked her in front of her. Like,
What?
parents.
Because you saved their kid?
Because I went, after I saved his kid twice, I held his hand, and I was like, come, where's your mum? Show me your mum is. And then we went to his mum.
Where's your mum?
I was like, what are you doing? I was like, why are you letting this kid into this pool without any armbands or anything? And she's like,
Like,
oh.
didn't have any floaties or
Oh,
anything?
yeah, why would, that's
So-
what I thought. Why
so-
didn't they have armbands?
Yeah.
Right? You know what her reason was? She was like, I don't want him to feel like he's like, you know, the weird one, the one who can't swim. And I'm like,
But he is the
I'm
one who
like,
can't
I'm
swim.
like, that's because he can't swim. He will fucking drown. Do you understand how this works? Like, I'm like, did you ever teach him how to swim? No. I'm like, why are you letting him do this? This is really irresponsible. And then I just left. And this was in front of all the friends. 'Cause they had, like,
Yeah.
and then she complained, saying, I didn't need to do that in front of all her friends. It was really inappropriate of me. I'm like, I'm sorry, but like, how you saw your kid drown once and thought, oh, I'll let him keep swimming.
Yeah.
I'll let him keep going. That really pissed me off. I'm still really annoyed by that. But,
Yeah, that's just
I
fucking
mean, that
irresponsible.
just sounds like bad parenting.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
The people that stuff like they would just let their kids.
Unless
do
the
it.
unless
It's
the
terrible.
parent was like, "Fuck, I've been trying to get rid of him."
Yeah, they're like,
Sabotaged again.
that insurance plan, damn, it's really expensive, you know.
And that's a really good abortion plan, that is.
Do they?
Dude, they actually. Oh, that looks amazing.
Next special. Get ready. Next special. We're fucking
like,
doing it.
Doesn't this look amazing?
So
I'm
like,
hoping.
dude, and it was like, it was a really good job. Other than that, like, it's just like kids just like don't know how to swim, and you can tell the moment they can't swim.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would also, if you ever tried, sometimes if you'd, they taught you, and I never thought I'd have to use this. They teach you how to kick someone off you if they're like trying to drag you down.
Oh, well,
if you're
I
trying
mean,
to save
yeah.
someone, if you're trying to save someone, right?
If I'm drowning, you're coming with me.
Well, because some people, right, when they think they're drowning, they panic, and what they do is that they push you down.
Yeah.
because they think I want to get up. And you know, it's not like a selfish thing where they're like, fuck me.
I'm dying and you're dying with me.
It's like literally, it's like instincts kick in for them, and they think I'm gonna push you down to get up so I can.
What's the technique?
So what you do is
Like aim for the head.
so what you so if they're trying to like grab onto you and push you down, you grab them by the arms and like so let's say you're equal now in the water. We're both on top of the head. You grab them and like you go down under the water, kick them up, kick them off.
Right.
And so you push them away, and then you just grab them by the face when you. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. When you save someone, you're supposed to grab them by the chin like this and like pull them.
Holy shit.
Or you can. There's some other ways, but that's the easiest because that way you can kind of just do it like your own pace. You can kind of. There's other ways like you can grab them, but that's really awkward. It depends like how big they are and if you like if they're like a child, like sometimes grab them by the face. Fuck, get over here! Get over here!
Just imagine you like dual wielding children, like grabbing it in the face.
You know, the worst thing was as well is that when you
I'm back.
something that like you don't really think about is you don't expect uniforms.
Oh, the Xiangling stage.
You save a kid and it's still your shift. You can just go right back to the chair. And you're soaking. And you know, some people they take the time. Like the first time I did it, I thought I have to go in right away. I have to save their life right away. And I wouldn't take my shoes off or anything. But then I realized all the people who were like experienced, they would just walk down slowly. They would just take off their shoes and socks because they knew they had time. And they knew like it's a pool. They knew they're gonna grab them right away. So they're like, I'm not getting my Nike Air Maxes wet. What the fuck?
It's like a kid drowning and the guy's like,
It would
start
literally
the timer.
they sit down like this, right? They see them like because if they're flailing, you got plenty of time. So they would just like sit. They like walk down really slowly like this, and they'd be like. Off like this, you know, like that. And then they would go in and get them. It was really funny. I just thought it was really bizarre. But then I was like, why did you do that? Isn't that like bad? They're like, no, they're not gonna drown.
I know the average time it takes for you to drown.
Well, the moment you have to be worried is if they don't come back up. That's when you have to like immediately go in. So that was all, like that was fine. And like again, this like never happened. This is only with little kids because little kids are dumb. I mean, I make out these stories to be a lot more exciting than they are. In general, the job was extremely boring. Like, it is one of the hardest jobs.
I am suffering from inner. I'm dying on the inside. I haven't seen this too before.
Just watching people swim. And you take a 20-minute break, and then you go back to it. And this is like for like 6 hours. Just watching people swim. And at first, it's such a weird thing to do because I'm like,
It's me again, Jay. Ooh, not bad. It's Coco. 3 days
you
old.
don't stare at people normally. We gotta watch the pool, right? But then you're like, fuck, is it weird that I'm looking at people? Like, his parents watching me. What if they think I'm looking at their kid too much? But I'm just making sure that they're not drowning, okay? It's not weird, right? Like,
well, according to I wasn't even thinking about that until you said it.
Well, this is the thing. These are the thoughts you have when you're going insane, sitting there for 6 hours. Like, is it weird? Is it weird that I'm looking at everyone for like this long? I'm going insane.
Sounds like an existential crisis. I'm like, what is my job?
I legitimately started like going insane working there because I was like, you have to just think.
Wait, so
so
how long
much.
did you do that for?
God, about just under a year, and then I went to. And then I
This is like a budget.
But yeah, I got that job from doing a different job, which I'll talk about at a different time. It's completely different. So it was really fun as well. But like lifeguarding in general was like super boring, but the pay was really good because you have to get the qualification. And you have to be taught a lot of stuff.
Well, I mean, you're there to save lives.
Yeah, and the course is quite hard, like, and you have to redo it every year. And so I can't be a lifeguard because I didn't do it.
Oh, right.
So, but for the 1 year, it was fine. I mean, the pay was insane for like being 18
And I feel like learning the basic first aid skills is really fucking important.
Yeah, it was really helpful.
Because I was never taught it.
We don't get taught it in the UK.
Yeah, we don't get taught. So I don't know how to do CPR. I mean,
they come in once and they're like, push the chest and blow.
Oh,
I didn't even get that. I didn't even get that.
Really?
We taught it every year.
Oh, I mean,
like during high school.
That'll be fucking.
Yeah.
Like I do not know how to do the fucking Heimlich maneuver.
Oh, yeah, we had to learn that as well.
Yeah.
We just have to learn like all the basics. All the basics.
I should probably learn it now because it's gonna be real awkward if I'm gonna be like, hold on, let me just bring up this YouTube tutorial. All right, wait. I got an unskippable.
Wait, it's sponsored. It's sponsored. Hold on.
I got an unskippable ad. Hold on a second.
Yeah,
Wi-Fi. Where's the Wi-Fi? Fuck.
Yeah, a lot of aspects of the job were fun.
Yeah.
Not many. Like I had to like clean as well, like clean all the toilets and showers, which was like, I mean, I didn't know I was gonna do that, but
Right. Glad you spent $400 to clean toilets.
yeah, it's like fuck, man.
Fucking hell.
I mean, it's, you know, it's just you're there, and when you're wrapping up and there's no one left in the pool, you just start cleaning because that's what you're supposed to do. But yeah, and then sometimes I had to like, because even though I wasn't teaching the kids, but for the kids who are like 1 year old and they were learning how to swim, there had to be someone in the water constantly with them.
Right.
And those kids just fucking like don't let go of them. And it's like, no, get off. Shit. Like babies. It's like, get off. You're supposed to learn how to swim. But the moment they let go of the wall, they're like, and they suddenly gain the grip strength of like a grown man. It was just, yeah. I mean, it was just paid well. But
Kids at the pool are scary.
just kids, man. Kids fucking suck. And if your kid can't swim, teach him how to swim.
Yeah, I mean, like, when did you guys learn how to swim?
Oh, well, my mom like swims competitively. Still does.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I got it. Actually, no. So she still does like triathlons and stuff.
Oh shit.
And she's like one of the like fastest women in her area, and she's like,
Damn.
she's a beast.
Athletic as fuck.
She's
Okay.
so much more healthy than me. It's not even so sad. Like when I go back home and she wants to like go on a bike ride, I'm like dying. She's like just like freezing.
A casual 50K bike ride? Let's
No,
go.
that's what she does. She's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
50K bike ride, nothing.
Did she watch the cycling special? And
Yeah,
it was
she
like, I
thought
thought I
was
raced you
pathetic.
better.
She's like pathetic. Connor. I'm like, no, really, the footage. If you saw the raw footage, Mum, you'd know. But yeah, so my mum taught me like I've always known how to swim. I don't remember not knowing how to swim.
I went to like a swimming school.
Wait,
Remember
my mom
swimming was
called.
part of my
Sorry.
curriculum in like school.
Oh really?
Yeah. So we had like a local like swimming pool next,
Yeah.
like not next to our school, but like really, really close to our school. And remember, one like Monday mornings was just dedicated to learning how to swim.
That's good.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not a strong swimmer by any means,
Yeah.
but I still know the basics. I still know how to swim. Like to me, it's still scary. Whenever I go out and I swim and I can't feel the bottom. I don't know. There's like the fear
There's
kicks.
something so wholesome about hearing that.
Why?
I don't know. It just sounds like a child problem. It's just like, my
that's-
little
that's
toes can't touch the floor.
No, I mean in a swimming pool is fine, but like out out in the sea. I remember the first time.
No, what's worse is when I can actually feel like something
yeah, when you kick
underneath it.
something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you kick
yeah,
something.
yeah.
That's when I'm scared.
Yeah, I mean, like if I don't know, something like in a pool, completely fine. I don't give a shit if I
Yeah.
can't feel the bottom. If I'm like, I remember the first time I realized it when we were on the beach. It was Brighton Beach as well, so it wasn't exactly a fucking thrilling beach. And I remember like my mates just. We kind of just like, oh yeah, let's go swim out swim out, you know, to where like the fucking boys are. And I've never done it before, but I knew how to swim. And I remember we got there, and this is the first time in my life that I had swum that far out.
Right.
And this is the first time in my life where I got to this point and I started kicking down, and my whole life experience had taught me no matter how deep it is, you can still stand up.
Yeah.
And so it was this realization where we get there and we start floating on the water, and I'm just like, where's the floor?
Okay.
Where's the ocean
Swam
floor?
with your 6 foot. You take floors for granted.
Yeah, exactly right. Like I've never had a swimming pool where like I couldn't like stand up at least on like my tiptoes. Or like I sink down a little bit, and then you know I can still see like the surface of the water. I'm still on my tiptoes. I can reach the surface quite easily. So this was the first time where I'd gone this far out, and I had the realization of, oh, okay. There is no edges to this pool that I can quickly grab onto. I've got to swim literally like all the way back to the fucking
Oh my
beach.
god.
And
Just be
like,
fucking.
you know that scene in like movies where you know the character gets vertigo, where they look down and like the ground just suddenly like zooms out.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I look. That's exactly what the beach looked like when I turned around, and it just like the beach just went zoom like that, and I was just like, oh shit.
That's why you don't really, you shouldn't be swimming if you're getting even like 1% tired. Like you should turn around.
Yeah, I was already pretty tired.
Yeah, you should turn the fuck
That's
around.
how people drown.
That was probably like the closest I'd come to drowning as well. And
Fucking hell.
People get
Oh,
tired.
no,
when
my-
they swim
my
out,
uncle is
and,
back.
Like they're tired by the time they turn around and they're fucked. It's so
Yeah.
sad.
And yeah, I remember turning around and being like, okay, I've got to fucking do this because one of the like the scariest
My
things.
life literally depends
my
on it.
life literally depends on it, and I was like, guys, I think I got to turn back, and I don't think I kind of conveyed how fucking terrified I was to my mates, because they were like, no, we're just gonna keep going with our school review, and I'm like, Okay, I'm gonna turn back now. So yeah,
What a great group of friends you
Yeah, I
have.
was gonna say, those are bad mates, mate. If they're letting you like do that.
dude. I mean, I didn't have a good group of mates when I was growing up.
If I heard even
unfortunately.
like a breath from my friend that sounded a little too heavy on the swim,
Yeah.
I'm like, turn the fuck around.
Yeah, turn
bro.
around, dude.
Get the fuck back.
Fucking hell.
Especially when you get further out, the waves get stronger. So it's
Yeah, exactly.
can't really-
And then the currents come in, and that's when it
Yeah.
gets really fucking scary.
yeah. I mean, I can't think of anything more depressing.
Oh,
than just
that
fucking
is so
dying on a
bad.
beach as well. at least if I'm gonna die on a beach, let me die on a
In the
good
desperate way, I think I will still keep it for a while.
Like, come to Wales, man. We've got the finest beaches. We've got the finest beaches, man.
My fondest memory as a kid, because Australia, every fucking house is like a pool, because otherwise you can't survive the
The
fucking
luxury.
summer.
Yeah.
You can't survive the summer otherwise. But my fondest memory, and I don't know if this is like a collective like memory for everyone, like every kid who like swam in a pool. But did you used to do this thing where you would go under the water, and then you would pretend to like walk
Yeah,
under
of course,
to
of
feel
course.
like you're in like on the moon?
Of course.
That's the only memory I have of being in a pool. Even though I went to swimming school for like 7 years to like learn how to like do all these, like different
Oh yeah, I'm
swimming
gonna
things and, like, all these fun
upload
activities and whatnot.
a
The
clip
only
of
thing I remember
me
was, like,
finish
yeah, I'm
beating TOA Hard 100 boss. The boss this time is the male boss, so it's much more easier. And like, oh god, thank god, it's much more easier. Like I did fight the first time I fought it, I would put on autumn mode, then suddenly it gone red. It gone barrage mode on me, and all my units died instantly. I was like, what the fuck? Then the second time I fought him, I was like, yes, I must mono. I cannot go cocky. I underestimated that. It's so easy.
I don't know how statistically correct this is, but there's a lot of even adults in Japan that just never learn to swim.
Yeah, I mean, like, if it wasn't part of if it wasn't part of my curriculum, I probably would not have learned how to swim. It's like I don't know where I would have gotten the motivation to be like, okay, I'm going to go out and figure out how I'm going to fucking
There's
flow through water.
everywhere in the UK.
Yeah, because
and
in
they're public. So
yeah,
like
yeah,
like, you
exactly.
just pay like a
Because in Australia, it's almost like second nature. To be like, oh, your kid is 3 to 5 years old, well, then we'll take you swimming school. Like, it's just no question.
As someone who's a lifeguard, has there any was it pretty common for like you to find pieces of shit in your pool? Just like
it happened like so for, in like a
It
year.
happens.
it
It was like Code Brown, so it was like
Code Brown.
That's what it was. You have to empty. Everyone has to get out. You have to close the pool because you have to
Really?
you have to re-sanitize it. 'Cause
Oh, okay.
it's like
Well, yeah, obviously.
contaminated.
Yeah.
Because like obviously there's tons of piss in there, but you can't see it. The
Yeah.
moment you see a giant Mars bar floating, you gotta fish it out, and then you gotta kick everyone out. Same if like someone throws up. I think more people threw up than
Throwing up in a pool? Oh, I guess from drinking all the pool water.
maybe
right?
people. Some kids are stupid. They would like. Some of them would drink the pool water.
Yeah,
Or some of them would just eat a lot and they'd like jump around and then swim a bunch, get really exhausted, and then they would die.
Yeah.
How long would it take to fucking sanitize the pool?
I don't know. We had
Oh, easy.
there was like a Roomba that went around like the bottom, and there was a bunch
Oh,
of
yeah, like the little, we used to have
pool
those,
cleaner.
yeah.
We
like
would go
pool cleaner
around
things.
and it would clean it, but the water is like never like empty.
Yeah.
It's just like
Just salted, right?
Just
Yeah,
salted,
yeah.
And you got to do a chlorine test every like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Make sure the chlorine levels are.
Oh, more.
I never did that. I wasn't allowed to. They were like, we don't trust you. We don't trust you with the chlorine, Connor. Get at it. No, I mean, I was never like the manager though, so I was just like
Yeah.
there.
Because I remember still having like fucking vivid memories as when I was like learning how to swim. I was just like
Let's do a bit of.
shit in like the swimming pool.
Yeah, it happened like
It-
twice, I think. To me.
Yeah, because like you would
I
never.
purposely
feel like
derank
you would
myself.
Always be at the bottom. And like as a kid, I was just like because I was always been short-sighted. I was always short-sighted, right? My entire life, and I didn't know this until I was like maybe 10 years old that I was short-sighted. I remember as a kid, right? I would be sitting really close to the TV because like when playing
Couldn't
games
see
or
it.
whatever, my mum was just like, stop sitting so close to the TV, and I was like, but I can't see it, and my mum's just like, look harder. you're not looking hard enough. Get better eyes.
Oh my gosh.
And then it was only when we realized that when I was a
That
little
your
older
eyes
in
were
life
fucked.
that I was just born with bad eyesight,
Right,
unfortunately.
right.
So as a kid, I didn't have glasses at the time, so I would be swimming in the pool and I would see this like little. I remember seeing this like little black fucking thing, like in the corner of this pool, right? And
you do?
and it was fucking blurry as fuck, right? So I'm just like, what the fuck is this black thing
No!
in the corner of the pool? I've never seen a black thing
Don't tell me you
in the
did. I
corner
think
of the
you
pool.
did.
And so like, out of they say curiosity killed the cat. So me being the curious little fucking 6-year-old I was or whatever, I swim closer and closer to it.
I know.
And looking back, I can hear the fucking Jaws music just playing in the background. I'm like, dun dun, and so like it starts moving closer, it starts like.
I know what he's talking about.
Slowly coming into focus, right? And it starts like, okay, so it becomes this blurry mess, and it becomes this cylinder-shaped thing. And I'm just like, what the fuck is a cylinder-shaped thing doing in the swimming pool? Right? And so I get closer, and then I'm literally like, so the shit's there, right? And so
I don't hear it. I don't hear it. I don't hear the thing.
And then I like when it because like when it fully came into focus, obviously when I'm this close, I can see the entire fucking detail in everything, right?
You're like 2 inches away from a piece of shit.
Yeah, I can, like you can see the fucking texture of the shit right now. Like that's how detailed it was in my mind. I let out the biggest underwater scream I had of my fucking life. It was literally like a fucking horror movie when I'm just like.
Oh, it's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. Yes, it's very disgusting. I'm sorry, cunt. I'm giggled.
I was just completely confused at how there was a shit in the pool.
Yeah.
And I still to this day cannot figure out what happened.
Yeah.
So I'd love some scientists in the chat to explain what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
So they would do this thing at my pool where they would have like how to learn. Like,
Oh my god, oh Jesus Christ, oh Jesus.
like 6 people.
Like in the pool.
Yeah, they would let people. They would put 6 kayaks in the pool and just let people kayak around it. And I
Well,
don't know
we
how
almost
this
finished with Theory.
After the
Still a
kayak
few more
incident,
floors there.
there was a shit in the pool. Now, they're in kayaks. How did they get in the pool? Did some of them just window out, like put their butt out just for a second, just like squeeze it out? How does that happen? How does there shit in the pool after kayaks? Does anyone have an idea of how this happened? We were all completely confused, and luckily it was the end of the day, but we were just like, how is there shit in the pool?
Right, looking back on like the security footage cameras, like we gotta find the exact moment where the poop came out.
We wish we had security footage to fucking analyze if someone had done cheeky shit. Did they bring it and drop it in? Like, did they do it in the kayak and then just fucking scoop it
Oh
in?
my God.
What happened? To this day, I wake up in cold sweat wondering how did that shit.
Wait, were they like adults in the kayak?
No, it was like 15, 14, 13.
What 15, 14-year-olds like? I'm a shit in this pool.
Kids are fucking weird, man.
Kids are weird.
When you think like after like the age of 12, you think like
Nah, dude.
there is like a mental
No,
like
no.
stop in my brain to be like, no, pooping in the pool is bad.
Some
I
kids are
probably
fucking,
shouldn't.
some kids are so dirty there. I don't give a shit.
Gross.
Yeah. I mean, like even just pissing in the pool, right?
I've done it.
Everyone's done.
It's something
I'm
we
not
don't.
going to pretend like I don't piss in the pool.
It's something.
Yeah,
it's
you gotta
something
admit
that
it.
we don't like to admit, but of course everyone's done it.
Everyone does
Listen,
it.
Right,
you know,
Maylin? Right, Maylin?
sometimes,
The biggest.
It's like smelling your own fart.
Sorry.
Sometimes, you know, you just get in the pool and you realize, fuck, I need a piss.
Yeah.
I just got in.
Yeah, I don't want to get out.
I'm not getting out. I'm going to piss. Everyone else is doing it. We're all
Yeah.
just drinking each other's piss anyway.
This pool is massive. No one will know.
It's got chlorine in it for a reason.
Wave it around a bit.
What?
What?
That
It's a
doesn't.
fucking pool, Maylin.
It's a public pool, Maylene.
Public pool is basically piss. Why do you think they put so much fluoride in it?
Michael Phelps says he pisses in the pool. If Michael Phelps can piss in the pool, I can piss in the pool.
Yeah, it propels him, right? It's like an extra jet engine.
He is the gold standard of swimmers. If he can piss in the pool, as far as I'm concerned, I can piss in
It's
the
like
pool.
a jet propel, right?
Yeah.
It's just like through here.
You know, I'm not shitting in the pool. You know, it's not
No.
I'm not doing
No,
that.
no.
Come on.
Big difference between pissing and shooting in the pool.
One of them evacuates the pool. The other one is the thing everyone else is doing. It's
Yeah,
not a problem. Whatever.
exactly.
I will not have to justify pissing in. I don't piss. I don't just get in every pool and I'm like, I'm done. It's pissing time.
I'm about to pee.
All I'm saying is that, you know, if you got a wetsuit on or something, it's like you know what? I'm gonna make myself warm.
You know who else pisses in the pool though? Our patrons.
Yeah, they do.
Yes. All of these people
all
definitely
of these
pee in the
people,
pool.
they definitely piss in the pool. Look at all these lovely people right here.
Who piss
Look
in
at all
the
these
pool?
lovely pool pisses right here. But if you
We've gone from fucking spicy food to fucking pissing in the pool. Welcome to an episode of
sounds
Trash
like
Taste.
a Trash Taste episode to me. But hey, if you'd like to join the Patreon, then make sure to go over to patreon.com/trashtaste. Also, follow us on Twitter, send us your memes on the subreddit, and if you hate our faces, listen to us on Spotify.
Yeah, and I think that's everything for today, right, lads? We've had a
It is indeed.
pretty colourful episode today.
I don't even remember what we fucking talked
I don't
about.
remember what we
Somehow
talked
we always
about.
mention shit. What the fuck's wrong with us?
I'm glad we ended it on what we usually ended on, which is poo-poo pee-pee stories.
Poo-poo pee-pee. Poo-poo pee-pee stories.
Exactly.
If you didn't know, we have Trash Taste After Dark, where we occasionally stream live on Twitch and the VODs get uploaded to that YouTube channel. So,
Yeah, so if you'd like to check out our Twitch and also After Dark channel, check out the description below.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
watching, gamers. See
Yeah,
you soon.
and we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm back. I'm gonna put this. I think I gotta get a demonetization sooner or later.
Age is just a number.
Very good. Technically, I got demonetization from the MCA like 3 times.
English for kids, like who are studying for TOEIC. That's kind of like a
Yeah,
Japanese thing again.
Right.
I think only Japanese people care about TOEIC
Yeah.
or
It's like,
ACAN.
like the English proficiency test,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I had no idea what that was.
Right?
Yeah.
No
Right.
one, mostly in Japan.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really have to take it, right? Like, we know we're proficient. You know, hopefully.
If you
Yeah.
ever go on like Tinder here, I think you'll get people being like, "Hey, I need help with my TOEIC, by the way. You look like you speak English."
Yeah, I had no idea what the English proficiency test was because I know like Japan have like the N1, N2, or whatever that's called.
Japan proficiency
The
test.
Japan proficiency. Is that what's what? I only know by the
That's
N1s
exactly
and
what
N2s
it
and
is, yeah.
You're obviously not going to hear about it because you don't need to learn English.
yeah.
Right.
But I heard that you got, like, an amazing TOEIC score, right? Like, what's your TOEIC score?
The highest is 990, which is kind of weird. Like, let's
It's
make
not
it
1,000?
1,000. Yeah,
Come
it's
on,
not
add
a
that extra
1,000.
10 points, man.
But I take that score. Yeah.
So you got a perfect
I
score.
nailed it. On
You
that
nailed
day.
it.
On that day.
Damn.
Only on that day. But
So when did you start learning English then?
I guess it started from high school. I mean, like, we had English school
Yeah.
back in elementary school or middle school, but we never
People normally drop it, I've noticed.
we don't really care, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we don't know when to use English. But then I got into WWE.
Really?
Back then,
Really?
yeah. Back then it was
Wow.
still WWF. You know?
That's how you got into use it?
Oh my god.
You just
Let
go...
me explain.
Okay.
I was just used to
Oh
like,
my
watching
God.
Japanese professional wrestling
Okay.
because
Ah,
my
okay.
dad was a physician for that generation.
Oh,
That organization. So yeah, it was just not
This is the first time.
professional wrestling.
yeah,
Right.
a TOA VOD is on my Twitch channel.
Like, they
Because I don't
did
know that time I don't know how to
Oh,
upload
okay.
the
So
VOD
that
into my
was
Twitch.
That was actually the
It
second
seems
time
it was
I
easy
tour.
after a
I
while.
couldn't make it in the first time.
Mm.
I think the first time they still had Rock as the Ranger.
Oh my god, that's going way back. That's going so far back.
Yeah.
influencer in the world, by the way.
I guarantee there's like a group of like really young people watching this who are like, the actor.
Yeah, he wasn't back then yet.
Yeah, exactly.
I just imagine like you younger just going around, "Can you smell what the rock is?" That's like your first like sentence.
Oh my god. I remember in high school when, or in like middle school, when people would just say that and just immediately fart. It's just yeah, there's like, can you smell what the Rock is cooking? And it was just like a joke. And everyone started doing it. It was so fucking annoying.
That's hilarious.
Joey's like, "Damn, I gotta write that
Yeah,
down."
alright. Okay. It's a new joke. So wait, so you got into WWF
Yes.
at the time.
Yes, on that stage, I saw Triple H was actually the star, the champion at the time.
Okay.
So
is
like,
like-
yeah, like you guys are beginning
memories.
to understand how old are you? How
Yeah,
old I
yeah,
am,
yeah,
but, you
yeah.
know, I'm not
Oh
really-
my god, that was a long one. Because of the blue elephant.
Yeah.
I want to stay mysterious.
Of course.
Yeah. So yeah, Triple H just came out. I was in the front row, very close to front row, so I could just feel actually his water splashing.
Wow.
Wow.
So you were in the splash zone.
Yeah.
Wow.
You could smell what he was cooking.
Wait, splashing
It's
what?
great.
Like sweat? What?
No, he does this. I don't know if he's still doing it.
Right.
Right? Like he just put water in his mouth.
Oh, wait,
Yeah, when he
okay.
comes out.
That sounds
I remember as a kid, I
disgusting,
used
to be
try and,
honest.
like, beg my parents to buy me like the wrestling, like action figure set.
Yeah,
and they were
yeah.
like, no, Connor, that's got 3 zeros. We're not. We don't
Oh.
Yeah. I never got into wrestling. I mean, like, my uncle was like a pretty big fan. My Japanese uncle was like a pretty big
Yeah.
fan of the Japanese wrestling side.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never like really sat. I know if I sit down and watch it though, I
Yeah.
think I'd love it.
I mean, it just seems like anime with real people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
basically.
Right.
Like the only thing I know about wrestling is from Super iPad Wolf's videos about wrestling. That's pretty much
Yeah.
my knowledge on wrestling.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it seems like something I could properly get into if I had the time to commit to it, because it seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Isn't it just like basically just a pantomime?
I
Basically,
mean,
it's a
But you need
stage
some
performance,
skills,
right?
right.
Yeah, it's like a theatrical
Yeah.
thing.
No,
Exactly.
it's kind of like a
But it-
final fight with a drummer. Like,
Yeah.
like you enjoy Hagar like doing a lot of stuff.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's like, 'cause it's all coordinated, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all comedy.
Yeah, yeah,
As
yeah.
far as I know, and I think they're very famous moments where they. Because I remember seeing my recommended like top 10 ad libs in wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, something I can't remember what it was.
What was the athlete?
I can't remember what it was. It was like someone meant to slam the table, but he slammed his face, and then I was like, oh shit! What?
Coming up next on Watch Mojo.
So did you ever think about, I know this is going to be a weird question, but did you ever think about, I want to be a wrestler? Or like, did you ever think about like going into that side of things?
Not really, because I just wanted to like get to know them more. But that's it. Like maybe become a physician like my dad, or maybe a translator. I don't know. But
So it's basically like us with anime, where we saw anime and we saw it's in Japanese, so that was our motivation to learn Japanese for anyone who did at that age.
Well, we didn't want to go into the anime industry. We just wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Like, yeah.
I don't have the physical for pro wrestling. Obviously, I'm like. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm very short compared to these, the huge.
I don't think I'm that tall.
They are giant for me.
Well, I don't know how tall my audience think I am, because everyone assumes I'm really short.
Yeah.
The first comment I always get is, man, you're a lot taller than I
I
thought you'd
have
be.
the opposite thing. In real life, I hate people who are like, I thought you were taller.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Fuck off.
It might just be like the white man and Asian man stereotype, right? Like it's like, oh, he's Asian, so he must be short. Oh, he's white, so he must be tall.
Yeah, I remember when we aired our Akiba video, and everyone, all the comments were, man, I can't believe Garnt's taller than Connor. My image is shattered.
For some reason, I think I'm like 6'10". Like, I don't know why people think that. Like, just a normal guy. Leave me alone. Stop bullying me.
So wait, so you got into WWF?
Yeah,
Right.
but you don't really want to learn language from them, kind of.
I don't know.
It'd be fantastic if I met a Japanese person who spoke like a WWF
Like you
person.
suck, or like, I don't say that. I try not to say it.
I just realized like everything they say is so like anti-Japanese culture. It's so in your face, and that's so opposite.
Although,
to
to be
everything.
fair, if a Japanese person came up to me and said, "Do you smell what the Rock is cooking?" I'd be like, "Dude, you are awesome. I love you."
And then
for that."
farts.
Yeah, and then
I
farts.
gotta use that.
Like, you got me. All right, okay. So I remember because I interviewed you for
Yes.
my channel. I think it was
Last year.
right?
At AX.
Yeah, at AX. We did an interview together, and I got to know like a lot about your backstory and whatnot. We'll obviously get more into that in this episode.
Yeah.
But,
Oh my
as you were saying,
night.
you before you came into the JAV world, you went to journalism, like with the baseball stuff.
Yes.
So I want to know now that I know that you were into WWF before that, how did it go from WWF to baseball journalism?
It's just, I was in a company, so like I didn't have a choice. Like my boss
yeah,
decided
okay.
where I should go.
Right,
and
right.
baseball is like what Japanese people watch the most.
I guess.
Japanese baseball.
Okay.
So would you have liked to have done like what wrestling journalism? Yeah. So that
Oh,
was
so that was your aim. Okay, that's pretty
Get
interesting.
But now you get to talk about WWF.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you get
Finally.
any say in doing baseball? Like, do you like baseball?
I had no idea. Like I mean, like, I didn't know anything about rules. Well,
They
I
were like,
just
yeah, you're
do
a
this
great
like
reporter. Great reporter.
protecting this base. Like I didn't really understand. Like I never watched baseball. I mean, like, I grew up in, I've been to girls' school, girls only school from elementary school. For like 12 years, I was like in one gender.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
the same. Yeah.
Joey went to an all-boys
I
school.
went to an all-boys school.
For
as well.
6 years.
Yeah, for 6 years.
Okay,
Middle
I have to
school
do
and
a bit of
So
heads
double
up.
that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 'cause elementary as well.
I have been trying to get a good, like, you have to get 42 out of 50 correct
Yeah.
in the
It's
exam.
like private school. It's because you got to pay.
And that is very hard for me since I'm very good at making mistakes.
Surrounded by
And,
those
you know,
dirty boys.
that's so.
Disgusting boys.
Stay away from boys.
You say that as you're with 3 boys. Right? Okay, so I guess so from my understanding, because you were in a girls' school your entire time, right? I mean, they still play baseball though in girls' school, or I guess it's softball.
Yeah,
Right?
some, only a few.
Right.
So
And-
I had no idea how the sports was like
Work,
functioning. Right? Like, I
right.
didn't-
Because baseball is pretty popular in Japan, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I think is it the most popular sport or is that soccer?
I should say
Might be baseball, right?
Yeah.
I've no idea.
I think the top 3 sports from what I remember here is baseball, soccer, and sumo.
Oh,
Those are
okay.
the top 3 most
right.
popular.
Mm.
Right.
Obviously, they play other sports like
Right.
wrestling, for example.
Yeah.
But I think baseball's probably the most popular, right?
They have the 100
No turning left.
games at least a year.
Jesus.
Yeah, more than.
Right.
Yeah, because I know a lot of like American teams scout out Japanese baseball players.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to talk out my ass because I literally know nothing about baseball. I've been to one baseball game in America,
Yeah.
and basically the only way I could really have fun was just to get belligerently drunk, and that's what everyone else seemed to be doing.
Isn't it really slow, baseball? Like, it's, at least in America, right? They have like an ad break after like every throw. or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm exaggerating. That's what it feels like watching
Oh
sports
no,
in the US.
I don't know. It just feels like one of those really boring sports to watch. I'm gonna piss off a lot of baseball fans now.
Also, okay, well, if we're pissing off people, dude, American football is so fucking boring, and they actually do have an ad every time anything happens. Like,
No, okay.
it's so annoying.
Okay, I can understand American football.
Yeah.
American football, when it's in motion, is like one of the most exciting sports to watch. It just has too many breaks. But sports like baseball, cricket,
Cricket,
golf,
I don't like cricket either.
I don't understand the appeal of watching them.
I
man.
really like the cricket. Oh my god! I used to I never watched baseball. I never watched soccer. I always used to watch the cricket. And if
Wow.
you thought going to a baseball game was slow, go to a cricket game.
Oh, well, that's like a 4-day thing, and well, that's,
no,
that's just a big piss up though.
No,
That's all it
okay.
is.
No, I didn't. Okay, you're talking about the Test cricket, which is
Oh,
like,
okay.
one
Okay.
game is like 5 days long. Right?
Okay.
They also have. There's 3 different types. I can't believe I'm going to talk about cricket in this.
Ah, it's very
I
educational
have a good,
though.
I have a good story about
So
it.
basically,
Okay.
cricket has 3 different types of games. There's
Okay.
the Test cricket, which is the really long one that most people associate cricket with, right? Which is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
5 days.
So long.
No one goes to watch those, right?
Yeah,
They do. I know.
I mean, they do, but like you have to be retired, right, and have literally nothing else to do, right? Because it's so long. It's 5 days, and then there's the what they call the one-day international, or the
Right.
ODI, which is it only goes for 1 day.
This man knows his shit. Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm into cricket, man. And then there's a shorter version which is called the 2020, which usually only goes for about 3 hours. So it's like
Okay.
it's
Only
it's
3
basically-
hours?
It's speed running cricket, basically. and going to watch the 2020 cricket, the short one, is really exciting because they have a limited number of balls.
Right.
So they have no choice but to try and smack the ball as many times as they want. So it's way more interesting. Whereas Test cricket, they have 5 days, so they can take
So
their
long.
time.
And is it true that after the 5 days you can still come out with no winner?
Yeah, there's draw.
Yeah, there's draws as well.
Oh.
Yeah, the best analogy I heard for that is like, imagine having sex for 4 days and then in the end, nobody comes. That's Test cricket.
That's what it feels like yeah, sometimes. But like the Test cricket, at least in Australia, at least in my family, we would put on the Test cricket just like we put it on the TV and then just have it in the background and do other stuff around the house. So like every now and then we would come into the living room and be like, oh, who's winning? Like I wouldn't sit in front of the TV
Right.
for 5 days being like, oh my god, this is so exciting. Because most of the time nothing's happening, right?
Edge of your seat stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
When I was younger, and my whole family likes cricket, but I don't like it. I've made that very clear to them that I didn't like cricket, right? So, I'm 13 years old and it's Christmas, right? Guess what? Like the main gift they got me was
Cricket bat.
a ticket to watch the Ashes. Or
The
something.
Ashes.
The Ashes, and I was like, Mum, I didn't ask for this. I asked for Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It clearly says. I know there's no Santa, Mum. Come on, I'm not putting up with this act anymore. This is bullshit. And I'm pretty sure my parents bought me it just so that my dad could like be like, well, if you don't want it, I'll take it. I like how I'm just calling out my parents perpetually on
Wait,
this podcast.
did you get Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I just had to like forfeit my main gift, which was a ticket to the Ashes.
If I were you, I would have like gone and sold that ticket to like a friend and then
Yeah.
used that money to buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards, right?
Done that. One of my 13-year-old friends is going to go to the Ashes alone.
Yeah.
Like, come on, go to middle of fucking nowhere.
You do it, you. The real tired.
Yeah. Okay, so you eventually though had to get a better understanding of baseball, right? Because there was
Yes, I
essentially
had to.
your job.
I
right?
had to like do a scoreboard, a scorecard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, scorebook is what we call in Japanese.
Mm.
Kind of like a baseball craft manager kind of thing.
It sounds like you were very interested in it.
You'd think.
So how long did you do that for?
About a year. Like as a baseball.
Oh my god.
reporter, I also did editing.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, on that note, can I just?
Oh yeah, we completely forgot that we had
Forget
gifts.
about my boring career.
No, we want to hear about
It's
it.
part of the law.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh Kaho law.
Yeah. So this is summertime in Japan.
Mhm.
I
Yes.
brought Ochugen, which is summer gift.
Oh.
But it's got Pikachu on it.
Yes, Pikachu and Eevee on it.
Cute. Where'd you get that from?
Pokemon Center.
Oh, Pokemon Center. Really? I go to the Pokemon Center quite often, but I've never seen anything like this. Let's open it
Yeah,
up.
they have collaboration with this
Ooh,
Rask.
cute. Or Chugen. This is.
Yeah.
There's a play on words.
So-
Because of Pikachu. Should we open it?
Chu.
Yeah, do you want to open it up?
Yeah, sure.
Yay!
So is this like a traditional Japanese gift where you give in the summertime then? Okay.
Especially for business partners.
Oh,
People
okay.
you want to send that to.
Yeah. I still don't understand the intricacies of Japanese business etiquette
Right.
because there is an etiquette behind Japanese businesses. You want to show off? the camera?
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's Rusk, which is like a biscuit. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's really nice. Ooh. Yes, yes.
We'll bring your Vega to a 6 time. You must change to a
From
100
Gunma
here.
Prefecture.
That looks good. Yeah. Well, we won't eat it on this
Don't wanna-
episode because we don't want to like.
Eating ASMR.
We don't want an
Yeah.
ASMR episode, but thank you. Thank you, Carl.
Also,
Thank you so
Connor.
much.
I thought I was going to die on that
I had
part.
no idea. I had no idea.
It was just
Wow.
Connor's at the time of filming. It was just
Controlled by
Connor's birthday
traffic
last
light, you
weekend.
should.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday! What'd you get, Connor? What'd you get?
It's Pokemon sweet, it says. Is it a cake?
Yes.
Of some sort? Like Pokemon cake. I mean, I don't want to take it all out and ruin it, but it's very cute.
Correct. Safety measure to ensure
Thank you
that.
so much.
Man, you're much nicer than our previous guest. He just took all of our.
A road accident during a brown car is caused by driver.
We love you, Chris. We love you.
I'm going to ask something. And, so I watched Joey's video where he interviewed you. And I watched a ton of videos that you were in on YouTube.
Okay.
And I know...
Yeah,
I can't say that without people being like,
No,
I
because
bet you did.
because earlier I was like, I was doing my research to Connor about your career, and he just burst out laughing.
I'm sorry. You know how it is, right?
I know.
So I wanted to ask because it must be I don't know. This is what I want to know. On Joey's video, all the comments on every single video that
Right.
you're in are always the same. It's like, oh, opens up Chrome tab to
Right,
search.
right.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, how did you like not look at your breasts, whatever. Like, does that get annoying? Like when you're just want to collaborate on like a podcast like this?
Person kind of feel sorry for Joey too because like I
No,
like
it isn't.
noticed the
No, no.
I also invited him to join my radio show.
Right.
When we pause and we share.
Don't buy my life away.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
I think I will just survive.
Like, oh, maybe they're gonna have a threesome. Like, what?
Like they just think that you just like cannot stop having sex.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it was a job, not a
Yeah.
not a lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly.
And B,
What
I
should you
was
do
fully
when you
retired
feel
at
tired?
that time.
Stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I
You
am
can
now.
both
But even,
conversation.
even if you were still working in it, this
Yeah.
assumption that you just I gotta make a
Right.
porno. I've got to
Yeah.
fuck something and film it. Like it's so strange.
I felt bad for you. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't really care because it's just my comments,
Oh,
right?
thank
Whatever.
you.
But like, because like the whole point of my interview with you.
Are you
was to
prorated
get
from
to know
Brazil?
you as
Yeah.
a person, right?
Thank you.
And obviously, it's a of course, it's inevitable that we're gonna cross that
Right.
path,
Yeah.
right? Because we're gonna talking about
Yeah, we'll talk
your
about
career,
Yeah.
right? But like, yeah, I like obviously it wasn't every comment. It was a lot of comments.
Yeah, of course.
But I saw a lot of comments as well who are like, oh, you know, like I totally saw a different light in her. Like, you know,
Yeah.
she's actually a really nice person. And like that was my whole aim, right? But of course, the internet is always going to be the
Yeah, of
internet,
course,
right?
of
So
course.
I was just really, but like, I don't know. I would be really annoyed if I was you.
Yeah.
If I went on to an interview of some person or anybody.
No, I
And-
just appreciate this. You guys so much for bringing me out here, in spite of all those like future idiotic comments.
No.
I mean, I can see that.
No. We want to bring this up to call out the fucking comments now.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen is, right, someone's going to immediately type this comment before they watch the video. They get
Yeah.
30 minutes in, they go, oh shit, I got to delete that.
Shim, shim. Oh,
And,
Yeah.
and if you don't, you're just going to be casted as a clown in the comment section, right?
At least be creative, you know, that's
Yeah.
all I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
We don't need the same 5 millionth incognito mode comments
Yeah,
that we're gonna see
exactly.
on every video.
Be a man. You don't use incognito. Keep that shit in your history.
Cast
Little
it to the apartment in the other.
Assert dominance. But no, like, does it? Because the question I had was, you've had a very varied career in terms of like everything you do now. When I was reading up, you were like a streamer, you were a cosplayer, you're a writer. You've done a lot of things, but has your career in the Japanese adult video industry, has that like affected how people view you when you're doing other things at all?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate people like started knowing me because of JV. Like I still keep the same name because that's the name like people know me.
Know you.
Right.
So yeah, I mean like I appreciate that like for that. Because of that experience, I get to write more. Like I get to speak more.
Yeah.
I get to have an interesting conversation because of that experience. But I don't want to be like just like forever. Like, people just forever see me as JB
Yeah, they
Yeah,
actress.
yeah.
Like
Label
even
on
though
you.
like I'm retired.
I
that's
feel.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Mia Khalifa recently, she had like, I think it was like breakdowns or on
Something like
Instagram,
that.
something
I
similar.
I remember reading up about it where she actually regrets working in porn because of how it just completely dehumanized her and affected her in a way that she can never recover. So I guess for you, have you ever thought that you've regretted that career at all?
The reason right now I'm not making an OnlyFans account or like I'm not doing
Yeah.
any
Yeah,
nudity
yeah.
work is because like you know
mentioned
I want because I want to redeem myself not as a JV actress like past or current
Yeah.
because I want to have a second career. Like I want to show people that you don't really have to keep taking off your clothes just because
Yeah.
you did it once. So
Yeah.
that's why like I'm encouraged to do this. Like,
Yeah.
just being myself.
And that's like, that's why I have like so much respect for you, because anybody else would change their name. You know,
Yeah.
Can you hear the
after
background?
JV, right?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
they think that like, oh no, like people, if
I
they
need
see
to
that
learn
name,
why I make
people
mistake
are gonna
names.
remember me for that thing.
Yeah.
But the fact that you didn't just goes to show that like, no, I can grow out of this,
Yeah.
right? I'm confident enough in myself that I'll be able to sell myself as a person
Yeah.
and not just like the person that once used to do porn, right? Like that's, I don't know, that's
big.
really cool.
That's
No,
big
thank
dick
you.
energy right
That is
there.
big dick energy.
I guess I
From
have
the
to
boys.
embrace my past. Like I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not necessarily proud of it. Like I've never been proud of what I do, like as a newspaper reporter or
Yeah.
as a teacher. Like if you're, I mean, some actresses say like, oh, like we are helping Japan to have a low crime rate, low sex crime rate, or something, you know. But maybe it's true. But I guess if you're doing any kind of jobs, like you're helping somebody in a way.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah,
you know, you
of
don't really
course.
have to be proud of it. So
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
yeah, you're working. Yeah, so I'm not necessarily proud of it, but I am proud of it that I'm kind of growing out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a stepping stone for me. I'm not doing the same thing. Like I do wear sexy lingerie or maybe sexy cosplay, you
Yeah.
know, but I'm not showing anything more.
Yeah, right.
I'm not, you know, making a secret account like to show more, like so
Yeah,
people
yeah.
can subscribe and they can pay more.
You don't have an
I don't do that.
OnlyFans.
You just did it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
See, I'm just very curious about how you transitioned from being a baseball journalist to working in the JV industry. I mean, that's quite a career change.
That's a bit of a jump.
I
True.
think that's a standard promotion,
Yeah.
as far as I remember.
I changed from working at the BBC to doing YouTube. I thought that was a big career shift, but that's nothing compared to you, I think.
I mean, I've always loved writing, so like I still do. Actually, my physical book is coming out.
Your memoirs, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not necessarily memoir. It's about, I think, as a reporter, like a report
right,
on
right.
JV industry.
Oh,
Not
right.
necessarily.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily an expose, but you can look on actually learn how much.
At least we finished it earlier
Oh,
this
okay.
time
Put
around.
out all the what's that, like a legal paper, you had tax paper,
wow,
so like
nice.
it's like
Oh, wow.
a definite thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
nobody gonna expose that much. Like it's, but it's about me, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess it's okay.
That was a flawless transition to an ad,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, and what's happening behind
Behind the scenes,
mosaic or
Right.
All right.
So,
Behind the
behind the
mosaic.
mosaic.
That sounds like a Netflix documentary.
That's such a
Behind
good
the
title.
mosaic.
That's
Yeah.
such a good title.
That'd be a good title for the book. Behind the mosaic.
Because I think I watched Joey's video yesterday before we did this, and I think he asked something similar. But I think we really want to know, like, how did you know someone that was in the industry? Was it like a Craigslist ad that you were like, oh, porn actress needed? Like, well, how did you like find your way into it?
Actually, I try to have an interesting part-time job because I was like became teacher from a reporter. I got more free time, so I have a decent schedule. Like
Right.
Yeah,
as a
yeah, yeah.
reporter, like it's like 24/7
Yeah.
almost
Yeah, yeah.
time.
Right.
But as a teacher, like you have classes and that's it. So
Right.
okay, I'm gonna have like an interesting part-time job because I heard.
You were that teacher. You were that teacher
Oh,
with
wait.
that shit.
No, I didn't mean to do like anything
Wait,
like
were you
sexual.
doing both at the same time at any point?
Not really.
Not
I think
really?
we-
Not really?
No, like, I think, like we had a photo shoot, but you know,
Oh, okay.
once
Oh.
the DVD came out, like I should just leave
Yeah.
before parents find out.
So-
I wasn't teaching any young kids, but you know,
Oh my
Shout
god,
out to him.
11 more floors left.
it was a gradual because like if
right,
it
right.
comes out soon, then maybe people, your friends gonna find out soon, and maybe you wanna
Right,
quit.
right.
Oh, so were you like so how did you even get the offer to do the
Right.
photo shoots?
So I was just looking for interesting part-time job because my friend actually told me he was working at this PR company, the gaming PR company.
Yeah.
Yes. And she said, I have this part-time job where I just jump in. It's nothing sexual.
Yeah, I mean, it just
Don't
sounds.
expect too
No,
much.
no, no. Just when your friend says, "I have this job," like it's like, oh god.
And side job.
yeah.
Yeah, they got a mixer. We say gokon in Japanese.
Right.
Mixer.
Ah,
like
yeah,
boys
the
and girls.
mixer.
And sometimes they don't have enough girls. So like
Yeah.
I fill in. And I just
Oh.
pretend I'm one of them.
Wait.
Like,
Right,
she doesn't know anyone
Yeah.
at the party, but like she just pretend like she's one of them.
Right.
Like, she's
Oh, okay.
a friend of them.
Right.
So to explain what a mixer is, it's kind of like a group dating session, but not really
It's
kind
like,
of thing.
It's like group speed dating.
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of. Yeah.
Oh wow, weird.
Yeah. It is really
Never heard of
strange. Yeah. It's basically just like it's like three guys. Usually it's like 3 guys, 3 girls, right?
Or
they're-
even numbers.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I have heard of this
Yeah, or an
actually.
even number, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna the girls just like chat up all the boys, see which one's good. The boys chat up all the girls, see which one's
I'm
good.
too competitive.
And then they just like, okay, I'm gonna take her, I'm gonna take him, I'm gonna take her, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird. I've never done it.
I don't know. I've never done it either. That sounds like a lot of
That
pressure.
sounds like something you would do.
Yeah.
I know. No, I couldn't do that because I think I'd be like, "What do you mean all three? You didn't pick me? What do you?" I'm joking. By the way.
It's kind of like I'm gonna introduce you to my friends kind of thing,
Ah,
but
okay.
improved.
I am tired.
I'm not-
Very tired.
I must sound like Dennis from like Sunny in
Like
Philadelphia.
in everyone else's mind, it's just a social gathering. To you, it's like, how do I gamify this? How do I win? You've lost. You've lost. I need to win this. It's like, bro, chill, Connor. We're just trying to chat up some
I turn
girls.
everything into the Olympics. Like I'm
Nice.
like that guy who's like,
That's the
"Oh, it's a
spirit.
competition. Oh, okay." Like,
Game on.
yeah.
Yeah.
My God.
Okay, so you did
Yeah.
that job.
No,
Yeah.
like my friend did that job. I
Oh,
saw
your
it.
friend
Oh,
did it,
that's
okay, yeah.
interesting. You know,
Right.
pretending to be someone else. you
Right,
know?
right.
So I'm gonna do something more interesting. And I.
Gonna did you do it on purpose to one up your friend?
You're like turning it into a competition.
I
Oh
just
my
wanna-
God.
I always want something to write about.
Okay, okay.
Oh,
to
okay,
have
I get, that makes sense.
Like, out of my experience, not like
Yeah.
trying to like, I don't know, sneak into somebody's room, like try to get information out of somebody, but more
Right,
like
right.
I want to talk about myself so that I
Yeah.
don't really have to hurt anyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there was a part-time job called trying out. Well, in Japanese, it was called Adult Goods Monitor.
Adult
Goods
Right.
Monitor. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys use the same name, monitor. It's just a testing adult goods.
Oh,
They
so
call that monitor in Japanese.
oh, so you were like a game tester before adult toys, basically.
No, I applied for that job, but then
Yeah.
like, those companies who, let's say, like we are looking for girls, for people for adult good monitor.
Right.
Those companies are always JV management company, so they just try to lure them in.
Oh, that was like the fishing hook.
Yeah. If you're interested in that, then maybe you get more money in doing that.
Right.
And you're like, oh, sounds good.
And I was like, I don't think that I would get hired. Like I wasn't that young. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Right.
many JV actors sell themselves as 18 or 19.
Oh, wow.
Right.
But
Straight away.
you know, they're actually like not underage, like
Oh, okay.
20, but they sell themselves as like younger
Makes sense.
person. So I was like maybe it could be interesting. Like I should just see how
Right.
many offers I can get.
Okay, I see you.
Nice. Then I got offers, like decent offer.
Right.
Then it was just I couldn't get out anymore.
And then it just opened the floodgates, and then you were in, and
Yeah,
then
like,
It's like
at
a
that
Raid
time,
Shadow Legends sponsorship. They throw too much money at you, man.
lately things are more legal and okay, you know, but during
Oh,
back
sketchy
then
back then.
it was more sketchy, definitely.
okay.
They were like,
That's really interesting, actually. Just I didn't realize that they like hired people like that because it's
Yeah, because I've always wondered, like, how, even in, like, the US as well, it's like,
Yeah.
how do they do it? Like, I'm sure in the US it's probably, like, a Craigslist ad, right? But I guess in Japan it's not really like that. Because I don't see I don't imagine, like, flipping through, like, a a part-time job magazine and being like, oh, okay.
I don't think it's like a Craigslist tag. I think you gotta get like you gotta have a ton of tests done before you can even do anything.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think there's a lot of that.
there's also another way, but I wrote that everything in my book,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I
You wanna
hope
keep
is
secret?
gonna come
Okay.
in English. But
I think I died one time or two times, right?
I mean, like,
I can't remember how many times I died.
Scout, man. Scouting.
It just some random guy in the future will be like, yes,
You know,
let's
like,
count how many
Scout
times the
organization,
Cray Conian died in
one
TOA,
management company.
TOA in this
It's
video.
not
I'll be like,
kind of
yes, thank you.
agencies, but we never work individually in Japan. I guess in the States, there are more like free agents.
Yeah.
so is it like kind of like how an idol agency works? then? Because I saw that you were like in a JV idol group as well. Like what was that about?
I hated that. I hated that.
Spill that tea.
I never asked for that. Like,
Got to get some tea so you can
Wait,
just
so your
spill it.
agency was like, oh, you're in an idol group now.
no, like you're happy, right? Like you're doing something beside porn, so like you're happy, right? Kind of. I hated that attitude too, right? You know?
Right, yeah.
You should be grateful that we put you
Yeah.
in something you hate.
But I never asked. Like I'm not an idol type.
Yeah, what was that like? Because I don't know anything about it. So like, what was that about? Like, what did you have to do?
What's the other male in TOA? Normal.
Cover song.
you
It
sing?
wasn't even an original song. So
Right.
How many of you were there?
At some point, it became more than 15, and just too
Jesus.
many.
Oh my god.
Because I was imagining like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I
right?
think idol groups here are like more.
No.
We need more.
Because at the time, AKB48 was
Right.
huge.
Yeah,
so, like,
yeah,
we
yeah.
got more and more.
They're like, wait, so if we get 49, it's
Yeah.
unstoppable.
No,
I'm
because
sure-
AKB48 isn't there
No,
like 200?
I'm sure they
There's
wanted
actually,
to.
like,
I'm
there's
sure they wanted to
understudies.
make it to 69, but just too many. Just too many.
That would be
I join an idol group if it's part of the 69. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be such an amazing conversation starter, right? It's like, dude, my favorite idol group.
Maybe TKY 69, like
Yeah.
Tokyo, or Roppongi. I don't
The
know.
69%.
Oh my god. No.
So wait, how long did you have to do that for?
Only for a couple
All
of
my
months, like,
life it
like,
goes.
freelance as an actress. Like sometimes some actresses, of course, like in the US, like you are contracted to do only with what was the name of the company?
Brazil.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
actually it.
Bee Gees.
but
Yeah.
sometimes like you're contracted. But
Right.
I got free from the contract, so like I could just shoot as many as I want.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember in the interview, I think I asked like at the peak of your career, how often were you doing it? And I think you said you were doing a shoot like every 2 days or
Right.
something, right?
That was exhausting. Sometimes like 3 days in a row.
3 days.
Ah,
It was like I think you said like 15. Like it was, I think it was like 15
more
shoots
than
in a
15.
month.
Nana is what
something
the
like
makes,
that.
right?
exhausting.
Is
Yeah, I
it like
bet.
is it even like fun at all at that point, or is it just like you're just like fuck? All right,
It
fine.
started
fuck.
becoming fun when it became a routine.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
not fun
okay,
anymore. Like
okay.
I've done all the different situations. Like I was
Yeah.
a MILF at some point. You know.
Right,
Oh, you're
right.
like, oh, that situation. Yeah, got it,
Yeah, or
Yeah.
NTR, like, oh, I've done that already. Or
Yeah.
something like time.
I haven't even done my Kali 2A yet.
I will never
know.
understand.
The last 2A was
like,
pretty
I don't know.
thorough, as you
It's
know.
like, why do you want to suddenly become Dio or something?
My Kali, I think, is around 50% right
How
now
does that-
in
how do
Awaken.
you
Yeah,
watch JoJo and
Awaken
I want to
XP.
jack off to this right now.
I mean,
It's like a Dio Dojin, right? It's like if Dio was like hella horny and he's just like Sawara.
have you seen those fan art where they like draw Dio and Jonathan as like the Sistine Chapel like artwork, like the way he's like God, like.
Oh no, yeah,
I
I have.
love those art. It's like yes. What I want to know is like how, because if someone was like, Connor, do you want to do porn? And I was like, yeah, sure. How do you adjust your mindset to being like, all right, okay, I'm gonna do this? Like, or were you just like, oh yeah, sure, okay, and you just did it?
In the beginning, I was just curious. Like my curiosity was overflowing, so I
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
go. Like I'm so excited. But in the beginning, I had to play a role of like very modest, very shy.
Like the innocent girl, right?
Yeah, like I only had sex with a guy a couple times, you know, kind of thing.
Right,
Like,
right.
That wasn't me back then, by the way. So I couldn't say anything. Like, I could just
Right.
mutter like.
Just be that kudere girl in
I
in
shouldn't
anime.
say anything. I shouldn't say any vulgar words.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
Like I don't know how to respond. Like maybe can I just say it's good or like I shouldn't want more, but I should just be
You
reciprocated.
just have to like act like the inexperienced
Yeah.
one, right? Yeah. Like that's always a thing. Like I've noticed that like if there are any new JOV actresses that come onto the scene,
Yeah.
that's almost always the first one that they do.
Yeah.
And I think you were saying as well, like the first couple of ones are like the highest paying, right? For some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
You'd think that the more you do, the more you get paid.
Yeah.
But it's the opposite in the JOV
It's
industry,
the
right?
opposite.
Yeah.
Unless like you start doing something more, like the back door or.
Right.
So every time you do something new, it's like
Yeah,
paid more.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
okay.
paid more.
Because like the first time, I see that.
First time is always the best time for them.
Oh
Do you
my
have a-
god,
you
don't
said
say
you're
like
in
that,
scenarios
please.
and act different characters. Do you have a script, or do you have to like ad lib everything?
Sometimes we have a script, but rarely. We
That
just
must
have
be-
to ad lib.
It must be so annoying having a script. You're like, I just want to do it. I don't want to read this. Let me just say shit. I know what I'm doing.
And especially for sex scene, like they don't have a script at all. Maybe
Yeah.
in a script is that a position and that's it.
Right.
Type ratio 69. Just eat it like that.
Do not go longer than 3 minutes 30 on doggy, or we're canceling the shoot.
Like 45 minutes in total. Like, that's it.
Right. And do you have to remember that, or does like the other actor have to remember?
In the beginning, because like I was just reciprocating, like
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
have to do anything.
You can hear the
My
background
director
music.
didn't
It's just
want
my
me to read the script
uncle playing
because
games
that would
downstairs.
be too much acting. So
Right.
I would have just loved if you were just like in the position and just like busted out the script. All right. I know
What's my line again?
Yeah, what's my line? Chemo cheese. Okay, yeah. All right, got it.
but if you become like what they call veteran,
Right.
yeah, experience,
Yeah.
then you have to be a cougar or you have to be the aggressive one.
Ah.
Yeah.
So your role changed over time the more you're in the industry then.
I have to actually learn how to say vulgar or like vulgar language. Yeah. I actually took a note. Like how to speak dirty. Like what.
The vulgar word notebook.
So I wrote every single onomatopoeia I could come up with, like to like describe. Like I read a lot of ecchi manga. Like to
Oh my god,
yeah,
you actually use manga as your source material. Oh no!
manga is God.
Isn't that so ironic that like there's essentially like a loop going on, right? It's like because I guarantee that ecchi manga artists learn how to say those things from JAV.
From JAV.
And JAV actresses use
Yeah,
that. It's just like
I
a
actually
cycle.
used that. It's a recycle. It's a good recycle.
It's so funny.
You're just going green.
Whereas in like English porn, if you're just Australian, you're like, that's it, that's the script. Just keep calling him a
What's your
coward.
nationality? Okay, just use that. as
Yeah,
a
just
script.
keep talking to him like he's a close friend.
You know what? I watched this U.S. porn. There was, what was that? Avengers. It was about Avengers. But in Japanese, it was.
I'm gonna skip that part.
On before his hair gets out.
That was mad JoJo like vibes.
Yeah.
That photo. Yeah.
I'll have to get you on one of the videos to judge my cosplay sometime. Be good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're getting a professional cosplayer to JoJo.
Yeah, that'd be great.
yeah.
Yeah, you can tell me how bad I am. I mean, they just clown on me for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I've been on that show. I've been on his like series twice now, and it's man, I've never had to like bleach my eyes like fast.
Didn't you get hives, or Aki got hives from one of the cosplays?
Yeah, one of the wigs you bought, I guess, was like really dirty because he bought it from like a Chinese website.
I buy the cheapest stuff I can find.
He buys like
What's
the
hives?
really cheap
I
ones.
understand.
It's like a skin rash.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's called something else, I
Yeah,
think.
but
Okay.
I put it on in the video just because I thought it was funny, and then the next day I just had hives on my neck. And I'm just like,
You
Connor.
stayed till next day.
Yeah, it was just like I was like, oh god, what's this? And then I thought about it. I'm like, how did I get this? Is it like, bed bugs or
Coming to
something?
my house
And then
once.
and I thought back. I'm like, oh, it's that fucking wig.
Yeah, those are disgusting. Because do you make your own, or do you get them
Yes.
commissioned? You'll make them.
No. Sometimes I don't make on my own.
Yeah.
But I ask
Right.
someone to make one for
Right,
me.
right.
Or sometimes I just order on Amazon if it didn't know.
Quality writing makes your schoolwork better and helps you stand out in the process. Meet
There are a lot of knockoffs
It's-
on
yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I
Because
wouldn't
even on
recommend.
Amazon, they're all I think rerouted through like China. Because it's
Yeah.
it's like
Ew.
Amazon Japan, and then it's like 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
sounds a bit suspicious.
Yeah, a lot of them are just
Ooh,
awful.
nice.
My arm was like red, and I was like, oh yeah, that is weird. That was
Yeah.
strange.
I was like, please throw it away.
Yeah, I normally throw most of them.
But if it's just
And now I need to bring Dot Team Marie for this
on
part.
Amazon because it's a fast delivery. So
So do you keep all your cosplays?
sometimes I sell or I just give away at cons because I go to anime cons
Right.
in the United States and I don't want to carry all the cosplay back to Japan. so
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I
That makes
want-
sense. That makes sense.
I'm curious. Do you have any like convention horror stories? Because we
Horror
have. I
story?
know. Yeah, we have like.
we,
so
we,
many-
have, we have a lot.
So many, has no one ever like tried like step the boundary, ever do anything?
Those
illegal
poor
in a
biscuits
convention?
getting slammed.
Adult cons, like, which I don't go anymore.
This is actually I wanted to talk about because when I was, on YouTube searching clips, there were a lot from adult cons,
Yeah.
and people seem like overly like touchy at adult cons, and
I
they're like,
think it's okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're people just like they go up to you and immediately like put their arm around you.
Yeah.
I hate it when people do that to me. I'm like, what are you doing? I don't know you.
Please don't touch me.
Yeah. And like it was just kind of odd seeing that, and then people were like, yeah, make out with each other, and it's like,
Woo.
yeah. Like how is the like difference between like is the adult con basically as bad as it looks?
It is. First of all, like in Japan, like all those events, like you can't even touch an idol or like a talent. Like
Right.
maybe a handshake. That's why we have handshaking events.
Right,
You know,
right,
like,
right. Oh,
you get
okay,
a
right.
handshake, you get
Yeah,
to
yeah.
feel her,
Yeah.
but hand is the only area you get to feel her.
I'm never washing this hand. That's where that's come from. Yeah.
You're not even like we are not Westerners, so like you're not even supposed to like put hand on
Yeah.
her shoulder
Yeah,
or
yeah.
not even on her hip.
Yeah.
I guess in the West I'm okay, like it's, we're taking photos together. Some people are very gentle when I try to like do ear hand.
Oh no! It's called
Oh,
hold
no.
that hand. Hold that
Oh.
hand. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my god. Yeah, I was
Nice.
just.
Oh
I was,
my
like,
God.
watching some of these clips, and people
Yeah.
just go up to you and just start like touching.
Oh my god.
I
Oh
feel like this way of catching
shit.
him.
Yeah.
Just smack him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird that for some reason, just because it's an adult convention, that they can just do what they want.
Yeah.
Right?
They try to grab you like on like this your chest area or back area like those.
Really?
Yeah, I know. And
Do they ever get into trouble with it or anything like that? Or do you have to act? Do you have to like act like nothing happened? And,
sometimes I just tell someone like that guy just touched me, and some people like ask nicely like, "Is it okay I touch your breast?" It's nice that you ask, but no. But then they just try to be persistent.
Yeah,
Some
but
people are persistent.
the problem is, right, is that they've calculated that it's a bit rude to just do it, but they haven't quite done the rest. They're like, oh, I probably shouldn't ask.
She actually offer.
Excuse me, milady. Would it be okay if I
That's like the
pertain
same
and
logic of like a child being like, if I say please, then maybe I can get the cookie.
So some people are persistent and they won't take no for an
but
answer.
they offer tip like how much do I need to pay like as a tip. And I just
It's like real life only
because like
fans.
some actresses in the West, like they take tips and they.
Oh, do
have
they?
it to-
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was like, I don't have a culture of tipping, so like,
Yeah.
This episode of Trash Taste is sponsored by ExpressVPN.
ExpressVPN lets you access the internet as if you're from a different country. Like Joey's in a different shirt.
Oh my god, and we're in a different position on the table.
Oh my.
Ow, I hit my head.
Netflix has different shows and movies available depending on where you are. With ExpressVPN, you can unlock thousands of new shows and movies from streaming libraries around the globe.
Such as Star Trek's Discovery on Netflix UK, or Brooklyn Nine-Nine on Netflix Canada, or even Blackadder on Netflix UK. I like that show.
I actually really do like that show.
Yeah, it's a really good
It's a
show.
great show.
There might be hundreds of VPNs out there, but let me tell you, ExpressVPN, it hits different. It's so fast that you can stream everything in HD quality and not notice any kind of buffering or lag.
ExpressVPN be fast as fuck, boy. And not only that, ExpressVPN is available on every single device: phone, tablet, PC, smart TV, you name it.
ExpressVPN works with many streaming services such as Netflix, Amazon,
Nightmare. Like Michael say.
Before it got shut down.
No, I genuinely actually have to use a VPN to watch hentai. I'm not joking.
Not only that, but you can choose from almost 100 different countries. That's a lot of countries.
Why is that funny? It's so simple to use. Just fire up the ExpressVPN app, change your location, hit connect, and then refresh the page and show or movie you want to watch will magically appear.
It's fucking pantomiming on the side.
That's the team I
It's very
can
distracting.
recommend.
Mind read the shit. I can't fucking...
I mean, I think we all use ExpressVPN, right? Especially when watching anime. Like sites like Crunchyroll, kind of blocked in Japan. So
Yeah.
the best way is to just put on ExpressVPN. You get past that immediately.
Exactly. And if you use our link today, that's expressvpn.com/trashtaste. You can get an extra 3 free months of ExpressVPN for free.
That's expressvpn.com/trashtaste. Links down in the description below.
And now, back to the video, baby.
So obviously now that we've asked about adult cons and normal conventions, how is it from like Japanese conventions like Comic-Con to American
Right.
ones?
I get sometimes scared just watching some cosplayer getting like overwhelmed by those like camera guys.
Yeah.
And they all take a low angle. Like sometimes they are
Yeah.
too close. Like
Yeah.
I feel like they're just taking photos of pores, like just
Yeah.
pores over
Yeah,
there.
right.
There's no. I've seen some videos,
The videos.
and then it just seems like locusts. You know, they kind of like gather around, and
Japanese conventions, by the way.
and then they have no respect for like personal boundary a lot of the times, especially if someone's cosplaying.
Yeah, I think I saw a video of a cosplayer. I think last Comic-Con was like
Right.
crying, breaking down.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
the Chinese cosplay.
Right, right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the
She
people are
wasn't
still
used to
taking
it,
pictures
so-
underneath, and it's
Yeah.
like she's crying.
I
What is wrong
know.
with you?
I swear, like just I don't like. There are every now and then I see like in U.S. conventions as well, like some camera guys like try and use the
Yeah.
camera. I'm a cameraman excuse.
Right.
That's,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
post,
Yeah.
But like nowhere near the
Oh,
Japanese.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
definitely a mob mentality. Like they all come together.
Everyone's to
Yeah,
get away with it. Yeah.
It's like if like one cockroach is like, okay guys, it's safe, and then every other cockroach is like, all right, let's go in for the kill.
Oh my god.
But I never been to Japanese Comic-Con or like any event in cosplay because you're not allowed to cosplay outside in Japan.
I heard
so,
this,
Oh, okay.
You actually need to change at the event, like
Oh,
in
okay.
some kind of changing area. So that's
Why
just
is
too
that?
much.
Do you know?
Oh my god.
I guess like they got some complaint from neighbor areas.
Wow.
It's like I was just taking my dog for a walk, and this woman dressed up in
crazy.
Ram just like rocked
Yeah.
up, and I don't like that character.
That's crazy how people would complain about that.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
in,
not good for the scenery or something like that.
you go to like LA during
Hmm,
AX and it's
but
literally just
I
like,
know
like a
he
1
is
kilometer
so
radius.
huge.
There's that really funny video last AX of
I'm
like
trying
you know
to
how in
think
LA
of
they start
every
renting scooters
Land Rover
like,
and
Yeah.
Road scooters.
yeah, the one that you just
Bro.
like pick up and go and then
But-
drop off. There was a video of a guy just full on Saitama for 1.5, just cruising down the road in a scooter. It was going so fast. It was just really funny because everyone was like, "Just see that?"
I love that about like
Yeah. It's the-
AX and just conventions, right? Just seeing random cosplayers just out and about.
Walking into a Chick-fil-A and just seeing 80% of the people in cosplay is like some of the
Wow.
funniest things I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
There's obviously a lot of problems with American conventions, but like I do think they are my favorite ones because like it's such a fun atmosphere, and most people understand that it's like, all right, we're having a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's all just
Like, don't make things weird.
Yeah, don't make things weird, man. If you see each other in a Denny's, you know.
Yeah.
All right, nice.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think especially recently, people have definitely gotten more aware about checking each other and making sure
Yeah, it's really
they're
good.
not acting like an arsehole and everything like that. Because I remember before, about like 5-10 years ago, conventions just seemed to be operating on this other level.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, it was just like it was basically
it's a
just
lot
an excuse.
smaller, right? It's like orgies.
Yeah, basically, it was just like an organized orgy, essentially. It's like, all right, everybody who is cosplaying in Inuyasha stuff, meet at the 10 p.m. orgy at the Inuyasha orgy in this hotel room.
That's basically just all furry cons right now. just
Pretty much.
just well organized with a but a mess orgy.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that why like I see a lot of cosplay isn't consent?
yeah.
People are
Posters
touchy,
everywhere.
you know, and I know that there was, what was that thing a while back where people would, like, kiss an anime, they would always run up to each other and jump.
Glomping.
Glomping.
I never went to conventions during the glomp phase, but I
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
videos of it. I'm like, man, this
People
is
like full on running into each other.
yeah. This is like, man, I like my personal boundaries at times, you know. I like my personal
Yeah,
space.
and I think with the general culture shift to being, you know, a lot more respectful, as it should
Yeah.
be, I think that's just kind of pushed it more.
Yeah. Because I think that the big difference I heard about Japanese conventions, because I haven't been to Comic-Con yet, but I've heard that people just go to Comic-Con literally to shop. It's
Yeah.
literally you don't go for any event, you don't go for the convention itself. It's literally you buy what you need and you fuck off.
Yeah, it's
But with-
basically just like getting heads first on the latest dojo from
Yeah.
your favorite
Right.
Yeah.
artist or whatever. And I'm like, I respect that. You know, I want first dibs on it. Yeah.
And you need to prepare a lot of coins. They only take cash. So.
Yeah.
Oh right.
I've never been either, but I don't want to go to Summer Comic Con.
Yeah, that sounds
Ew.
like hell.
I've always wanted to go to Winter Comic Con, but the problem is I'm never in Japan when Winter Comic Con's
Oh,
on.
right.
Because I usually go to the
The end of
US
the year.
or like go back to Australia to go see my family for Christmas, right? But I think Winter Comic Con is a lot more fun. I mean, summer just seems like summer here, just outside. It's just unbearable
Yeah, in
general.
Japan in general. It's
Yeah.
just too
Let alone
humid.
you go into.
Do you ever get used to it? Sorry.
No,
Shoot.
it
That's
just
alright.
comes back like every single year. Like I say, oh, it's Japan. Like just, yeah, we live here. You gotta get used
I'm
to
just
it.
dying right now. I hate it.
know.
I'm so pale. Like, I was not made for anything above like 20 Celsius, right? Anything above 20, and I'm like, AC. So, like, I can't handle this. This is horrible. I wanted to leave, but obviously, we can't.
I mean, I can handle the heat because you know Australia gets really freaking hot in
Yeah.
summer. But like where I'm from, there's zero humidity,
Oh.
and so it's not the heat that kills me; it's the humidity.
It's awful.
It's the
Yeah.
fact that you
Right.
walk outside and
know.
it feels like you're standing in front of a heater like the entire
You
time.
feel disgusted by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
just like I'm all sticky and everything.
It's like a metal solid game. I just gotta plan every one of my movements to make sure I'm always in cover. You know, I'm getting to shape.
Whoops.
Right. Where's my box?
Oh my god.
Like me and Connor have the complete opposite taste when it comes to weather.
Yeah.
I love sunshine. I love
Sunshine,
I remember
lollipop,
Connor
and
told me that his favorite weather pattern is just cloudy
Yeah.
and cold, and I'm just like, man, that sounds so dreary to me. That makes me so depressed. Because when I wake up and I see a cloudy day, I remember I just imagine Connor waking up with a smile and just makes me feel depressed.
You know those days where all you wanted to do was play video games? When you wake up and you were going to play video games all day and it's raining outside, you're like, yes.
I understand
Yeah,
that.
because you're like, no one's going to ask me, it's a nice day, go outside. No, I'm playing video games, mother.
I just need sunshine. Sometimes when it's sunny, I just message Connor being like, "Ain't it a beautiful day, Connor? Ain't it a beautiful fucking day today?"
To annoy him.
I'm just like sweating at my desk, like I hate this so much. Because in the UK, we don't have this. It's like not a thing. Because it normally it never used to be hot enough.
Yeah.
There's only like 1 or 2 days a year, right?
Even though the one year that we went to go visit you guys, it was like
It was
Well,
like the
it's-
heat wave that lasted a month.
It's
Yeah.
been
Oh.
like that a lot recently.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so like you've got these houses that are designed to keep in heat, no
Yeah.
AC. It's normally hotter inside your house, like 35 degrees. It's hell.
Yeah.
I was like in tears every day. I'm like, I just can't do it. I can't be here anymore.
How is the weather in Thailand?
It's kind of similar to what we have now. So it's like very hot, very humid,
but like all year round.
but all year round.
Right.
But like
Basic-
our homes are kind of designed for it. Like we have like very thin walls and everything, so it's designed to let as much heat out as possible. And there's AC everywhere you go as well. So
It's unfair. You matched the Thai skill tree. Whereas I went down just the British. I don't even know what you get in the British skill tree. Just poor taste in food. I don't know. Unfair.
This is just out of nowhere question, but how is milk in each country? I mean, like, I've been told by my friend in California that we're just talking about Baskin Robbins because
Right.
like we have always each year they have Pokemon collaboration at Baskin Robbins.
Right.
So, you know, but he was complaining that milk here or ice cream here is too heavy because of the milk because we use whole milk. So
Right,
in
right.
California they prefer low fat or
Grass-fed
non-fat.
milk.
organic,
Mhm.
organic grass-fed.
I didn't notice that because I realized now when you told me that the other day, I was like, wait, there's never any like semi-skinned or like no-fat milk option
You
here.
can order at Starbucks, but and some
You can buy low-fat milk from
Yeah.
supermarkets if
I,
you like.
I
Yeah.
never see it.
The supermarket near my house has like skim milk, low-fat milk, like high calcium milk, stuff like
And
that. But
I always wondered, I was like, why does milk taste so like rich? When I came here, I'm like, this is weird. Like,
it's that 100%
Mm.
cream
I
stuff,
always
right?
get like
Yeah.
half
Yeah.
that, 'cause I'm like,
I like the thick stuff because like in Australia.
Why are you laughing over there? He likes the thick stuff, Luke.
I like my dummy thick
I
milk,
like my
alright?
dummy thick milk because like in Australia as well, like we didn't really have a whole. It's like Japan, like we don't really have a whole variety of milk. Right? We have obviously we have the full cream stuff and the low fat stuff. But it's not like America where it's like, would you like 1%, 2%, 5%, 10%? It's like, just give me milk. I just want milk.
No, because I haven't noticed much of a difference because I don't normally, I don't know, I only have milk with my coffee.
Yeah.
So, and I don't eat ice cream too often either. So
I'm not a fan of soft serve, and that seems to be like the most popular thing.
I really like
love
soft serve.
It's too milky. If I want milk, I'll just drink milk. I want ice cream, not ice cream that tastes like
Right.
milk.
Well, then just don't get like the vanilla flavored stuff. Then get like the weirder soft serve.
Yeah,
Right.
true. Like matcha soft serve's
Yeah.
pretty good, but like just normal.
Matcha, or, like black sesame is really good.
But vanilla's my favorite flavor of ice cream. So.
Well, then stop complaining. Just eat your damn salsa.
Okay, in Japan as well, right? For some reason, Baskin Robbins is referred to as 31. Why?
Yeah.
What's up with that? Who made this?
It's because Baskin Robbins, I think, might be like too difficult
Yeah,
to pronounce.
too long.
Because I remember I showed my Japanese cousin, right? Because she loves 31 ice cream. 31 as they call it.
Yeah.
What
Because,
is
like, and I
31?
heard her first say that.
Oh,
I
it's
was like, 31? What's that? That must be like a Japanese brand or something,
Right.
right? That I don't know. I'm like, yeah, let's go to 31 ice cream. And I went, and it's a Baskin Robbins. And I was like, yeah, it's just a fucking Baskin Robbins. And I'm just like, oh, you mean Baskin Robbins? Yeah, we have that. She's like, Baskin what? And I'm like, it says it right there. In English.
We just highlight the 31
Yeah,
part.
it's- If anything, it's harder to see the 31 than you see the Baskin
no,
Robbins.
because the katakana is it just says
31.
31.
Yeah, but I'm like, do you clearly not see that on either side of the 3 and the 1, it says Baskin Robbins? And she's like, oh my god, I never saw that. I'm like, it's like 31 is like 5% of the logo.
It's crazy.
And you're just completely disregarding the other 95% of the logo. Yeah, it's, I don't know. The Japanese love to do that though, don't they? They love to
Yeah.
like take Western brands, but completely change the name of it just to like fit their like way of things. Like I love how in Japan they don't call Mercedes-Benz Mercedes-Benz. Right? They just call it Benson.
Oh,
Right?
Vince.
Ben's
Yeah.
ice cream?
Because
You know what they call a Mercedes-Benz in Japan?
Oh,
Benz.
Mercedes.
Yeah, because they can't pronounce Mercedes. Because when
Right.
I
Oh,
said
that
that, I
makes
was
sense.
like, they were like, what? Oh, what is Benz? Like, is Benz is an acronym? What? Like Benz is short for something? And I'm like, yeah, it's Mercedes-Benz. And they
I
their
wanna-
minds were just blown. They were like, Mercedes? Where did that come
I
from?
want to know the conversation where Mercedes-Benz came up. That feels like a code word for like something I would never say. Like, if I need help, Mercedes-Benz.
No, because it was in the same conversation of when I taught my cousin that 31 is called Baskin
Ah,
Robbins.
okay.
Speed running.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
so I had to like make sure. I was like, okay, what do you call Mercedes-Benz? Because I guess I just saw a Mercedes-Benz.
What do you call a quarter pounder with cheese?
Right out with cheese.
But lately we try to keep the same name like Ben and Jerry's. Kind of like
Yeah.
you guys try to keep, not you guys, but you know, like
Yeah,
anime
yeah.
in general.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
used to be just for kids, but now. Like we have the same title, we have the same OPs and ending songs.
Yeah. What do you think about like the other way? How like some anime series completely change the name of the anime to fit like the American way?
Right.
Like what do you think about how Detective Conan is called Case Closed?
I understand that Conan, the name Conan is just it means
It is, isn't it? Why?
Yeah, why?
Why?
Just Detective Conan?
it's because of the hostage too famous in the state, right? The Conan.
hostage?
Oh,
Yeah,
Conan.
the show, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The talk show host.
Yeah, talk show host.
Detective
and also
Conan.
like the character's name that Schwarzenegger played back in
Conan the
the
Barbarian.
90s. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
People have Conan as filthy.
Okay, that's fair enough. I mean, at the time, I think it was coming around. They were really big.
Detective Conan O'Brien. I want to see that now.
I want to see that short way. Detective Conan.
And I think we have to change the name of a certain child book. Was it from Germany? Called, in Japan, we called him Tantan.
Tantan.
Yeah, Tantan is a boy who got a dog with him.
Oh, it's Tintin?
Oh yes, but
Yeah.
Tintin sounds
Oh,
like a
okay, yeah.
male genitalia in,
Yeah.
in Japanese.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
that's
Oh.
why.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh my.
Right? So we got our own reasons.
That's what like me and my Japanese friends used to like refer to the male genitalia as, just like as a joke, because we didn't
Right.
want to say like the actual thing in public. So when we were in public, we would just be like Tintin.
I'm curious, because you've obviously been an anime and manga fan like your whole life, right? What do you think about, I mean, especially recently in the West, it's gotten really popular, right? Everyone's like, yeah, I love anime, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think of, I guess, it getting bigger?
I'm happy. At first, I saw some anime titles that Western people know must be only Naruto and Dragon Ball, and that's it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not true. Like they actually know, and like, they actually get to watch the same title at the same time.
Yeah.
With English sub.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, a large majority of anime fans still only watch like Naruto and Dragon
That's
Ball,
a huge,
right?
huge group.
Yeah, yeah.
Some people never get out of that phase, and then some people, they just watch everything.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
me, I guess.
But before it was like, yeah, as you said, like before, I think the general, like, you know, idea of a Western anime fan was like, yeah, I love Naruto, I love Dragon Ball, I love One Piece, right? And then that was it.
What was like the first US con you went to, or your first experience of?
Long life so.
That's a con to go to.
I don't even think AX really counts as. It's not really representative of a lot of other US conventions.
Yeah,
because AX is so big that it's a whole different experience from
We
most
got
other
a lot of like,
conventions.
Japanese industry people, so
Yeah.
you hear a lot of Japanese at AX.
Oh
so.
yeah, definitely. Have you ever been to like the smaller cons?
Yes,
as
I
well?
have. So that was completely different. Some cons are just fun-based.
Right.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
industry people there.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
unorganized. Every single time I've been a guest at a con, something has gone like horribly wrong with like my flight, my hotel.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
I think I've been pretty lucky. I've had like a few cons where it was
Betan Central.
a lot of the times, like especially the smaller cons, I have more fun at a smaller con than say, like,
Yeah.
If I get there,
Yeah.
like one time, this con booked me like months in advance, and I don't think they'd ever had an international pass. So I told them, hey, we should like book flights soon, because like we're in the middle of nowhere in the US.
Right.
It was like in India.
Right.
I was like, yeah, you need to book flights because like they don't happen a lot from the UK. And they didn't until like 1 week before, and then I had to go on like a 35-hour flight path.
35.
Yeah, where it should have been a 14 at most, right?
Yeah.
That was the cheapest flight they could.
That was the cheapest one, and I asked them, I was like, how much was the other one that was like, I think it was like 12. So
Right.
still long, flight path. And they were like, oh, it was $150 more. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Why did you agree to this?
I already signed the contract before that because they said they were going to buy the flights, and I thought they wouldn't do that to me. They wouldn't.
That's a real moment
Yeah,
there.
they wouldn't expect me to turn up on my flight and then immediately do a panel within 30 minutes of arriving, and they did. They expected me to do that.
I've done that before.
So, and the worst part is they booked me a hotel the
Yeah.
night before that I missed because of the 35-hour flight path, and I'm pretty sure that hotel room cost more than $150. So, fuck you, that con. Yeah, that was
Every con's in Indiana now. It's just like sweating, like. Ooh.
yeah, I've been to a bunch in Indiana, and I've had a lot of the worst experiences at that one con.
Why is it Indiana of all states?
I don't know why. I've been to a lot of cons.
Indiana Jones.
I went to one in Indiana, which was
Good
like,
times,
that
Rachel!
one was actually quite fun. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. But that one wasn't really. Well, first, it wasn't really like an anime convention. It was more like a YouTuber convention.
Oh,
So I
I
think they were
see.
a lot more used to getting all sorts of overseas guests.
Yeah, yeah.
Was your agent doing all of that for you when the cons, or was it you negotiating with them?
At AX, I was just an industry guest. So I was just
Right.
at a booth
Right,
with other
right,
people.
right.
But at a smaller con, I was a guest, so I got somebody from the con with me all the time.
Right.
Oh, you got a handler.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like because I spoke English, they were just like left to my own devices. They were
Yeah.
like, "Fuck it, just turn up.
Yeah.
We just expect you to be here."
No, I remember my first time like being a proper guest.
Holy
I think it was, like,
shit.
Crunchyroll Expo,
Yeah.
because I had been guest before,
Yeah.
but I remember that my first experience at Crunchyroll Expo, they gave me a handler and had no experience.
Like, what I do with
Like,
you?
like he would just follow me around, and I would just feel so awkward. I would just be like,
Can you not?
I literally had to ask him to like, okay, can you just chill? Like I'm not like, because I've heard a lot of horror stories, so I get it now. But back then it was my first experience, so I'm just like, dude, can you just leave me alone? I'm all good. I don't need any help. I'm just walking around the
I
con
felt
floor.
bad every time I wanted to go to the bathroom because like, they had to follow me, and I'm sorry, I have a small brother.
Bing Beckle.
Sorry, I wanna go again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, I'm just very
Oh,
used
no.
to being left to my own devices as well, because
I think it's a very British thing as well. You're like, I don't want someone helping me. I can do it on my own.
I mean, I think it's because I've had like kind of my fair share of like really good handlers and just really useless handlers.
Yeah,
now that, like I'm a little bit better to like I know how to use my handler now, right? Like I know how, that's what I'm saying.
I know how to use you and abuse you if I know.
Joey knows.
I know how to maximize my handler, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like you know.
I'm gonna min-max this shit.
Joey turns up and he just gives him like a fucking 10-page survey. He's
Yeah.
like, fill this out. I need to know.
Where is my Don Perignon when the moment I land? Come on, guys.
Can I speak to you? And I'm like, this is bullshit. Joey's had really good experiences, and I feel like at least half of my like conventions that weren't like AX had like something massive.
It's really weird, like, you know, you hear a lot of, like, horror stories about AX from a lot of different people. I don't think I've had, like, a horrible experience at AX.
No.
I think it's also
Just
because, yeah, but I think it's also because, like, my schedule, I purposely fill up my schedule with as much shit to do so that I don't leave enough room for error, right? Because, like, a lot of people are just
Oh
like, I'm
my
gonna switch
god.
and then, you know, just give myself some time in between each thing. But I'm just like, no, that's where the horror happens, right? It's the in-between part where you're just kind of left on your own. You're like, well, I guess I'll go to the convention hall now, and then horrible things happen at the convention hall, right? I'm just,
If
AX is
only
always
I
been
have a
super
freaking
busy convention.
stripper.
It's everyone's always busy. Everyone's always doing something. Right?
Right.
What is your schedule like in AX? Is it?
I was like signing.
Darling,
they gave
are
me-
you okay?
The first year, they gave me like a 30 minutes break.
Yeah.
Each. Like
Yeah,
30
yeah.
minutes isn't enough.
Can't
Like I
do
want to take
anything.
off
No.
my week.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
that's in cosplay, so I
Yeah.
want to take off my week, and I just kind of shut myself, just in a bathroom stall. I would just be myself. I just wanted to take a rest, but I couldn't take a rest. I didn't want anyone to see me without a wig. You know,
Okay,
and
okay,
that would look horrible. So.
Yeah.
Oh, unthinkable. How could
I
you
just-
taking off a wig?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
disgusting.
I just kept myself confined in the store, like in one store. I'm sorry. And I took aspirin like every single
Oh my-
time.
Oh
so,
my
like,
god. I mean, yeah, I guess if you have like a wig cap, it's just like stretching
Yeah.
your head, right?
I know. Like at some point, I wanted like a stronger med. So like, could you buy something at
Give me
somewhere drug?
meds.
Yeah, like in the state, like I'm sure they got like stronger ones.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
give me that.
Because I've never cosplayed before, and part of the reason is it feels like at a convention wearing a cosplay is just a lot of effort and work to keep it intact.
Right.
Yeah,
You know.
I cosplayed once, and that was at AX, and I cosplayed as Gintoki from Gintama.
Oh.
And I chose Gintoki because not only because I like Gintoki as a character, but also because like his stuff is kind of light. Like, it's a lot more breathable. It's not like I'm wearing a full suit of armor, right?
Right.
So I'm just like, okay, it's really hot. This is a little bit breathable. I didn't take into account that I'd be wearing a massive fucking white wig. Gintoki.
That
Yeah.
immediately is like just a heating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and because this part got just so hot,
Yeah.
it completely just
Well,
negated the free-flowing clothes that I was wearing. So I'm just like, I remember I was in the middle of a signing. I'm just like, I'm sorry, I can't. I just took it off. I'm sorry, fuck the hair,
You
man. I
showed
can't
your
do
true
it.
self.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, I don't care anymore. I'm just
Oh
gonna
my
take it off.
God.
It's
Yeah.
so hot in here.
This
Like,
is why
I-
oh, go on.
Yeah, I see like some people in AX like rocking up in like a full guts armor
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
I'm like, how the fuck are you doing it? It's like 33 degrees Celsius here right now.
I guess if you just restrict all your pores, you can't sweat. You can't come out. You just can't come out, right?
You're
That's
impressive.
Yeah. That's why I wore a Virgin Killer sweater at AX one time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's breathable, right?
Yeah, that's
very.
breathable.
See what I mean? That's
Yeah.
you can move your
Is that
legs
why
much
you were like cosplaying as girls? Because it's like,
What the fuck?
skirts,
Oh
just-
my god. Oh,
Dude, I feel like I can stretch. Like,
I'm dying on the inside already. Oh my god.
You didn't get stopped by a security or
no.
too much
No,
sleep.
in LA it's normal. Like I
Why am I
just when
dying
anything
on the
goes in LA,
inside?
especially around AX, you know.
I remember I got.
I was too close to
died,
it.
and at the moment I sat in, he was like, "You going to the LA Convention Center?" And I was like, "Yep." That's me.
Yeah.
And then
they
he
just know now. It's just
Then we
become
just
a
didn't.
routine
Then
now.
we just didn't say anything. It was an awkward thing. I was just sitting there in the back.
Wait, were you in like a skirt at that time? Or?
I was wearing the Virgin Killer sweater.
Oh.
I was like cross-legged in
Obvious.
the taxi like this.
Oh my
like,
god.
yes, drop
Wow. You're just taunting you. I'm just crossing my legs.
You should have done like the basic instincts, like the legs.
Yeah. When he turns around.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like,
It's just like, ooh, hello.
oh my god.
I love like getting stopped by people like, can I take photos with you? Like,
yeah,
as a
yeah.
cosplayer, that, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of
Great
course,
feeling.
absolutely, yeah.
I think the most
Siege
popular
tournament
cosplay at
coming
AX
soon.
was prison school. That I watched.
Ah,
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
I
the not the president, the vice president.
Yes,
Right?
vice president.
Yeah.
I think that was last year, and one of the reasons I bet it because it wasn't the year for prison school, so there weren't a lot of prison school cosplays.
Yeah.
Right.
Most of them were wearing tamamo or fate
Right.
characters.
Yeah.
So
As it always is.
I guess like I stood out, and some father like asked me, like, could you take a photo with my son? And his son was like tiny. Like,
Yeah.
Did his son know what the series
Maybe
was?
it's the kid on the
Yeah.
plane.
Oh my god.
Totally
was.
Gone watched Prison School on a plane.
Oh,
and I was-
Tiny
And
kid
it was next to a
And
kid.
I was next to a kid.
It was that kid.
Ew.
He's like, I love that show. I saw it on a plane.
What are the plane to AX?
I mean, I normally we talked about this before, but like I normally watch some I always have like an anime folder on my tablet. Never watch that. Always watch shitty plane movies most of the time. But what's your favorite cosplay that you'd say? Was like, or is that like picking your children?
Top five cosplays.
My cosplay. Actually, next week I'm doing my favorite character from Final Fantasy VII. I've done Yuffie already for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
That's the most popular
course.
female
Right.
character.
Right.
And if you got a chest for that, you can go for it.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
But my favorite, like my waifu, is Yuffie. I just wanted to
Right.
cosplay Yuffie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I finally get to do that.
Mhm.
Next week, plus Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, Jill
Oh.
Valentine. Oh, not Jill Valentine.
Faye
sorry.
Valentine.
Valentine.
That's the Resident Evil character.
My bad. Faye Valentine. Yeah.
Valentine.
What was like your very first cosplay?
Oh,
It was the-
my
oh,
own,
shit,
right?
The Grand Blue
Not-
Fantasy one, right?
Granblue
But
Fantasy.
that was Forks.
Oh.
Oh,
I
okay.
think-
Yeah.
For well, could be Sonico.
That's very.
That's very on brand. I can see that
That
happening.
was also for me as an industry guest. So like I
Ah,
actually like
okay.
thought about
Okay.
the booth too.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
That's a lot of damage.
One of my own choice. What was that? Oh, I did Mamako.
From
yes.
from the Milfeaster guy.
Yes,
Ah,
yes, yes.
awesome.
From the music guy. That's how you remember your stuff?
Attack. Like,
That was such a terrible show.
Yeah. We've talked about that on the podcast. I think my favorite cosplay that you've ever done was, I think it was at AX last year. You did Trish Una, right?
oh, yes, I did.
Yeah. Your Trish cosplay was really, really
Yay.
good. Yeah, that was cool.
I'm obsessed with JoJo's.
We all love. We all love JoJo. Speaking of JoJo, like you have like the JoJo kimono, right? That thing is
Oh,
so.
wait,
I
yeah,
ordered
yeah.
that in Osaka.
I would have ordered that. I don't care how much it was. I'd have paid. Like not even a
Okay,
question.
I'm gonna find that on Yahoo auction and I
Yeah.
ordered it.
That's where I get most of my JoJo merch from. Yeah. I'm like using Google Translate, hoping I'm not clicking the wrong things when I'm in the
Connor's become that stamp collector, but just for JoJo's.
Yeah.
His grandkids are gonna be like, what is all this?
Because when I have a call with my parents, all my merch is behind me. Like, what are those toys? Connor, what are those toys? Like,
It's not a toy, Mom.
Mum, this is a 1/6 Gyro Zeppeli $200. Are you kidding me, Mum?
He's just like bust out the OSIN, like, you know, and it's like, you don't understand.
I'm really dying on the
Steam
inside.
is
Oh,
Steam,
Jesus
right?
Christ. Oh, Jesus.
I love getting.
Why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I here doing this? Just to suffer.
Right.
Just to suffer.
Not like a smartphone skin, like an actual smartphone.
Yeah,
What are we doing
smartphone
here?
from Docomo.
It's just to suffer.
Really?
Oh no.
This exists. Where
There
can I
is
get one? Are they on Yahoo? That's probably one on Yahoo.
Yeah,
Actually.
probably are.
There's so much JoJo merch. Like, you just
Yeah.
always, like, stuff blows my mind. Yeah, I spend way too much time looking for JoJo merch. I know there's websites that are dedicated to, like, tracking the release of new JoJo merch.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
and I kind of go, because they release so much all the time, which is great, you know, being a fan.
Just to suffer.
Sometimes there's stuff that's like,
Oh, it's killing me how.
tiny jigsaw
I'm
puzzle.
sorry if you're listening to me singing.
Tiny, though, like
It's
this,
killing me now.
Like a 4-piece jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
All I want is
Like, I'm never gonna be able to, like, open this because I'm scared to,
you.
like, actually do it. It's like losing
I'm
You sound
falling
like
to the
16. It was like
ground.
not. You've got
That's it.
It's barely a
yeah, right? Like,
It's barely a
This
puzzle.
yeah, there's just other stuff. Like, I don't know. I have no interest in clear files, but I think Japanese.
Yeah, I don't know why the clear files is the default. Okay, we're gonna release merchandise to do with this show. Let's just make clear files.
It's because it's so cheap to manufacture.
Right.
It's like the YouTuber like first T-shirt that's a reference. Yeah, they just put like hee XD. You know?
It just seems like the most tacky thing
really
ever,
is,
and I've never bought a clear file, but I've always been given them as like a gift or something, and I don't know what to do with them. honestly.
I have a bunch of clear files, but I've
I expected no reaction from her.
bought a file
Oh
of
my
clear
god.
files. So it's like, you know, there's
Literally defeats the whole
yeah,
purpose.
you know, there's a file. You know, it's like a little bit. They're actually like custom.
Today is Monday, right? Yeah, it's
clear
Monday.
files, not clear files,
Oh.
files for your clear files, because people know that
Right,
no one
Apple.
actually uses the clear files, right? And they just treat it as like a piece of like art or whatever. Yeah. They don't want to use it, but they need some place to like easily access it. And I found one.
Can
they
you
sell it for,
like
stuff like that. Yeah, for like 100 yen.
a lot of people
So I
simultaneously
found a
summoning.
lot of Monogatari,
What the
clear
fuck?
files, right? Because if I find something Monogatari, I'm gonna buy it. So I just put all my Monogatari clear files into my clear file.
To explain, Daiso is like the dollar store here in Japan, where you can get like everything you didn't need, every little contraption you didn't know that you needed until you go to the store.
Literally,
That's
literally
Daiso.
anything you need for your house, you can find
They
in
have
Daiso.
everything.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
So much stuff.
So how many files could you file in a file?
Uh,
The
I
sound
think
like
the
I'm
one I
just-
bought. I think the one I bought, you can put in like 20.
Oh,
So
just
it's not a
20.
lot.
You're like,
But-
right, okay, write this down.
Yeah.
Okay. 20.
Yeah. But it's you know, it's nice. Like it's better than just having all the clear files scattered everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
At least it's in one spot.
Sorry, I got to use the same Xbox Stone.
Please stop making them come to this. We don't care. We really don't care.
I mean,
not gonna
clearly
file
someone
anything.
does.
Yeah.
I mean, because you know you have limited room. You need to pick your merch carefully. You know? And when people are
True.
like, man, why is Connor like being mean about a $10 figure? I'm like, it takes up space. That space is for the expensive boys.
Yeah.
Connor's trying to maximize this shit,
I'm
man.
trying to make like the most expensive JoJo cabinet, right?
I mean, you're doing a good
Yeah.
job. so far.
I know. I'm collecting slowly.
Oh yeah, have you guys drink some water? Better drink some water. I'm gonna do
Yeah.
it.
Been to the JoJo bar?
Which one?
There's
Oh,
a,
wow.
the one in Nakano.
bar. Is it still open?
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
so. Yeah, it's still
Okay.
open.
Just reopened, I
Yeah.
think.
Because the quarantine, like, you know.
Yeah,
closed.
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
closed for a long time, but yeah, I think they recently just started
nice.
reopening again, and
Okay,
man,
yeah.
the collection there.
Okay,
I was
man.
there for a
Crazy.
video,
From what I've seen.
and the collection there is nuts. I saw so.
I was just resetting the chat on the
Wow.
screen.
I didn't know they made a figurine of this character. Like, and he had that really limited JoJo. It was Jotaro, but with the
Whoa.
Swarovski one. So it's like full on diamond encrusted Jotaro.
Oh.
And it's like
Oh,
picked
after
up
this, I'm gonna
one
end the stream
$1,000.
and show you guys my room.
And he
Hey,
just
wait,
had one
I'm not
with,
gonna end the stream yet.
Sounds
I'm gonna
amazing. So I was just like, oh my
show
God.
my room first. Show my room first.
I want to get it.
Yeah, Yeah.
Connor's about to spend more money.
I'm like,
On JoJo.
wallet, forgive me for what I'm about to do. I have to like not go on Yahoo auction because I will end up buying something.
That's why I never made an account on Yahoo Auctions, because I know
Yeah.
I'm going to spend so much money.
What
on
about
it.
Mercari?
What the
Yeah, I did,
fuck?
but
Oh
I
my
think
god.
it was a little harder. They didn't accept my cards and stuff, but I was like, no.
You probably need a Japanese card, right? For
I
that.
do.
Yeah.
Right,
This card,
right.
though.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still don't. It's so hard to get a credit card or a debit card here. It's I don't know what banks want. I don't know how you got accepted either, because
I got rejected the first time, but like in the UK, they just basically just like give you a card. They're like, oh yeah, take it.
Yeah, they just you just press this button
You
and
don't
they
really
just
need
send
to
it to
print
you.
it?
Oh, for a debit card, no. So like a
Oh,
one
right,
that.
right.
So
Yeah.
they rejected me for a credit card, which I only thought there was credit cards, and then I got a debit card, but I needed someone to like help me fill it out because they don't offer English ones like forms. So I was like, well, I'm fucked. What do? I want to access my money because I was using my foreign card for like the longest time.
Right.
But, yeah, goddamn.
I've got a question for you though. What do you think about the whole new simp movement that's just started in the Western sphere?
No,
I'm like, what do you guys feel when somebody call you simp? Like it just.
Oh my god, that was scary.
I've been called a simp.
If I say anything positive at all, like, oh, good job, they'll be like, wow, you're a
Simp.
simp. Connor. But you just said a nice thing to a woman?
Yeah.
Simp.
I feel like the term simp has just been used so much that nobody even knows what the original meaning of the word simp was.
Sometimes right now it's just like calling them.
Can I auto it? Can I auto the lady stage?
On Twitch, like had to ban the term simp.
What? I was going to ask.
Oh yeah, it's
I
a lady
just never
stage. Can I
seen
auto it or
simp
no?
in the chat. And I was like,
They're very protective of me, right?
Yeah.
It's because everyone in the chat knows that they're simp, so they're just like, we all know why we're here, guys. We're all simping for Karma. Yeah, I just don't understand that term anymore. I mean, the internet does what the internet does best, and completely destroys the meaning of a word the moment it goes mainstream.
Because now it's like if you give a female any attention, you're simping. Like we're probably simping you right now just by talking
I'm
to
sure
you.
like you're going to meet a lot of simps like words in the comment section. We can
Wow.
make it bad. We can make
How
it bad.
dare they get a woman as a guest? They're simping so hard.
You know, now that we just like blacklisted all the incognito comments, every comment now is just gonna be simp comments now, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just a joke thing, like we
I'm
can laugh
saving
about
up.
it, or like do you feel like uncomfortable actually
Yeah.
like, getting called simp?
oh,
I mean,
We're
we're clowns. It's part of the joke for us.
I think the only people who are uncomfortable with being called a simp are actual simps. You know what I mean? They're just like, how dare you call me out?
When the term thick, and the THI.
Oh, thick. Yeah.
Thick,
the
yeah.
two C's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since it came out, like, I was like, I thought it was malicious or maybe negative term for a second because it's thick, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe like they all
yeah.
raised there
Right,
too.
right,
So I thought it's just another term for fat. So
Yeah.
fatty.
But if it ends with a K, then it's malicious. If it ends with
Okay.
a C, then it's
Yeah.
complimentary.
Two C's,
like,
it means your butt
At first
is
I
big.
didn't know that. Like, almost. Yeah, so they were commenting like, "Oh, you have very thick." How should I take that?
I can see how that can
Yeah.
just completely slip
Yeah.
under, right? But like that's another example, right? The word thick is used so much now
I
that I
know.
see guys calling girls thick that aren't thick. They're not thick at all. It's like
You
oh
have skin? Oh, that's thick.
yeah.
That's thick.
I can't see your rib cage. Damn, you're thick. It's like no.
Oh, I can't
There's a
do
difference between thick and just
Yeah.
being healthy.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like again, it's like cringe as well. The word cringe.
Oh, I hate the word cringe so much.
Because at first, again, like cringe actually meant something.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
people didn't like it. But then everybody just started to be like, oh, that's cringe. That's cringe. That's cringe.
I remember
Like,
people be like, whenever someone made a joke, people would be like, "Oh, that's pretty cringe," but I laughed. And I'm just like, are you trying to compliment me? I don't get it. Was that a compliment or an insult? I literally don't know anymore.
That's like the biggest oxymoron, isn't it? It's just
Yeah, I
like,
know,
It's
right?
cringe, but I laughed. I'm like, say that again, but slowly.
So as a non-native speaker, at first I didn't know it was like a badass
Right,
thing,
right,
you know,
right.
kind of,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, yeah,
It says ass, but it's a good term, you know.
Yeah,
If it's half-ass, it's not good. you just have to learn.
That's what I've
To
wanted to know,
understand.
right? It's like because you do stream to an
I wonder,
English-speaking
can I do
audience,
it?
right?
Yeah.
Like, how did you come to learn all of like the English like internet terminology?
Right.
Because it's
Sometimes I
completely
ask.
different to the Japanese
Yeah.
one, right? Yeah.
Sometimes I ask my chat, like, oh, what this
That's dangerous.
abbreviation
That's a
means.
dangerous game.
That's a dangerous
But my
game.
chat is very good.
Okay, that's
my
good.
chat is very educational and they're very nice.
You
to
have
me,
a you
so-
have a very rare Twitch audience.
My chat just wants to see me fail. Always, always. I remember asking them. I was playing a game. They're like, "Oh yeah, I wanted to know the ping of the game." I was like, "What's the ping?" They're like, "Oh,
Straight for the
And I
boss.
thought, "Oh okay." I closed the game in a ranked match.
Oh no.
I'm such an idiot. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Because like English isn't my first language. Because sometimes like people try to correct me, even though it's just obviously a typo.
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
On Twitter especially, like you cannot edit tweet. So even though it's just obviously a typo. It's just not.
I
English,
saw people were correcting your English.
I mean,
that was like laughter cosplay. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was in a cosplay of laughter character
Okay.
from Iron Blooded Orphans. Gundam. Then
Oh,
I was
finally.
cosplay. Got, like, a blonde
Okay,
hair,
it's time to
green
play some
eyes.
music already.
Then
I don't care if I get copyrighted sometimes. Anyway. Wow, Wisdom, welcome. Wisdom. I was gonna end stream. So, okay, time to show my runes, to be honest. Time to show my runes. I must die. I must die. Okay, let's show my runes. MVP, most critical high damage dealer, Raok. Oh my god. He might look squishy, but he's deal heavy damage. And he's on Broken set. 1 5-star rune. That we have Fran, Vi Energy, tankiness a bit more. Speed, attack, HP. Still working on this. Block 5 rune. It's bad. It's still bad. Lauren, Vi, accuracy, full on. Speed HP, if I remember. Took mine. Sign up this call. I know you won't pick up. And ever. Then next is John. Speed, Void Nemesis. You can check his room. It's not that fast, but it's still okay. Speed, HP. Void Nemesis. Then Weather Hill. Lastly. Speed, HP? No, crit rate HP to get 100%. This is useful. Okay. Oh, getting more Vi is hard. Oh, I think I got summon. I hope come to us don't see this. But I'm gonna summon on Thursday. Tonight on Thursday where I summon. Tomorrow is Common stream. I'm gonna build a Common. I need to build a Common sooner or later. I need to build it now anyway. To help my guild out. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye. bloodshed no more. Till be around. With all your life you so damn much. Bye bye, guys.